Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
What's good?
Boys and girls of all ages.
Back better than ever. Back and better than ever before. How's it going? Welcome into another edition of this In the Paint podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Wow, listen to that.
Shredding.
Well, yo, we made it to another Friday night, guys.
Dude,
Let's fucking go,
is
dude.
Really upgraded.
Dude, the soundboard's alive tonight, dude. Let me just tell you that. Everyone be aware, soundboard is alive tonight.
Flames.
Hot Cheeto
Flaming.
flames,
Dude, I think one day,
Flamers.
I wouldn't be surprised if I walked in here one day to meet him early for the show and I just see flames. I see like pyrotechnics.
Dude,
Somebody just yelling,
We need it.
Flamers! That was
Dude.
Meek Mill's thing. Right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Flamers. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Another Friday night. We made it to the weekend. What's up, everyone? YouTube, Spotify, Facebook. Where's TikTok at? Clam your slacking, bro.
I'm the sports betting tonight.
Oh,
I'm going to turn it on.
What a degenerate.
I just got to see if I can get out
How's
of this inning.
Clem's Corner making out tonight?
Dude, good. It's been a good last couple days of MLB, and we're going basketball tonight.
That's disappointing, dude.
What's that?
No TikTok stream, dude.
No, we're doing it.
Oh, we are.
I'm
doing
just
He's like, I don't
checking
give a
this
fuck
inning.
about your
Yeah, I
sports
got to
bet.
just get through this inning, and then I'm
well,
going to
all
turn it on. I want to do it at a different time.
He's like, I got a business to run here. I don't give a fuck about your sports bet.
Gotcha.
I want to try it midstream tonight instead of right off the jump.
Yeah, sounds
All
good.
right, that's
We're-
a good
we're
idea.
getting
I
the
like
people
that.
People in. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So, guys, what's up? How's everyone doing? Hopefully, everyone's out there living, drinking, smoking, doing what they got to do.
Dude, look
Having
who's
fun,
back.
dude. And yes, welcome back to the desk.
Hello.
Sir Brandon, what's going on, dude?
Much. How's everybody doing out there on the worldwide interweb surfaces?
On one, off one, dude. Welcome back in. We have a lot to get into. So, I mean, you couldn't have came back on a better show.
Hell yeah.
Because
Fucking right.
we are off next week, too. So, this one, I mean, dude, there's a lot jam-packed here on tonight's show. I can't wait to get into it. First, let's introduce everyone. We did just drop a song, too, so I'm going to save that for after introductions. But Mario sitting to the right of me, what's going on, dude? How are you?
John, boys, everybody listening in.
Mario.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday, as always. Yeah, like John said, we got a shit ton to get into today. So, yeah, man, let's do it.
Brandon, what's going on, man?
Not much. Just got back from camping, riding around, balling. You know how it goes.
Sweet. I like that shirt, man. Looks good on
Thank
the,
you, Mar. I had a
Dude, we had
yes.
the right idea.
both of you.
Hell yeah.
With the Hulu.
Hell
Or
yeah.
Hulu.
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 I
yeah,
like
come
Hulu,
on.
too.
What's it
Hulu's
called, bro?
good.
The Hawaiian
The
shirt.
Hawaiian shirt, but what's it called? Like Aloha? No,
The lei.
The lei.
Right? The
Lei.
necklace
Whatever.
of flowers.
The Hulu.
It doesn't matter at this
The
point.
hula.
The hula. Yeah.
The hula. That's
There you go. You wanted
There
to
you
dance.
go. Yeah.
Sir Alex, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's good? What's up, people? YouTube and Spotify. Dude, we're big time. We're everywhere now.
Wow.
Spotify, Facebook, YouTube.
Mom, if you're listening, I made it.
We're going to be on TikTok. Yeah, dude, it's like, holy shit. But I'm doing well. We got through the week. We're getting into the weekend. I didn't go camping or anything. That sounds like it was a fun time.
That was a good time.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Can we-
Did you make some s'mores?
Yeah.
Let's go.
A fucking course.
Do you have any
S'mores?
good camping stories from this trip?
Nah. Nah.
Pretty
You
straightforward.
ain't
Pretty
wrestling
straightforward.
bears?
Yes, I
No,
know bear
thankfully,
attacks.
even though we had like mad like meats and shit in a cooler right outside the tent.
Oh, shit. Dank meats?
Dank meats for sure.
Did you
But
have
the
any elk?
No, not that dank meat.
Little venison.
Not even that dank.
Oh, man.
Little Bubba's Burgers.
Nothing wrong with that in a pinch.
The onions, the onion burger.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Fire. Highly recommend. 6 out of
Shit.
10.
Those are good for, like, that kind of thing, man. Taking them on a trip.
Hell yeah.
Solid, guys. Yeah, man. We do have a lot to get into on tonight's show. Yeah, a little bit of Joe Rogan tonight, a little bit of Bert Kreischer identifying his Xanax use.
Newfound habit, apparently. Oh, boy.
Ethan Klein returned this past week.
Our buddy Ethan Klein, H3 Podcast.
Dude, I mean, I don't know what it is, man. It's just, I can't really.
You know what's funny? When we do our show notes every week, you always, you start at the beginning of the week, you send us the clips as they come in. Hey, watch this, we're going to cover this week.
This is pretty appalling. I
Dude,
send it over,
exactly,
yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. The standard stuff. Dude, his podcast is by far the hardest to sit through.
It's hard, man.
It, like, just his delivery alone, forget even, like, the topics. Because, like, he's just trying to be controversial for controversy's sake. But, like, dude, his delivery just drives me nuts. it's like boring to listen to.
It's hard to get through a whole, and then they do 3.5 hours. Man. I hope no one says this about
And their
our
set
show,
is
dude.
just kind of like,
Well, dude, he's sitting in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's in like the middle of a forest. It's
yeah,
like,
it looks like he's at the zoo or something.
yeah, it's like, what are we doing, bro? Is this a podcast or am I like watching like
Nature
National,
show.
yeah,
What the fuck?
Geographic, fucking Discovery Channel, bro? Jesus. More Brennan Schaub, Brian Callen. You know what? I'll tell you, man. Off the rip, Brian Callen. Last week, everyone was very excited because Brian Callen was supposed to drop this special on YouTube. He shopped it around just like, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
He
about
didn't even
that.
let you finish.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? It's probably best I don't, but I'm going to anyway.
I was looking forward to live reacting to it, actually.
Me too, man. And we still are when it drops. But you know what? Brian shopped his special around, through Netflix and Hulu, HBO, and all that good stuff. Just like the rest of these comedians, we just had obviously Brendan Schaub, Tim Dillon, Giannis Pappas. I mean, a lot of these comedians are shopping their. They're saying Chris Stefano is another one, quote unquote, shopping their special. Around to all these places, and no one bit, so they just decided it was best for YouTube. No one wanted them. That's really what it comes down to. No one wanted
Is it the
Brian's
Schaub
special.
effect?
Well, it's
Yeah, I don't think it works. Like, I'm pretty sure that they know they want you to do your special, then they invest in you and do the production for you and then put it out. It's not like typically where you pitch it.
Right.
So that's just another way to say
And if they-
no one fucking liked it.
If it was good, it would be on there. The first
Right.
opportunity that
It's actually
getting offered off the
surprising because the amount of clout he has, like you would think people they'll just fucking watch because
it,
it's
yeah.
him.
Well, yeah,
so
I
we'll
mean-
take that chance. But
You'd be
bad
surprised, dude.
people don't want bad entertainment.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's what we're finding here.
Yeah.
With a lot of these guys, man. So
I'm glad that's
Well,
normal, dude.
Well,
I
it's
like
why
that.
you see the guys, like the top guys, like the Chappelles of the world, like you see them have these multi-special deals with Netflix and so on and
right
so
because
forth.
they know they're fucking
Because you're getting top quality talent.
Exactly.
Right.
And you don't hear Chappelle saying, "Well, you know what, man? I was out last week trying to shop my special around the HBO and Hulu." And
No,
then,
he's like, I got a free
Like-
fucking special deal coming at you guys.
Right.
I'm dropping the first one like this week.
So yeah, man, it's pretty bizarre. So yeah, we have all those guys to get into, and then some, man. We just dropped a huge show announcement over on our Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Alex's
Big
Facebook.
one.
So we will get to that at the end of the show. This was just a busy week in general, man.
a lot of positivity.
2 shows coming up next week. Yes, a lot of
Flowing,
positivity.
dude.
This month has been like our month.
Yeah.
I feel like
hell
if we
yeah,
just
brother.
could ride this momentum.
Yeah, this is what we need. The move we need to
Positivity.
be making.
We're
Yeah,
not patting ourselves
positivity.
in the back. We're just being
We're
positive.
motivated. Yeah, ready to get this.
We're
shit.
not being narcissists.
No, right?
We're just really
ready to
positive.
go. Been waiting for fucking opportunities for goddamn 2 years.
But we're getting requests in the live chat to play the video. So I guess
Well, we only have one thing left to do, man.
one thing left
Yeah,
to do.
so
Shit.
we did drop a video, so let's set it up for anyone maybe who hasn't watched it, who hasn't seen it. Any of
Will
our
we get
audio
copyrighted on our
No.
own shit?
This is our channel.
You sure
We're
it
gonna send
is?
ourselves a cease and
100%.
desist.
So,
We should pour up one real quick for
Yeah,
this
we will, we will, we will.
celebration.
We will.
Make a little money on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to dibble dabble on your own version of a song that no one ever covered? Penny pinching YouTube. Yep, there it is, dude. The ching ching.
So, let's get into it, man. Set it up, man. So, what do we got for Spotify listeners? I was going to say TikTok, but we're not live there yet. YouTube, Facebook. Anyone who hasn't seen what we just dropped, dude, Alex, why don't you go ahead and let us know what we got.
Lead us in here.
Lead us in.
So we decided to go to Thallium Studios and we recorded a version of Jumper by Third Eye Blind. It's a little bit more in the style of Win by 2. And then we really vibed to it once we started recording it and decided it'd be a good idea to shoot a video. And we did that with Trevor Jennings, and he just smacked it out of the park, man. The place we went and shot this is actually fucking dope. So I was really happy that
The reservoir.
that's what it's called, the reservoir.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's an awesome photo and video studio.
dude, we could shoot another video there.
It's like a
'cause they
big-ass
had
warehouse.
separate rooms. Yeah, of like, fuck, man.
They had the jail cell.
Yeah.
The living room.
It's sets, bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
they were like whole sets.
exactly.
Yeah, there's actually TV sets there that actually people go, and
shoot
some
stuff.
shit,
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
man.
it was sick. There
Oh,
was
dude,
a
it was really
jail. There was like a fake money machine. I was like, oh shit.
Y'all
Yeah.
should have counted some bread.
The first thing I thought was getting a bunch of strippers, and I was like, we're gonna get strippers in here and throw this money
We'll
around.
do that for the next. We'll do that for the EP.
Yeah, for the next one.
Yeah, man, we don't want to blow it on a cover video.
Yeah.
So
We don't want to blow our wad just yet.
I see what you did there. Very nice. Yeah, man. So Jumper just dropped today, man. June 10th, everywhere. Spotify, YouTube, or not on Facebook. Actually, it's only right now on Spotify and YouTube. So make sure you can consume the video version because obviously, you know, that is the bread and butter. My smoke machine's going off. My smoke machine apparently is alive today. So that's pretty awesome.
The smoke machine was just hyping up the video.
antics, yes,
yeah,
yes,
the
yes.
anticipation.
Yeah, man. So I guess without further ado, why don't we just jump right the hell into it, man?
Yeah,
do it.
I see what you did there.
Actually, yeah, like that. Before we jump into it, let's pour ourselves a shot.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's jump into a shot.
This is,
Calls for a toast.
this is to a big year, man. This is our second release this year. We got a lot coming, a lot of big shows coming. This is just to a busy year, man, and getting shit done and, always persevering even when the going gets hard, man. This is what we love to do, and we'll always do it, as long as I have breath in myself, man.
Yeah, and we
Hell
do this
yeah.
for you guys. You guys watching and listening in all the time. This is for you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone who supports the band, supports the podcast, and everything else that we do, for sure. So pour one up if you're drinking with us.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Smoke one if you got 'em.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday.
Happy
Salud.
Friday, y'all.
Salud.
Toast to everybody that made it.
From my family to yours, Mazel Tov. Beautiful.
Little Jim Beam honey tonight, dude. This is actually pretty good.
That's very good. I
like the attitude.
I drank that for there was a good 3-year stretch where that's all I drank.
Jim Beam honey.
Yeah.
I like that label.
I got this. This is
A little bit of that on the rocks, dude. I was good.
this is the
Be good in the rocks.
last bottle of from my birthday.
Yeah, you got like
Dude,
7
you were
bottles
set.
of
He had an arsenal for his
Birthday 2 months ago.
We all had the same idea.
Yo, we gotta get some screwball in this bitch. Shots of screwball
peanut
are the
butter?
shit. Hell yeah, they're the shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado,
Jumper.
Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend, and you could cut ties with all the lies you've been living in. And if you did not want to see me again, I would understand. I would understand.
Shot's huge in the headphones.
Angry boy, bit too insane. Icing over secret pain. You know you don't belong.
what you said in the premiere today. Third Eye Breakdown.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how this came out.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
Yeah, it's sick.
The video goes hard. The song goes hard.
All right, here it is.
Ew. Trevor was like, do that.
You gotta do that on stage now, dude.
Yeah.
Catch it around your neck.
I gotta get the monster cable. Because it flies off.
Yeah, so you don't break mine.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
it was fire.
Absolutely crushed it. Trevor Jennings. Stephen Moore, who helped him with the photography and helped him with some of the other stuff in the video. Colby for shooting, for recording that for us. Dude, that was fucking killer.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun to make, from the recording process to the video. And yeah, man, it's just, I feel like we really found kind of like the groove of, translating a well-recorded, song and taking that to the visual side. I mean, now there wasn't really anything groundbreaking in this. I mean, it's just a standard playthrough video, but still, it's like, now, I just feel like we're right on that path of where we need to be.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, and it was cool because, it's a song that everybody knows. It's a 90s classic. So, it was cool that we kind of made it where it was almost like we were writing our own kind of a song and just kind of using the foundation of that song and kind of did a reimagining. It was cool. It was fun. It was a fun project because sometimes you do covers note for note. It sounds good, but it puts more life into it when you kind of put your own spin on it. So it was fun to make.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, this was sick. I kind of knew when we picked it, it would be a good one.
Well, when John demoed it, I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. It's cool.
But it's always to see the finished product and just not it blew me away a little bit. So it's a really good feeling. But we crushed it. So good fucking shit.
Yeah, look,
especially the video. Everybody looks
if
good.
You're listening.
Yeah, no, you guys all crushed
For
it,
sure.
bro. Everybody.
It looks like you guys are having a good time out there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
man.
it
was
looks
fun.
like because we are a real band. We go to a show, that's exactly how we look, and we
we're
got
friends.
a crowd.
We're having fun doing this.
Yeah,
shit. This
and
is all
we're
fun.
That's huge, bro. I feel like
That's key.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, we're all just kind of doing this because it's our passion project. If it blows up, cool. Everybody wishes each other success, but you don't do it for just that reason.
just exactly.
So it's good that we have that camaraderie because that chemistry's there.
We're doing this anyway.
And it's fun, man. This has been really fun. And that was a fun night where it was just getting together in this old warehouse and just goofing around for a couple hours. It was a nice little break from reality.
Yeah, dude. It it was absolutely fun to make, man. Just the whole process, like I said, dude, from start to finish. And it just always amazes me though. Every time we're here, wherever we're at, jamming, and we're coming up with songs, whether it be covers or our own shit. We lay it down usually here because I got the studio and everything like that. But when we lay it down here and then when we go translate it, whether it be at Justin's or Colby's or Corbin's or wherever, it just always exceeds my expectation. You know what I mean?
Dude.
And it's it's great. It's not it's nothing we're not stepping in and being yo, throw T-Pain.
You're right.
on
Yeah,
my shit.
crazy shit.
It's
yeah.
us just with good
Yeah,
shit.
dude,
I'm trying to get my studio to that point
There,
where I could just
yeah.
record. But for the time being, man, these guys absolutely know what they're doing, obviously, and they crush it every time.
We were talking about it earlier, like when you get the raw tracks back, like you're like you already hear like where it's going. And you're just like, wow, dude, I can't believe this is going to get better than this.
Right.
And it's really cool, man. Like it's fun to like watch the process play out. Because there's
is.
always like these like cool little moments along the way.
Exactly, and it's like you want it to end up a certain way, and then you get there, and from where you start, like what you think it's going to sound like, and then what you get is just so much more.
Yeah,
it's really awesome, guys. So make sure you go stream that now. Jumper, Win by 2 version of Jumper.
Yeah,
Jumper obviously has been out
for
25 years, but make sure you go check out Win by 2's version of Jumper on Spotify, YouTube now. Also iTunes as well. If someone wants to check that, I believe we are on iTunes and Deezer and all that other crazy shit. But
these nuts,
Pandora. Anybody still using that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I think Colby actually uses it.
Dude, it's funny. I use it for comedy sometimes. It's about it.
Yeah. Speaking about comedy.
Yes. Speaking of comedy.
So we have a
That's
lot.
a good segue for you.
Very good. It's like we've been doing this for a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't want to make everything, all about us. We do have some show announcements. So make sure you stick around to the end of this podcast, because we'll be dropping some shows as well. But speaking about comedy, guys, let me get into another shot here because, it's just much needed when you talk about these.
My patience is wearing thin, Dad. Give me the Jim Beam.
Gotta load up on the liquor, boys.
Yeah.
Guys,
my titty glass.
Help yourself to the bottle. Obviously, look what I said. We have Jim Beam Honey tonight, and then last week's Mary's 4-grain St. Liberty whiskey. Little.
How was that?
You want to try it? It's not bad.
Yeah, I want to try it.
It's good.
That bottle looked enticing to me.
I mean, I don't have to drive tonight, so I can drink tonight.
I don't want to give you my opinion.
Oh,
on
and
it
it's
yet.
chilled too.
It's both of them are chilled. I don't want to give you my opinion and sway
So you're
you
telling
one
me
way.
it's shitty, is what you're telling me.
No, I just don't. I don't want to sway you one way or the other. You decide what you want.
I feel like that's swaying me.
Good. Cheers. Actually, Mario, you taking one?
Oh yeah, I need to pour one.
Which
out.
one you want? St. Liberty or Jim
I'll
Beam?
do a St. Liberty.
That St. Liberty
This
bottle
was a fucking $60 bottle.
reminds me
It's really good.
of a potion from Legend of Zelda for N64.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
So, yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right.
Yeah, that hits.
That's different.
It's different. It's like silky. I feel like that's the best way to describe it.
It's not awful.
It's not awful. If it would be a lot harder.
It's got a little bit of a bite though when it goes down.
A little bit.
It'd be a lot harsher if it
Yeah.
wasn't chilled. Anyway, all right. Speaking about not chilled, so this past week was very interesting, man. Obviously, we had Joe Rogan on Flagrant 2. We had, obviously I said in the beginning with H3 coming back. Something I was looking forward to, though, within the last couple, I'd say probably like 2 months at this point. You heard murmurs of Alex Jones. I mean, obviously everyone knows Alex Jones, the I guess infamous
Conspiracy theorist?
conspiracy guy.
Could be
Bill Hicks.
Could be Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks. Who knows?
Oh my God, it goes that deep.
yeah, it does. You have no idea. You have no idea.
So, Alex obviously banned off everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I mean, you name it, the guy's banned. Say what you will about him, whether you are in support of him or whether you hate his guts, that is, none of our concern, really. We hold no true, ties with Alex Jones here. We are simply just bringing you clips. So Alex, was, I heard murmurs of him going on the Mike Tyson Hotboxing podcast. This was about like 2 months ago.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It could have been the greatest thing ever. See, the thing with Alex Jones, man, and I was saying this before the show, is people are really tied in and they buy into and they have bought into the character, who he is now, on his own, website and his own, TV show, essentially, his own broadcast. Is this guy who's, here to tell you how it is, tear down the veil, the government's bullshit, they're out to get you, they're going to come kill you, essentially. He's got that shtick. He's been doing it for 26 years, will always do it, has always done it, and that's just his thing, man. He's made a killing doing it. So it's like, there's not really any, I guess, room to talk shit because, he fucking did what he had to do. The thing is, man, it just turns a lot of people off. A lot of average listeners and the person who doesn't really want to think that far, like, oh my God, is like the next thing I'm eating gonna fucking give me like, herpes or, fucking gonna kill me? Like, holy shit.
Because
dude.
ignorance
The
is
answer
bliss.
is probably yes.
Well, the answer is
No,
probably,
I'm just
well,
The answer is probably yes.
but I mean, you get my point, dude. I mean, when people turn on, a podcast or a radio show, I mean, they don't want to think about, am I gonna die?
The
if
bullshit in their lives.
Right.
Yeah.
They just want to, tell me
Wanna
how.
let go.
I feel like
And
too,
that's-
too
yeah.
much. Sorry, dude.
No, you're good.
Too much consumption of that. I feel like it really fucks with your mind, dude.
Well, of that, yes, man, it could lead you to a dark place, dude.
Yeah, really.
because it's just all
I've
the
seen it
time.
happen to people. I have friends that like.
Yeah,
they
they flip.
Their outlook on life is so like. Look, there's a difference between like. Look, I'm a young adult that struggles with everyday issues like finances or whatever, like shit like that. But like these guys take it one step further, where it's just like it's like nihilism. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's pretty
It's like
bizarre,
no hope.
dude. And there has to be a fine balance. Like there can be that, but you have to like kind of balance it out with something else. So Alex is really known for that guy. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people get to view the other side of him, and the other side of him, man, we've seen it here on this clip of Tyson and Alex. They actually did meet up. Now their podcast, Alex is going to go on and describe that their podcast, Tyson has a contract with people and probably an entertainment or media company that releases all his shit. I'd imagine. If not, I mean, that would be pretty fucked up. But essentially, Tyson got the no to air the interview on his YouTube page. So Alex has his own website, band.video or whatever it's called. Yeah, I believe it's band.video there. And, he did a little 25, 30-minute interview with Mike on his own and put it out on his own website. So that actually just happened, really recently. I think last week. And it was pretty interesting because, like I said, I've been looking forward to them two getting on the same podcast with each other. Because, like I said, this side of Alex that we're going to see here in this clip, although it might be quirky and kind of all over the place, is like, the guy who I feel like, man, that's the side that people don't get to see.
Yeah, this is the realest
chill
I've
side.
seen him, like, because, like, he has that, you said he has this kind of almost larger-than-life personality about him when
Yes.
he's, going into, his conspiracy theories and
So
whatnot.
would you say he turned that down? Like
Yeah.
his
Oh,
large.
oh,
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
watching this interview, he's like, that's like the side of him that, like, you want to see more of.
Right.
Because it's just, like, kind of him still kind of posing similar questions about things, but, like, doing it in a more, like, I guess, for lack of a better term, level-headed. It seems like it's more of, like, questioning rather than, like, wild conspiracy theory, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's still some of that, but
And there's still some.
Some.
Because that's who he, at the end of the day, that's always been his thing.
I feel like now an audience for Alex Jones would be more like people are more suspect today of like what's going on, so they'd be more willing to hear him out. But his problem is kind of like Donald Trump. He's just got
Well,
like no filter.
I was just
And
going to say,
it's
that's like
his-
a post-Trump thing, I
It's
feel
his
like.
approach with shit.
Let me
that
ask
gets
you.
him in trouble
Let me ask you a question.
for sure.
Do you think more people are open to these kind of things because of Alex Jones? You know what I mean?
I think since Trump.
No,
like
dude.
in the-
I think people when they hear Alex Jones, like you might be like, damn, like that might have some truth. But then you also check yourself and you're like, this guy's a fucking nut.
Oh, we've been on the show before. We're like, I think we may owe him an apology.
A couple times, yeah.
But then, like,
And
it's
there's
funny
some, but
because,
there's
yeah,
some shit he's been
right.
way off about.
Every time you go, you know what? Is this guy actually like right?
dead on, yeah.
And then there's times you look and you're like, ah, man, that ain't it, cuz.
yeah.
You ever see the
I don't know
one
what
where
the fuck you're talking about now?
you ever see the one where he's like, they turned the fucking frogs gay?
And putting
Well,
shit in
that's
the water,
infamous.
turn the
Yeah,
freaking
that's
frogs
the-
gay. Like, that's the kind of thing
That's
that
the infamous
people
clip.
riff on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's the meme right
who,
there.
yeah, it's a meme. Like,
a whole
nobody's gonna
song.
take you seriously again for that.
I remember he said some fucked up shit about a school shooting too. Like,
Yeah, you don't be careful where you
Yeah.
tread on this one, but
Yeah.
S
word.
It's
I wouldn't even have said that word.
Well,
that word is a
S-word.
bad buzzword.
That's
School
that's,
S.
oh,
We didn't mean
shit,
it
man.
like that.
School as
You guys are- Please, you two.
we're nice.
We're nice people.
You're
Yeah.
like an 11, you need to come down to like
They'll
a 6.
Yeah, you better
Yeah.
now dial that back a couple notches, please.
But that's actually the thing that got him kicked off the fucking internet.
Yeah.
dude.
Well, it's like
Everybody say bye to Clem's Corner.
you can have an opinion, but the way he was being aggressive about it, I'm
new
leaving
logo-
it there,
The
dude.
new logo is going to be cropped a little bit.
I'm not saying it anymore. I'll leave it there.
As
Yeah,
you should. As you should.
That's probably why he's right now like more reserved, like we're about to
Well,
see.
no, well, we're gonna. I mean, it's very few and far between, man. Because I mean, the point being is a lot of these guys, when they have the larger than life personalities, 9.5 times out of 10, they're on their own show, and who
Right.
they are on their own show is different from who they are on the outside. We
Either
see
trying
that-
to be a character.
Well, we
Well,
see
say-
that on Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
obviously, and we see
Rogan's
that with Alex
big one.
Jones. We see what those two particularly. I mean, I can go, down the list here. Just all guys, but
Yeah. But I was going to say, Alex, you got to remember, he's at a status where if he has to start over, he can interview Mike Tyson. If you get canceled,
What a fucking
luck.
platform.
yeah, you're
you're going to be back in your bedroom with your little interface and your
Yeah.
mic.
Jeez, my Mike Tyson
Hi,
will talk
guys.
to me. I'll have him teach me how to box, dude. I'll be a
There you
champion.
go.
Dude,
Yeah.
I tell you what, the day we get Tyson on this show is a day that I don't care how much money I have in my account. I'm putting it all towards renting a studio, and we're going to fully invest, boys.
Dude, I trip sack with Tyson, dude.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
I feel like it's
'Cause
crazy.
we were talking about this off air earlier, like watching him now in interviews and like these podcasts. Whatever he did mellowed him the fuck out.
Well, it's fucking
all that,
mushrooms,
all the
DMT,
psilocybin,
toad
fucking- yeah.
venom. I mean, it's everything. It's all that, dude. It's just a complete ego death. I mean, think about
Yeah, that's what it is, an ego death.
I don't want to get too far off into the weeds here. On
On Mike Tyson's
On Mike
fucking-
Tyson's-
Yeah.
Dude, we could do a whole
Think about
episode just on Mike Tyson, like psychology.
Think about it.
Remember the game for N60 for Super Nintendo?
Punch Out?
Punch Out?
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
that was the
dude.
best.
All right, now we're getting
Yo,
way off
I
the
never
rails.
I never beat that game.
neither did I.
I never
don't
got
think
to
you
fight.
can beat it.
No, yeah, you can. You fight Mike Tyson. That's how you
But
win.
he's
That's what
impossible.
All right,
Okay,
so
no-
wait. Here we go.
We were on the
Just
sea
before you
conversation.
guys go off into the weeds. Mike Tyson, I completely forget what I was going to say. That's fucked.
And
What we're
that's it,
talking
guys.
about,
Have a
Mike-
good night. Happy Friday.
No,
Mike
but-
Tyson's tripping.
Yeah, his
History.
His tripping. I mean, to be a fighter, man, your ego has to be so you have to have a lot of ego, and then when you trip that many times, to just completely let it go. That's I guess kind of what we're seeing here with Mike. Whether we defeat the game or not, I mean, it's just essentially
It's time to play the game.
It always comes back to that.
all right, so let's get into the clip here. Alex Jones, Mike Tyson. This is on Alex's website here, band.com or video or
Two big
.net.
personalities in one room.
Yes, man, very big. And we're going to see
Imagine
Alex.
being a fly on the wall in that conversation.
That would actually be amazing. What I didn't like, though, I'll just say this real fast, and we're going to see it. But what I really didn't like is Alex, and I guess maybe you have to, maybe you're nervous because you are caught up in the moment. Oh, shit, that's Mike Tyson. I grew up watching you.
Right.
But Alex brought cue cards, and he wrote down questions that he was going to ask him, which I can go either way with that.
Yeah,
I was like, I'd rather you just shoot from the hip, though.
Right. Like, you can have, show notes on cue cards, off camera, back here. But, shoot from the hip at that point. Kind of take the conversation, we kind of try to do that with this show, where we have bullet points we cover, and then we just kind of take the conversation where it goes.
So let's get into it. You're absolutely right, though. But let's get into it. Alex Jones, Mike Tyson.
Run
Less
it.
talking.
A month and a half ago, I got a very exciting phone call. It was from Mike Tyson. I mean, I grew up watching him.
Why is it not his website too, man? If any problems occurred, this isn't YouTube. This isn't your grandma's favorite, internet browser. This is just
Those
might be.
incredible
Here we go.
matches. And
Band out
then I
video,
saw
Alex
his
Jones.
evolution into somebody who really is very intelligent and thought-provoking. I've learned a lot from Mike Tyson. I'm a big fan. So I traveled out to California, did his podcast, also got a short interview myself. It was incredible. He said, man, this is one of the best interviews ever. I got told not to have you on, but I've overridden it, and it's going to air. Well, a month and a half passed.
Do you think Mike actually really said that?
I can believe that.
You think so?
Tyson, I
Okay.
Yeah, because he is polarizing Alex Jones. And Mike Tyson's the
But do you
kind
think
of...
Mike Tyson came up to Alex and was like, "Sorry, this couldn't air, man"?
It was probably Tyson's people, but
His
I,
pe-
but,
right.
but I think Tyson was like, no, I don't give a fuck. Put the guy on.
Yeah.
Right. All right, that was just my point.
No, yeah.
Fast.
But yeah,
I
I'm
talked
with
to
you
Mike
on that.
Last week on FaceTime, he said, hey, we're pushing forward. It's going to air. And then a day later, I got a call from his assistant, Troy, who's
Yeah,
a great
see.
guy as well. And he said, listen,
There it is.
We pushed hard, we fought hard, but we don't own the show. We have a contract, and they're not going to air it.
Big blow to Alex.
I then reached out to some other contacts, and they confirmed that YouTube put pressure on them not to air the interview. Absolutely incredible. So this is next level censorship in America.
Oh,
now you're going to
shit.
see
Fuck
the
that,
short
dude. I'm with
27
Alex
minute
Jones on
interview
that.
I
with
mean,
him
yeah, at
after.
that point, call it out.
Yeah, because I mean, you shouldn't have to, just because you have someone on doesn't mean. Now you got they say. I mean, obviously these guys have more money than we know what to do with, but you sit there and do a podcast, and it's probably a really good show, and then you can't air it because of what? I mean, it's not like they're talking fucking how to like do some crazy
Sure,
shit.
I
You know what I mean?
I
There's
guess they
different
just
levels
don't
of
know
controversy.
because of this shit. The way he's come off and spouted shit before, like they're afraid
Well, that can go bad on Tyson.
of what he could say.
That
yeah.
can go bad. That could look really bad on Mike.
Well, I'm
so.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure Tyson's people were probably very concerned at the beginning.
It's just what are they afraid
What
of?
could that do
dude?
to
It's
his
weird.
reputation?
I'll tell you, man. What every man's afraid of, and well, not every man. I'll say every guy on this level, whether they seem like it or not, whether they're a bad guy or not, at the end of the day, it's about their money.
Sure.
And if anything gets in the way of fucking up that paycheck, they're not
Can't
going
have
to do
it.
it. They're
Yeah.
not, if it's going to fuck up your bottom dollar, you're not going to do it. Whether that holds true to Mike Tyson and Alex Jones, who both guys seem like they mean well on the outside. I don't know these guys on a personal level, so I really I'm not going to say they're great guys,
Right.
But you get my point.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Can't fuck up that bottom dollar.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to because you got to think about like what that's going to do to Tyson's brand, because you're going to get that that minority of people that are going to be against this.
You could lose 50,000.
Right.
That's a large number. You could lose about 10,000 subs on
Right,
your
that's
channel.
a good
And that's a blow.
chunk.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
a
good
blow.
chunk. Right.
Let's get back into it.
Our 2-hour interview, and then they let my crew that day on their iPhones shoot part of it as well. So you're going to see part of the censored podcast, and I hope that Mike and I hope that his team can really stand up against what's happening, because this is really, really dangerous for all Americans' basic free speech. Look, it's one thing if Alex Jones is banned off YouTube, but it's another thing to say that Mike Tyson can't interview me. The interview was powerful, it was loving, it was really incredible. And we also took mushrooms live on air. So it's wild.
Oh man.
Here is my interview with
We gotta
Tyson
see it now.
with excerpts of the censored interview.
We'll
You'll
see
only
some.
find it
There's
right
some
here
excerpts.
at band.video. So here it is. I hope you enjoy.
All right, so that's going to jump into a clip of Mike Tyson boxing, so I don't want to get flagged for that.
I can't believe Mike Tyson just fucking eats mushrooms and it has a podcast. Like, what do you think he's like?
I mean, think about
Olympic
it.
fucking
Mike Tyson
coach or
completely
something,
turned
dude?
his life around, and now he's just trying to live it quietly
I'm happy for him.
and just do his thing. And he's got his podcast, dude. Yeah, I'm happy for him too.
He's been through a
He's
lot.
been He's been in such a fucking dark place in life, and it's just good to see him like out doing this kind of thing.
Straight up, dude.
So let's get into it more. So we're gonna jump into the first clip, and this is just a few small ones I wanted to bring to everyone. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this podcast. Actually, there's not many podcasts I look forward to these days. So something like this, I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing. Obviously Mike Tyson, one of the greatest fighters, if not the greatest fighter ever, and Alex
Champ,
Jones,
baby.
Like I said, despite what you think of him, right, left, center, whatever, it doesn't really make a fucking difference. But the guy is actually good at what he does. And so for that, I wanted to see them two get together.
This is a
and-
big interview here.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we didn't get the full interview, obviously, because Alex just said. But we'll get the little side interview. So we're gonna jump into the first clip. Alex just looks like he's a kid in a candy store, and I thought this was just adorable from Alex. Like, just kind of like, like if one of us sat down on an interview with Tyson,
Yeah, I mean,
we'd be like in
you'd be
shock.
starstruck. Yeah, you'd be
You're
like
starstruck.
completely in shock.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
in shock.
There it is. Let's get into the first clip here.
The most banned network in the world. I love it. He owns it, man. He owns
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Iron Mike.
And there's Alex right there. And, both gentlemen, Alex, Alex actually, if you guys look up, I could probably pull it up after this, but Alex was actually really fucking ripped back in the day.
Yeah.
Dude, check it out.
I
bro.
mean, you can kind of see it right there in that shot. Like, he's kind of still, like,
got the
on the
frame.
shoulders. You still got the frame.
Yeah.
And Mike Tyson's looking good. You can tell he's been training.
Thank you, sir. I will.
So you
This
just
is
see
my
Alex.
biggest bucket list right here.
Biggest
the high
bucket
card.
list. Very excited.
I'm gonna be with a burger in my fucking mouth.
This is as good as it gets. He's a bigger maverick than you, man.
Alex making him feel good, like, you know, he can't believe this is
We're gonna break
happening.
the internet. This is it.
We're gonna break the internet after the Hot Boxing
You rolling?
podcast. So this was after their podcast, Mike's podcast. They sat down, did like a quick 30-minute interview. Alex got to sit down and maybe ask some questions that he didn't get to ask him on the pod. So here we go. We're gonna jump into 8:35, and it just simply states Mike is chiefing. We all know Mike Tyson likes his weed.
Smoke weed every day.
So he's going to be chiefing on a joint, and we're going to watch Alex kind of, again, just like harmless in his approach, and just, just like being like, Mike, dude, like, I want to smoke too. Let me get some.
Yeah, who want to smoke weed with Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it's cool as fuck.
That's a fucking bucket list thing if I ever heard one.
Right?
I can't see these numbers, dude. They're very small. All right, 8:30 here. That's as
There you
close
go,
as we're
yeah.
going to get. So here we go.
Goes on and the process of dying goes on. There's so many beautiful moments. Then dying becomes, it's not even that important anymore.
Like you're sitting with Mike Tyson and sharing his tobacco with him. Thank you, sir.
Oh, and there it is right there. Look at Alex's face. I mean, how can you resist? I mean, Alex just wants the fucking pot. dude.
That's the most genuine, like, candid shot of, like, pure joy right now.
He's like, yo, this
Hanging out, sharing a J with Mike Tyson.
Tyson's kind of like, dude, I could have rolled you your own joint. I don't want to give up mine.
He's like, fucking
Shit.
smoking all my shit.
That is a magic moment.
Great tobacco, magic tobacco.
Thank you, sir.
So tell me, you married?
I am.
So a little one hitter there from Alex, and right back to Mike. He passes the
All
baton.
right, that was a respectful
I just
one
want to
hit.
say that I appreciate the way they sat them down in the booth so you can't see Mike Tyson's dragon eye tattoo.
There it is. There it is, dude. Yeah, that is respectable.
Right? Notice that?
We're gonna.
Oh, they got it in the cartoon, too.
They
Oh,
put it in
hell
the
yeah.
Dude, let me just say this, bro. Alex Jones, his studio and his producing team, probably the best in the industry.
Oh, they have adults. They're on Adult Swim?
No. So Alex Jones, his team puts together
Oh,
puts
these
together
video-
clips.
I got you.
They put together these little fucking things,
Fire
and they
shit,
do
yeah.
just like beyond fucking fathomable work.
That's awesome.
It's actually like well produced, and to the point where it's like, yo, like. You know what I mean? Like, you did it, bro. Like, you got, from the studio to the clips to the everything, bro. It's just, man.
He was the
What are you
fucking
gonna do?
news channel, yeah. Like,
Well,
he had to be proper.
He is a news channel for a lot of people. That is their
Yeah.
CNN and Fox.
But he got off TV. He got canceled.
Did you?
right?
the
Yeah.
most banned
most
website
banned
ever.
network ever.
This is kind of off topic, but did you guys notice when J. Jonah Jameson's show back up in Spider-Man,
Well,
they based it off Alex
off
Jones'
Alex
InfoWars?
Jones. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's like right away I saw it in the theater. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
dude, that's like Alex Jones.
Right.
Boom.
What was that
Love
called in
that.
Spider-Man?
It was
Yeah, what was it?
the Daily Bugle, right?
It was dailybugle.net, I
.net
think,
or
because
some
it was
shit.
because like the Daily Bugle got turned into like more of like an InfoWars type of thing.
Right. Well, they make fun. It's a parody.
Right, it's a parody of
Alex Jones. All right, so we're gonna jump into this next clip here, 11:12 on this show here, and the boys are tripping. It simply states. So it's gonna go from their interview or Alex's interview to Tyson to this clip here, and then it's gonna go to the actual hot boxing with Mike Tyson's podcast. And Alex's team actually caught some behind the scenes footage. So we're gonna watch the boys tripping on mushrooms.
Stop abusing kids!
Yes, sir.
This new invention involves getting it's a little shroomy. It's called
And you could tell off the bat, dude. I mean,
Mike bites.
Well, no, dude. Look at Alex, bro. He's tripping sack, bro. All
Dude,
Mike's doing
he
is
blasted off. Yeah.
all Mike's doing is describing what he's got in the bag. And Alex, just watch Alex's mannerisms after I've said that.
shroomy. It's called
Ears. Yeah, he just figured it out. Like,
No, this is gonna sell it better. Oh, I'm gonna bite it right now. Let me do it. Let me do it. You gotta get these now. You do it. You bite it.
Oh, is that a Holyfield joke?
Watch.
Those are Palin's feet right there.
This room's got him good. That's really not the problem. The problem is this stuff right here.
Oh, you eat that ear.
Oh, their ears.
It tastes better than abandoned.
Oh, that's fucking funny, dude.
We love to see it, dude.
They're shaped like ears, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that's fucking amazing.
Shroom shaped like
That's,
ears.
dude, that's fucking awesome.
Glad I got want to trip on that.
That's. I gotta get my hands on that.
Mike bites.
That's amazing.
and Mike delivering on the joke too. Yeah,
Fucking
better than
Iron
Evander's.
Mike. That's amazing, dude.
Let's finish out this. I think this is the rest of this clip.
Oh my God!
And look at Jones. Jones is just having a ball over here, tripping
Evander's
on
ear
mushrooms.
tastes like ass. Bro,
Ain't
that-
even real.
All right, so that's that clip right there. We're gonna jump ahead to 16:25.
Yo, I wouldn't even know what to do if I was just sitting next to Mike Tyson hearing him talking about biting off Evander Holyfield's ear.
While you were tripping on
Tripping fucking sack.
Off
Oh
Mike
my
bites.
God, dude.
you'd be like, what?
That would probably be the single-handed, the coolest thing I've ever done in
yeah.
my life.
So this next clip, maybe even cooler. Mike's gonna describe his toad experience. Now, you guys are familiar with DMT.
Yep.
Obviously, toad venom is like DMT, methylamine, or whatever the hell it's called, DMTR or DMTZ, whatever the fuck. I don't know. But and essentially, you get toad venom. You crystallize it, you smoke it, and it's supposed to be stronger than DMT. We're gonna watch Mike describe it, and it's pretty.
They like secrete it, right?
Yeah, it's
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done it, so I mean.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
mean, I
seen
mean
it.
either, but I've heard of it, though.
But let's watch. I mean, the way Mike describes it and the way Alex is kind of just fascinated with the whole thing. Alex, he's obviously opened his, the gateway to doing these psychedelics. I mean, like we covered on the podcast, the last 2 weeks. Not psychedelics and smoking weed isn't for everybody, bro. And,
Exactly.
So, for Alex to do that, and you would think of Alex Jones as some guy who has this ego built up. He's got to be this certain kind of way. Like I said before we jumped into this clip, to see him like this,
It breaks that down.
break it down,
Yeah.
and just like I'm okay with who I am, essentially.
Well, it goes back to what you said, the ego death.
the ego death. So let's watch Mike describe his toad experience here. 1625.
Almost like just beyond satisfaction.
No, because I did it around 60 times, and every time I do it, I go to a different domain.
Well,
Yeah, it's not like
different domain.
Yeah, it's not going. Hey, this drug, I'm gonna get. It's not like this. Hey, I'm ready for this drug. I did it so many times, I can handle it. No, it takes you somewhere else. Oh, you're like fuck. There's people screaming, crying during the process. It's not one of those quiet drugs. There's some people that just go. One time, a lady took it and she go, woo.
Oh shit! That was one of his
Wow.
toad experience.
I would freak the fuck out if I was on
if
toad.
I seen
heard
a
that.
lady just going, "Boo!" Like, I'm not
I'd
gonna
be like-
reenact it, but you get my.
That would
point.
like sober me up real quick, and I'd just be like,
what the fuck?
Ace here. Oh, fuck.
Shit!
That's
He
hilarious.
start
though.
trailing.
Let's finish out this clip. We only got one more after this. So we're going to watch Alex be a little bit frightened at first over the toad experience, but then we're going to actually watch him come to and try to score some toad off Mike Tyson live here on this.
Live on air, okay.
I held that note for like a minute.
Did a great job there.
Yeah, oh God.
Well, I'm
great
scared
job
to take
there.
it. There's not much
I
stuff.
was too, but the best thing ever happened to me. I was a junkie fooling around. I did that stuff, making all this money. I got this
Well, that's what the study shows. It helps people stop drug addiction.
Yeah, it stopped me.
How do you know it's the real toad, though?
Huh?
How do you know it's a real toad?
It works. I have shamans.
Mike's not worried about if it's a real toad or not. I mean,
All the shaman told me it's good. That's all
so
that matters.
it's good.
Yeah. Because obviously we're talking about it, so everybody's going to watch this.
Let me explain. The shaman is he's pretty much like the guru, the teacher of the toads and the message of what the toad is from and the whole history of the toad.
The shaman, the history of the toad.
I was trying to get high as fuck. No, I really think, all jokes aside, though, I really do think like this. Like, if you think of where Mike Tyson was coming out of prison and like on the back end of his career when things were kind of starting to go downhill a little bit, like post Don King.
Yeah.
You see a much different Mike now. He's in his mid-50s.
Yeah.
And, he looks good. He's in good shape. You can tell he's in good health. Like, it's working for him, so that's
Yeah.
good. That's all you can ask
all
for
you
in
can
your
ask for.
heroes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But it is fascinating to hear him talk. It's funny because it's like, how much does he really know about all this? Like you're saying, it's
Oh
like,
yeah. Well, he describes here, man. He's just done this Toad alone 60 times.
wow. I mean, imagine
I mean, that's a lot for any psychedelic. Let
one of
alone
the one trip on that is enough for most people.
Yeah, that's a profound experience.
That's
leave it at
that's
that.
a life-changing experience you're gonna have doing that.
I don't need it
60
anymore.
times.
60 times.
Like certain people's brains, that could literally
Crack
rewire your
well,
brain.
Well,
Hey,
that's
could
what
crack,
it does.
Like,
So, all right. So there's two things. One, like you said, it could either rewire your shit,
like
to
in a bad way,
or
can
in a good
scramble
way.
you.
But yes,
Or
it
in a
could,
good way.
it could also go in a bad way as well, where you could just all of a sudden just be like staring out your window, like, who am I? What is
Yeah,
this
because
place?
like a lot of people when they take psychedelics, and especially if they do it like in small doses or they microdose or
well,
whatever.
that's the good way.
That's where it helps almost like reset your brain in a good way. And then you get people that just are like
God dosing.
got sheets of acid
Yeah.
just at once. They're just like ripping off big pieces, and it's like, dude, oh my
thumbprints.
god,
Yeah.
So Jesus,
And dude, like we talked about, the
you
last.
need like 1 or 2 tabs max.
bro, you need an edible.
An
max.
edible.
Like we'll get you to that place. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
if you
It's
buy like a strong enough edible, you'll get that effect.
yeah. I mean, maybe not as crazy as a Toad, but damn near close.
Right. You could mimic the effect of like if you microdosed LSD.
Yeah. That's a good analogy. Yeah.
Because you start to get like I've noticed
Trails and fucking audio and
I noticed a little bit of the audio, and I noticed like depth perception.
Yeah.
Like I was going up the steps, and it seemed kind of just off.
Yeah.
Everything kind of seemed bigger and like more like out of focus.
right.
But yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing a Toad 60 times. I couldn't imagine, tripping mushrooms.
That's like
60
hurting my
times.
brain just thinking
Oh
about
yeah.
all that.
Tyson handles himself well here, so let's finish out this clip. We got one more from this pod.
That's amazing. Well, who knows? Maybe I should come back out or something. We should do the Toad.
I think. Listen, I believe
Alex changing
your
his mind?
career would just blow up if you did the Toad.
Well, it certainly seemed to boost you. Yeah.
Yeah, you would say things you thought your mind never had no kind of process of saying.
Maybe we should do some Toad.
Oh my gosh. You have any Toad on
Watch,
you right
that'll be
now?
our episode
Oh,
that gets
that's
like
it right
10,000
there.
streams.
Look at Alex's face here. Look how innocent and look how he's trying to he's like kind of scheming right here, but not in like a bad scheme and like he's trying to
Sure.
rob your pickpocket or you or anything like that. He's trying to score some Toad. That sounds insane, by the way.
Trying to score
say.
some Toad with Mike Tyson. I mean,
Watch his face,
Dude,
dude.
yeah.
Throughout the whole
If you're gonna
reaction.
trip
you
with
would say
anybody.
things you thought your mind never had no kind of process of saying.
Oh my gosh. You have any Toad on you right now?
Oh shit, he wants that fucking Toad, dude. I mean, that's just kind of an insane sentence to even say. Holy shit.
Mike, looking at what are you, fucking narc? Look,
Mike's like, well, about that, man.
listen, I got Toad on me, but I can't be
You need to
talking
talk,
about
you
this.
need to
shit.
Yeah.
talk to the shaman first.
Right, yeah. Let's get you.
Yeah,
well,
let me call my
that's
shaman.
Alex is quick and fast. You know what I mean? He's not worried about no shaman yet.
No, I haven't.
Mike is a shaman.
You stay over.
Oh my goodness, this is insane. And if all the conservatives are watching, what do you think fluoride does in the water? It lowers your mind.
And then,
So, oh yeah, that's why they do it. That's why you got to filter it. So hey, you're already on drugs. You're already on fluoride. We're talking.
All right, so Alex right there. I mean, so that's he's kind of reverting
He's
back
getting
to
back. Yeah,
himself.
I say he's getting in his Alex Jones-isms.
And it's like, Alex, just pump the brakes, man. Like you're in a good
Dude,
spot. You're having a good
This
conversation.
interview is going great. Like I'm actually invested. Like we talk about it. Some of these get kind of boring to cover after a while. This one I've been kind of like really invested.
Yeah, I mean, overall, this was a great interview, but it's like, just have some situational
Can't
awareness.
get out of your own way.
But, I mean, that's your mannerism and that's your character for the last 26 years. It's just going to naturally happen. You know what I mean?
Right, it's gonna come out, yeah.
And it is to be expected. But overall, I mean, like I said, I did enjoy this, pod. We got one more clip. Alex talks about death and kind of bizarre way to end, but Mike kind of checks him here. I thought this was pretty funny to watch here. But, overall, like I said, man, I mean, it was a great watch, and hopefully maybe Alex drops the abandoned podcast from, the hot boxing with Mike Tyson. Hopefully he drops that on his own website since Mike can't do it or won't do it on his own YouTube channel. So let's get into the last clip here. They're going to talk about death and, yeah, we're going to leave it at that.
What if it's a big conspiracy and like Mike or like Alex Jones had a bad trip, and that's all they're saying?
This is all just one big bad trip.
Yeah. That's life.
Yeah, it do be like that sometimes, right?
Occasionally.
These numbers are very small.
Come on, Alex Jones.
I
Get
think
your
Rise to the
right
top, and they need.
And the top can fall to the bottom.
Yes. No, what's a good one? The closest distance from a Rolls
I think
Royce
this is
to
it.
the gutter is one step.
Exactly.
It's one step, boom, we're back in the gutter.
So you
Oof. Didn't really hit for Alex there, but
seem like really empowered and happy.
I don't know anything about empowered, but I'm enjoying this life and looking forward to death as well.
okay.
Well,
here
you
it
talk
is.
about looking forward to
And then
death.
see that's the cue card right there. And Alex, I mean, see if he didn't do this, man, I think this interview would have been one of the best of 2022. Honestly, one of the best pods that we've seen.
One of the
year.
best we've covered so far, for sure.
But
even
it's-
still with this.
Even still with it, but that, I guess that's just one of my
Take it down a
personal-
notch or two, yeah.
Death, Mike, we don't want you to
What's up,
leave this
TikTok?
plane anytime soon, but
But it has nothing to do with what you want, and what people want.
I understand. I'm saying you're right. So you say you're looking forward to death?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes, for what I believe death is when I die. I believe that's when I really begin to live. I really believe that.
But you're not. But you're not going to check out anytime soon.
I'm not personal, but I don't cling a life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I want to go somewhere, I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm not gonna have any guns. If somebody's gonna try to rob me, they have to just kill me. I'm not going through all that. Please take my money out and all that crap. It's just this is how I live my life.
And that's really all we could put a pin in that, man. That's a good way
That's,
to end right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy one to end on.
So Mike Tyson, Alex Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, Mike's at a place now where he's just okay with living out his years post boxing and just doing his thing. And when his time comes, and he's okay with that. He's at peace with his life. That's good to see Iron Mike doing well.
Yes, absolutely.
God
man.
bless him.
God bless him, man. Like I said, this was one of this was a good interview, a good watch to get into. Only 30 minutes, so it went by pretty fast. Both guys, I don't know, I won't say on top of their game, but both kind of just having a bullshit conversation with a friend or a fellow.
Yeah, it felt very candid.
Yeah.
Getting loose.
Oh yeah. So we like to see more of it. What I don't want to see more of is you guys familiar with Tim Pool?
Yes, unfortunately.
Not really. I know you sent me the clip from the quartering there, but not too much. So yeah, go ahead. You want to explain to the people Tim Pool?
So this is just another little small one I wanted to bring up. I have a few small ones before we get into the main course, and make sure you guys stick around. We got Joe Rogan coming up. We got Burt Kreischer
All the heavy
on
hitters are coming.
Xanax.
Big Papa Bert.
I will say we had Mike Tyson as an undercard today. That's a pretty
That's a
fucking
good
damn
undercard.
good undercard.
It's a good undercard. We had a busy week here in podcast, and it was fun to watch and cover and bring these clips to you guys. We do have a lot more, like I said. I found it pretty repulsing though. Tim Pool. So you asked, Mario.
Yes, enlighten the people.
So Tim Pool he calls himself a centrist. He's a political commentator. Calls himself a centrist. A lot of the issues he speaks out upon is more right leaning, I guess. But that's not for me to really judge. Whatever you want to call yourself, you can call yourself. Put yourself in a little box and ship it down the river to whatever the fuck you're trying to achieve in life. But hey man, the guy makes his money, makes his living, makes his earnings. Doing what he does. He's another one, I guess found his shtick and just ran with it. So, I mean, if you guys are into that, so be it. It's hit or miss for me. I do like the alternative media aspect of the way he goes. It's just an alternative from the CNN, the Fox, the, all that kind of shit, CBS. But what I didn't enjoy, man, so Tim Pool, when you're doing this whole political thing, man, you're gonna have enemies, right? And we're gonna have people who maybe not agree with us on everything we say. Imagine
Sure.
on a political side where you're getting into real fucking shit. Yeah.
Right.
It's like people are gonna come at you on a different
And
angle.
this is a very divided country right now as it is.
So, and Tim isn't, he'll be the first one to tell you how divided it is. I mean, all his, you think our shit's fucking like clickbaity, his shit's like Civil War tomorrow, question mark?
World War III,
Right. So it's like that kind of shit.
exclusive coverage.
So we watched Tim, and throughout this past year, Tim has been getting what we know as swatted. You guys are familiar with being swatted?
Yes.
Yeah.
So swatted.
Very serious shit.
So some serious shit. So he's been swatted now 8 times.
Times.
Up until this past week, which
That's
was
got to
actually
be like scary.
the 9th
after
time.
like
The 9th time was this past week. So I was on YouTube. I was watching this live actually, and when I seen Tim Pool swatted again, it got me thinking, dude. I'm like, can someone really be swatted 9 times? Like, or is this at this
they
point,
gotta like the boy who cried wolf scenarios.
right?
how could, yeah, I mean getting swatted is serious. Like you're sending over these guys to literally just like raid
the house.
the house.
Yeah.
And apprehend this person.
I'm going to jail.
Why, if it didn't happen, if you didn't bring this person into custody the first 8 times,
Or persons.
or
Right.
persons,
They
whoever
have-
it is,
they-
whatever the situation is,
They haven't found this person yet.
who, like this entity, we'll call them.
Yeah.
If they haven't been apprehended the first 8 times, why would you send someone a 9th? Why would you send these guys over a 9th time?
Dude, it's absolutely bizarre, man. Like I said, when the first couple times I was like, oh shit, maybe. Like,
And I think, and don't get me wrong, I think this is true, right? Like if they trace it, like if you falsely swat somebody and they trace it back to you, you are in deep shit.
it's a felony offense.
It's a federal offense.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. The first couple times, I watched it. I'm like, not this one, the 9th one, but the first few swattings, I was watching it and I was like, oh shit, man, dude. Like his political rivals are really fucking out for blood, and maybe that was the case for the first couple times. I think Tim has gotten to the point now. Now, Tim, he collects super chats on his channel, and at
Right.
the end of the show, he'll read the super chats. You pay him the money, and he'll read your chat.
Submit your question, right? Yeah.
I think that's kind of bogus. But for someone like him who's trying to be alternative, I could see why you're doing it. I think it's bogus for people like Ethan Klein to do it when you have a fucking multi-million-dollar house in Beverly Hills and you're collecting super chats for fucking...
Right.
For what? I mean, what do you need super chats for, dude? You have all the money in the world. So for Tim, I could see, but still, I'm not...
Yeah. Some smaller shows that are more on like, even like kind of below Tim's level.
You should read people's comments regardless.
Right.
Is my point.
You'll see them do super chat questions just to kind of like help add to the production value of the show or just kind of contribute back to the studio or whatever.
Well, literally,
But-
for the last half hour of his show, he goes for about 2.5 hours.
Just
So
reads the super chats,
It's
right?
just all
Right.
super chats, and that's like a segment of his show. And that's like,
Yeah.
for the viewer...
I've seen a few YouTubers that do that, yeah.
For the viewer, though, that's like fucking obnoxious, dude. It's like, I don't like, you know what I mean? Like, if I
Yeah,
don't have
it's like,
money,
oh,
if I don't have... Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
right.
If I don't have the money to
I can't
donate,
participate.
I can't participate in this.
Because I've been in I've been on live streams where I've participated in the live chat, but like you said, it kind of goes unnoticed because they're just reading super chat questions
Right.
on the show.
So, I guess my biggest thing out of this whole thing is I think Tim, he's gotten away up to this point with, getting swatted live on air, leaving the show, coming back, giving you guys an update. It draws all this, traffic to his channel. Oh my God, these political rivals, get the left, we gotta, get the right, or get the, whatever it is. It's like, it just drives this like fucking like two teams. We gotta fucking come, together on our team to fight the other team. And I think, at a certain point, Tim just got to the point where he's like, yo, let's see how much we can get away with. We're gonna call it a swatting, have one of our, people we pay to dress up like a cop, and we're gonna see
Stage the whole thing and
how much money could we collect through this whole thing.
and think
without
about the
doing a thing.
headlines that creates,
And exactly.
and that creates a
That-
narrative that you can actually work to your advantage.
Oh, exactly. That's my point.
because now I'm being swatted unfairly, blah 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 XYZ.
But at really behind closed doors, I'm just kicking back. The next 3 hours we're gonna, on this podcast, it was 3 hours. There was 40,000 people watching. The super chats were coming in like crazy. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, this is probably either the most fucked up thing that happened to somebody or the greatest scheme ever invented to
Right.
mankind. So let's watch it. This was right before the swatting, and a little commentary goes to Ace1918 here on YouTube. 20,000 subs, so nothing to really sneeze at, I guess. I'll promote him regardless, but let's watch it. Tim Pool, everybody, getting swatted for the 9th time. And Jeremy from the Quartering as well, but, he's beneath us. We don't need to discuss it.
But the problem is it's the business of medicine that they're incentivized to have people be ill so that they buy their medicine. Like if the fire department was incentivized to put out fires and they got paid more for every fire they put out.
We have to evacuate the building.
You better believe that you'd see a lot more fires. You guys, I love you. I think
we're just going to leave keep the live stream going, but we have to evacuate the building.
All right.
All right.
We'll be right
You
back.
heard it from the top.
Stream
Now,
will
now
just
watch
stay up
everyone's
as it is.
mannerisms.
Please stay tuned.
And
We'll be
just
back.
please keep watching in case something
real.
happens, but we have to evacuate.
have the
the
wide
building.
shot?
We're on break. Go to
You have the
TommyAltman.com.
wide
We're
shot?
gonna grab something to drink. We're being told we need to evacuate the building. So keep watching, keep the stream up.
Like something here just smells fishy to me. Like it doesn't seem genuine. So, oh, we gotta keep the live stream going. It's
Like,
oh.
I guess I get like trying to keep a level of calm because like you're trying to maintain that you're on air and like you don't want to like.
I'd be like, no, but if this happened to me, dude, I'd be like, this is absurd. This is the ninth
Right,
time.
you'd be angry. You'd be like, fed up. You'd be frustrated and defeated, feeling like it just kind of feels like they're just kind of like, well,
Something happens, but we
It
have
is
to
what it
leave.
is. It is what it is.
for the 9th time.
But while we're on break, go to
You have the wide
TommyAltman.com.
shot?
We're gonna grab something to drink. We're being told we need to evacuate the building. So keep watching, keep the stream up, and can you do the wide shot?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe you'll get to watch something happen. I don't know. We have to get out of the building.
Cool.
Let's go.
I feel like the cops are the ones that usually tell you to evacuate, not your producer.
I feel like cops don't evacuate. They just bust the fuck in. Like, get down. Fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if they're raiding the place, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's
Definitely
see.
seems fishy, John.
There we go.
It just seems too casual.
These
yeah.
people are nerds. Why would they get raided?
Well, it was because of the swatting.
Getting swatted, yeah.
Someone called the cops on them.
For spreading political propaganda?
Well,
No, they were saying, like, a swatting is like, if I were to call the cops on you and say, yo, Alex is threatening to take his life and his girl's life.
Shit. Just for no reason?
For no reason. Then the cops have
fuck?
to, they're obligated.
Like,
Yeah.
that's-
They do it to
serious
people.
shit.
They do it to people on stream
Yeah.
because that's like the whole thing, like to get it on their stream, like
Yeah.
the cops coming in.
Yeah.
It was like a phase. Like for a while, a few years ago, there was like a phase where like people were doing it left and right.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, so we're going to watch.
A lot of gamers, yeah.
The next
that.
3 hours of this show. Now, we're not going to watch all 3 hours of it, but we're going to watch just the highlights. 40,000 people. Now, watch all the super chats that come in.
Hello everyone, Ace here, and today let's talk about the latest bit of news.
All right, we don't have to
And
get
while
into
this
his political commentary here.
to
But you could-
Jeremy from the Quartering also being targeted by the swatter and getting roughed up list.
Let's just fast forward here. Blah, 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 blah. Don't mind this guy. I think he goes to, if not, I'll go back. Yeah, he doesn't go to it. I'll go back to it. Where's it at?
A stream of empty.
So you see 34,000. I mean, this is, he's streaming to an empty room right there. No one's in there. There's 34,000 people, and there's donations coming out the wazoo. 110, 10, 5. And this one right here, this purple one that we can't see, is a 50. I mean, these are just coming in, and they're collecting money for doing nothing. Like you're supposed to get your super chats read. These people are just sending them money
for nothing.
My point is, dude, the reason why this I feel so passionate about this is because it takes away from people who are actually doing shit. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you don't need to be doing this. Okay, you're getting swatted, shut down the stream, you'll come back on, blase, blase. When you leave
they're trying to exploit it for
they
profit.
know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
They know their people are going to keep saying it's like, shut it down.
People get so sucked into the controversy of everything and like, ooh, like
bought in, yeah,
and
literally.
People get so invested to these podcasts where it's like, you know,
Like, I'm going to donate to the live chat and put up for the bail.
Yeah.
Type shit, yeah.
And they feel like they're fighting for a cause.
Right.
Meanwhile,
It's like, no,
John's
they're-
like
dude's
trying
going
to
to fucking Starbucks
put
right
out his
after.
own coin to fucking get us all these cameras and shit, and like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's bizarre.
It's crazy.
It's
man.
bizarre. So, yeah, man, I want to look into this more, but this just happened, I believe, on Wednesday. So let's look into it more. Let's look into it a little further. But right now, man, I don't have a good feeling. I think Tim is just out there exploiting his audience. I don't think he's putting out 100% on the content that he's putting out. I think, this is just one big gimmick, and I don't think we're going to see it stop, man, because we're heading into an election year, and this is, these guys is bread and butter. Guys like Tim Pool and Steven Crowder and the Young Turks. they make their money off election years and all these election cycles. So this, whole, ambiguous buildup that we have is all for one. It's shaping out to be one, giant, I guess, narrative for Tim that he's under political attack.
Right.
Donate at all will, man, to keep us on air, and if you don't, we're gonna go under. And you know what I mean? It's fucking complete bullshit.
Yeah, it's this cause that everybody feels like they have to contribute to, and it's like, where's it really going? You know what I mean?
What Alex said, they probably just want Starbucks.
Right. Yeah. They watch it on their phone. They're like, oh my god, look how much money.
Yeah, try and get clicks
yeah.
and like, no, we could quit our fucking jobs.
They don't
the
have
cops
jobs,
are like,
bro.
right,
That is
hey,
their
yeah,
job.
it's
the
their
cops
job.
are looking at him, freeze.
Yeah, gotcha.
Where's the crack in here?
And they're all watching it on their phones, yeah.
Yeah, like you guys are just watching
Empty
fucking
room.
Mike Pence videos. Like that's what you're doing. Like fuck.
Yeah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep an eye on that Tim Pool moving forward. But Tim Pool, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. You have a quick entry and a quick exit.
That's right.
But you are going to be looked into.
We got you in and out quick today.
Yes, we do have a lot to get into, so I'm going to kind of keep it moving. I don't want to get hung up on Tim Pool and all this shit. It is pretty fascinating, though, that, you could just not do a stream for 3 hours and get paid more. I mean, he probably made
I say we just randomly pop up on our channel and just leave up a stream.
Like,
Just
yeah.
chairs.
Yeah.
See what
That's
happens. Maybe it'll pay off.
He probably made like $10K that night, dude. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous.
Bizarre.
That's ridiculous.
And to not have to put in an ounce of work, probably sitting out front of the building, just
Feet up.
waiting to go back in.
Feet up, chilling.
Feet up, chilling. Yep.
So, I guess,
Unbelievable.
staying on the realm of Tim's, we had Tim Dillon. Obviously, he drops a show, Tim Dillon Show, every Saturday. This is Tim Dillon, episode 301. And there's nothing really bizarre about this. I mean, this is just another light one that we have for everybody, just to kind of break it in. But we're going to watch Tim Dillon here, man. This is somebody who I think that everybody kind of thinks like he's the edgelord of the group in a good way. That Tim really can really do no wrong. I mean, no matter what this guy does, he's just kind of, he gets by, and people, accept the shit that happens. I don't know. My opinion on this guy still is kind of up in the air. I'm leaning towards that he's a decent guy, not like a Brendan Schaub or a Brian Callen.
From what we've watched,
great guys.
Oh, they're fucking.
They're characters.
Cream of the crop, dude.
But from what I've watched, just going over show notes, it seems pretty genuine, I would say. I mean, compared to those guys for sure, but overall, yeah, I would say so.
So the reason why I bring this to you guys tonight is because we're gonna watch Tim just be really shitty to his producer here. Now, we watched on, every podcast that we watch, guys. We watch all these hosts and podcasters and comics, influencers. They all have producers. They all can't do anything without a producer, right? It's like, we cannot exist if we didn't have a producer. Tim's going to just be really shitty to him, dude. His guy that makes
everything go.
Makes the show run.
Yeah.
He's going to be fucking very just ill-willed, bad blood.
I have to go back on what I just said.
People, are going to watch us and be like, dude, we love the little infighting you guys got. It's,
It's funny.
It's funny. You guys, that bit you do where you're mean to him, it's like...
no, you have to take it on screen because now, like, if you put up with a little bit of it, what you're going to get out of it, you feel like, outweighs it. And it's like...
I don't think this is a bit, though. This is how Tim feels.
Well, so what I'm saying is, like, if you get through it now, you take the little bit of the abuse now, you're going to have the clout of being on this podcast, of putting up with that. People are going to comment. Yeah, it's going to become a big thing. And if you just suck it up in that one brief moment, you're set. I guess that's how they look at it. You know what I mean?
This guy's his handler.
Because why else would you take shit like that? You normally tell the person to go fuck themselves.
This is this guy's job, is just to sit here and turn on cameras and audio for Tim and let Tim talk for
this
fucking
This is
an
his
hour.
moment in on the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he's set. Tim, you guys could check this right now. Tim on his Patreon, I believe, makes like $280,000 a month.
Holy shit.
On his Patreon.
Man.
But he still runs in-show ads. There's still ads that YouTube runs that pays Tim. Tim does very well for himself, and I think Tim thinks that he's on this level where, I could talk shit to whoever I want, just because you make my show run, don't mean you're nothing. to
Right,
me.
I'll get
You're
another-
below
You're
me.
replaceable, right?
You're below me.
You're expendable, right?
So Tim is very shitty to his producer Ben here on the Tim Dillon Show, episode 301. I thought this was very fascinating to even come across, man, because it's something like this you don't even put in an episode. You cut it out. So I think this is for more of the reason why I think this is real, because if it was not real, they would have just cut it out. But I think they keep it up just to be like, oh, see, why would we keep it up if it was real, sort of thing. You know what I mean? So anyway, Tim Dillon Show, episode 301. Let's dive into it.
Shut up. Stop hitting.
Right off the bat.
I'm just thinking it. Check.
Let's just rewind that and let's just watch what happens again.
Shut up. Stop hitting. I'm just thinking it. Check, test. It's all fake.
It's a clapper, so I
It's
can
so
see the
fake.
thing and then sync.
It's one of these things you do to make believe that you're doing something.
But it's not.
Whoa. I mean, off the bat.
Just taking him in right now.
That's a pretty sharp dig right there.
Tim Dillon must have woke up on the wrong side of the
Somebody
bed.
pissed in his Cheerios.
Yeah. He clearly didn't buy the, what's that pillow, bro? The My Pillow. Yeah,
Bro.
so his neck's all fucked up now, and now he's in pissed off mood, and he's just like, why are you clapping for? This isn't fucking Night Bright.
You need a Snickers, bro. You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah, calm the fuck down, Tim Dillon.
Dial that back a couple notches, bud.
Settle down.
You got to take like 25% off that, bud.
He looks like Governor Phil Murphy.
One of these things you do to make
Mixed with Chris Christie.
But it's
No,
not anything.
Chris Christie, yeah.
There it is. There
Fuck,
it is.
bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the
I
resemblance.
don't see it, dude. I don't see it at all, dude.
Yeah, now Chris Christie, he looks like Chris Christie.
Are we just implying they're both very portly gentlemen? We'll just put it that way.
I just think they got the same haircut, dude. Yeah, they're heavy.
Oh, the haircut. That's it. Yeah.
So watch Tim just right off the bat. Episode.
He looks younger though. Sorry,
He does
sorry.
look younger, yeah.
Yeah.
The episode's not even 1 minute in, and Tim is just fucking attacking his producer. I mean, fuck, that's pretty shitty, huh?
Yeah, he went in on him.
Yeah, it's
immediately.
shitty, man. I'd feel terrible.
I don't know. I'm not sold on it.
hitting.
I feel like that might just be playful banter.
I'm just thinking it.
You got any more evidence
test.
to convince me?
Oh yes.
All right, let me
fake.
see.
It's a clapper, so I
It's
can
so
see the
fake.
thing and then
Not a good start.
Not a good
Definitely,
start.
Yeah.
One of these things you do to make believe that you're doing something.
But it's not anything.
It's. What is it? SeaWorld? Seals? You gonna throw me a fish?
Well, if I had a clapper, if I just went like that.
Damn, Tim.
Damn.
That's what people are talking about.
We're rolling.
We're rolling, and see, and right there, man. He's like, bro, are you done, bro?
He's like, we're live, you asshole. You gonna shut up?
Yeah, like I'm not cutting this out, bro. People are gonna see how fucked up you are to me. And he's like, well, let's do it. Let's snort some more coke, huh?
Oh yeah.
It's probably
I
good
know we
fucking
are.
Coke.
It's the Tim Dillon. Can you sit in your chair and do the show? Where are you going?
I was looking for my water.
Your water?
And look how uncomfortable this is, man. I mean, he can't even face Tim and laugh him in the face. He's got to look the other way, look
Yeah.
down at his mic, look down at his shoes.
And you can
anywhere
tell he's
but
getting
the
like
camera.
super fidgety. Like he
Super
just
fidgety.
like
He's
he'd
gotta
rather be
grab
anywhere
something.
but on this set
Right.
right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show, if we can even call it that. If everybody's settled down, our friends Devin Costa, Ida Tabacoli join us.
So for the first 1 minute, first 60 seconds
Just
of the
berating
show,
this guy.
it's just Mike Tyson jabs at the body.
Dude, it's just been straight the whole time.
Phew, man.
No chaser.
So if that didn't sell you,
Hey, just fucking flaming him, dude.
we got to jump ahead here. But sure,
An hour and a half in.
it's all right.
You gotta find a section where his producer barks back.
It's okay.
he
was
doesn't
just
bark back.
He was just really
That's the
nice to
thing.
him for the next hour and a half. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Well, no. See, this whole podcast was just Kardashian talk, which was kind of bizarre for Tim. To
Yeah, it's a
talk.
little,
yeah, it's just why are we
out of
talking-
his character.
Why are we talking about the Kardashians?
Why aren't we talking about the Kardashians? Is
It's-
the real question.
Yeah, we're fucking up.
Well, dude, everyone else.
We don't
talks
want to
about
stoop
them.
that low.
I ain't got nothing to
We
say
we
about
went
them
as low
anyway.
as it gets. We got to keep it right here. You know what I mean? We don't want to be down here.
That's pretty low.
We don't want to be in the gutter.
Talk about Kanye.
This is a very classy podcast we have running here. You know.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dap us up. We're dapper.
Dapper gang.
I mean, look at our shirts, dude. We came prepared.
You guys are dapper
Yeah.
all day.
You know, I think I might undo a button for that one.
Oh, dude, you have to. Those kind of shirts call for yeah. There it is.
There
Say
it is.
hello to my
Show off
chest.
that chest hair.
Confidence.
Yes. So we're gonna move on to 138.43 here, and Tim is just gonna be more shitty to his producer.
What did I
You
ask
wanted
her
more
before
evidence,
we
you
left?
got it.
Let me see it.
What she thought about.
Do you even pay attention to the show? Are you just watching like golf matches in your own head? Do you even pay attention to what we're doing here? I mean, it's an honest question.
So what Ida said is she said they're the most powerful force in the.
And he's just smoking a cigarette.
That's
like-
his way of calming down, puffing on the cigarette.
Yeah, dude. That's a puff, an awkward puff. You know what I mean? Like
That's a stress puff.
That's
That's a
I'm just
stress puff,
That's I'm
for
trying
sure.
to keep it together.
yeah.
Stress
so,
puff.
I mean, you know what I mean? I think we've gotten to the point, like I said, dude, Ben, the producer, is his handler. He is hired to be, has one job. He has one job and one job only, to be a yes man. He is not meant to, derail the show off of, the rails. He's not meant to go against him and, go against the grain. Tim, what do you want? How can I make this better? Yes, sir. No, sir. Right away, sir. That's the kind of guy that this guy is here. Tim is just not having it today. He's just fed up.
Something's off with them.
Something's
Just a
off.
bad day, yeah.
Just a bad day. The Gringo Poppy is in existence.
It's got everybody fucked up right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. The Gringo Poppy, because Tim just put out a special too, and we don't hear much of it throughout this whole podcast, last week's podcast. I'll tell you what.
I didn't even know. Yeah, well, I dropped the special.
One of the things that probably is bugging Tim is that he looks at Brendan Schaub's Gringo Poppy a lot worse, poorly produced. The set is a damn ripoff of Tim's
And it's
studio,
getting numbers.
and it's getting more numbers than
Because
Tim.
no matter what, we always say, any press is good press. And the word of mouth, however you feel about it, everybody's checking it out. Everybody's got to know what's going on with Brendan Schaub. So it's just benefiting him in the end, because at the end of the day, we're still pumping YouTube's algorithm watching that special. So
And Tim is furious over this.
and I understand. Believe me,
Me
we
too.
talk about it. We get frustrated sometimes on
Sure.
our show. We understand,
Sure.
So, but yeah. I mean, that's exactly it, though. I mean, it doesn't matter how you feel about it. You're getting the clicks. That's all.
That's all that matters.
That's all a guy like
that
Brendan Schaub is chasing.
Yes,
That's it.
and so
because
is
that
Tim.
leads to
And
the
so is
bag,
Tim.
right? Because like you said, that leads to the money. That leads to getting your bag. You're good.
Tim is the same kind of guy. I mean, he might not show it in such an obvious.
He's
manner.
not. He's not as like, I guess, lack of a better term, flamboyant about it,
bit,
like
right,
Brendan Schaub is.
right.
Brendan Schaub's a little more in your face with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it does bother Tim when he puts out a special.
Sure, yeah.
And he is bigger on the internet, and so in his mind, anyway, he's bigger than Brendan Schaub will ever be. But yet, Brendan's
He's more
still
established too. Yeah.
2 million views on the
Right.
Gringo Poppy on a bullshit comedy. I won't even call it a special. It's just a,
That's one of the worst comedy specials. I'm not even I'm not being
It's a parody
hyperbolic. I'm not even fucking around. Like that was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
You know what the Gringo Poppy
I
is?
love comedy. I watch comedy all the time. I go to comedy shows. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
The Gringo Poppy, yeah, shit. The Gringo Poppy
The Gringly Poppily.
is a perfect example of a parody of comedy.
Yeah,
It's
it
what
played out
comedy
like
should be.
like if that was
Or-
like if Brendan Schaub was playing like a failing comic in a comedy movie.
That's what it
I
would
would have
be.
been like, wow, that was a great fucking acting
Right.
performance.
Maybe he should have done that.
Get into like one of those like rom-coms, like make it for
Yeah.
cheap and just kind of play like a failing comic.
Yeah.
There
he
you
would
go.
play- that's perfect
Listen,
role for
Brendan
him, yeah.
Schaub, look, as much as we dunk on you all the time on this show, we're trying to fucking throw you a bone here, dude.
Dude, I
all we ask is a little percentage. That's all.
little
little
percentage,
bit.
man.
We just want to be business partners.
Well,
It's all in good fun, right?
I don't know. I guess, man.
Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself now. Fuck.
You're cut off. Oh,
See,
no,
I'm just trying to think big picture here, boys. I'm trying to benefit.
I respect that.
For
man.
the
Hey,
good of the, it's for the good of the team.
it's for good of the team. It's for you got to benefit any way you can, man.
Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet. You know what I mean?
Well, for guys like Brendan, man, it shouldn't take guys like us to tell you what you should, what role you should step in.
No, we shouldn't be affecting anything you're doing.
Exactly. So let's watch Tim. We have two more instances of Tim Dillon being shitty to his producer and taking it out on his producer, whatever you want to interpret it as. I'm seeing it as Tim's pissed off about his special not doing well, and he's going to just attack the first person in sight that he sees. Let's watch it.
What we're doing here. I mean, it's an honest question.
So what Ida said is she said they're the most powerful force in the country, and you kind of wanted her to extrapolate that. And then you went on to the car thing.
What is it about? Yeah, it's my fault. It's the way he lays it on me. And then you went on.
Well, I didn't know which thing you wanted to go back to because she didn't really answer that question.
What is it about them particularly?
And there it is. Tim Dillon jumping to the last clip, 152.38. Tim being shitty for the last time on this show. Let's watch it.
They'll sling it. Ida Tavakoli, Devin Costa, the always ungrateful and vastly, I mean, just useless in a way that's shocking, stunning, in a way that's surprising to me how out of it he is.
Free Ben.
There it
I'm
is.
truly out of it. Free him. Free him. He can go back to the pet store he used to work at.
Whoa!
Oh,
shit.
Damn.
Throwing daggers, Tim Dillon. Timmy Dagger Dillons.
Wow, it just came at the whole man's fucking career.
Look at this guy, dude. He's like, yep, I worked at PetSmart.
Hey, my name's Rick.
Thanks, Tim. You gave me everything I own today, Tim. I'll keep saying yes. I'll keep fucking sucking your dick, metaphorically.
Yanking your metaphorically.
Now, Tim's looking at him like, "No, you're gonna fucking grease the shaft. You're gonna grease the fucking balls.
Well, Tim is gay, so
you're gonna tongue my fucking butthole.
There
you're gonna
isn't-
do whatever you got to do to brown nose for this fucking job.
Literally, he's gonna have a brown nose.
Tim is gay, man. He's openly gay, and there has been rumors out there on the internet. I can't verify it. If you guys could find anything that could verify it, but there's rumors that these guys, punch each other's fart box, man. I mean, that's just what it is.
You know what?
Dude.
It's 2022, man. Do you?
Let's watch it one more time. Tim being shitty to his producer.
Stunning in a way that's surprising to me how out of it he is.
Free Ben.
How truly out of it he is. Free him. Free him. He can go back to the pet store.
I can see
he used
him
to work
being
at.
like his
That's real
top-
freedom. Dealing with comics that would come in and talk about
Like his
fucking
producer
the cat.
being the bottom.
Good night.
And that's how the show ends, ladies and gentlemen. So there it is. There you have it. Tim Dillon being shitty to producer Ben. Brandon, did I give you enough to change your mind? What do you think, dude? What do you think?
Yeah, he's kind of being a prick. He's
kind of being a dickhead.
Listen,
huh?
Yeah.
don't take shit from your boss. Don't let him fucking push you around,
Not
no
even
matter
on
where
live
you
TV.
work.
Not even
live
on
on YouTube.
That's right. It's not worth it.
Oh no,
You
dude.
matter more than a fucking dollar. The dollar ain't worth shit nowadays.
Well, dude, where's he gonna go work? Back at PetSmart? What would you rather be doing?
Nah, I know.
What would you rather be doing?
That
Seriously.
being said, I am
Probably
kidding.
work at
It's easier
PetSmart.
said than done.
Well, I mean, dude,
No, but it's true. Like, at what point does like
where do you draw the line?
Where do you draw the line where it's like, okay, now you're like crossing my personal boundaries and you're kind of like coming at my integrity as a person.
And you're making you're making me look like a fucking.
You're making me look like an
idiot.
asshole. Like I'm just a stooge for you. And it's like maybe I am better off just going back and working at PetSmart where I'm, I can just kind of live my quiet life.
At least I'm valued.
At least I'm valued. At least I can just quietly make my money and just not
Someone's
be.
gonna treat me like this.
Right.
Yeah, like it's because like I was kidding, but like it's easier said than done, like I said, and that's why a lot of these people put up with this kind of shit. But like,
Well, that's
at what
sickening,
point
bro.
do you draw the line in the sand? Like we were just saying,
It's sickening, bro.
you
These
got to
guys-
really think about that. Like at what point does your own well-being overvalue money?
Well, that's the thing, dude. We see, look, we watch this level of, just yes ending and just taking whatever, comes your way because of the bag and how can we get my next bag? We see that from guys like Joe Rogan, Logan Paul, Tim Dillon, Brendan Schaub.
Rogan has been the same since that Spotify deal. I'm telling you, I've been saying it on the show.
No, dude. Yeah,
and
you're
I
absolutely
like
right.
as someone who used to actually enjoy his interviews with all the people he had on his show. I haven't been able to watch a single episode since.
Absolutely.
Other than the clips here and there we do for this show, but
We see that on the level of, these high profile guys. When you're a producer, a no-name producer trying to, come up in the LA or Austin comedy scene and podcast scene, and you don't have two fucking pots to piss in or two nickels to
and you
rub.
don't have those connections that these guys have.
You're
that the
gonna-
Rogans of the world have.
We see Rogan and these guys put up with a lot. You're going to see these producers put up with whatever because they don't have a fucking backbone, dude. Like, whatever their, handler tells them to do, they're going to go and make sure they do it, and they're going to do it with a smile on the face every time. It's just how it is.
It's just like you have a boss that's so much more wealthier and powerful than you are. Has way more of a stature that if you want to have any type of career doing that kind of business, because we all know that the LA comic scene and Hollywood and just entertainment in general can be a very dark and shady business. And there's a lot of dirty things that go on behind the scenes. You have to be prepared for this kind of stuff.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you gotta know that you're gonna have to put up with a lot of shit that can be demeaning to some people. You know, some people just can't deal with that.
They've accepted it.
Right, and you have to. I mean, you have to have a thick skin, or you're never gonna make it.
You don't, go to work for these guys, and it's just you've already accepted it in your mind. Like, this is what you're gonna put up with. I'll put up with this much, and every day that you show up to work, there's a little bit more that's taken from you. And the more you get degraded and kind of shit on and pissed on a figurative sense,
it eats at you.
It doesn't just eat at you, but the more you're gonna take, like the more that Tim fucking is shitty to Ben.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. It's gonna break you down to the point where you're gonna be able. You're just gonna take more because you're so defeated.
Right.
And you're looking at it like, well, this is my only way at this.
Exactly.
This is my only path at this, so I have to do it.
I have to do it. And it's like, all right,
and it's understandable because a lot of people don't have that path where it's like they were born into a family that's already involved, or
they had a break with Rogan.
They had a break, or they met the right person who their career just took off. You know what I mean?
So what I'm trying to do, what I'm proposing is, it's called if Avengers, Team Assemble or Everyone Assemble, whatever the fuck it's
called. It's a good analogy, right?
So producers assemble. I want the producers of the world to stand up for yourselves, because I want you guys to realize, without you guys, Joe Rogan, Tim Dillon, Bill Burr, everybody you see online, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere, these guys wouldn't have a show because of you guys. And you could easily make the argument, oh, well, they would just replace him, they would hire someone else. But it's got to stop somewhere. If Ben, in that instance right there, if Ben just set up and just was like, yo, dude, fuck you, bro.
Back the fuck off.
Right, back the fuck off. What would that do? What kind of chain reaction would that set?
That makes you just kind of snap, oh shit,
Think about the rest of the producers. They'd be like, oh shit, man, there's hope.
I have a voice now.
I have a voice now.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, look, and we speak of this as a show that John is our producer at just point blank period. You run the show here behind the scenes as well as host the show, sure, and. You know better than anybody what it entails to run a show like this. And, being that you kind of play both of these roles, you know how that dynamic should work. And you know the things that happen behind the scenes that could, cause a podcast to be delayed or canceled, or something just goes wrong. And, on top of that, you host a show. So, what all this entails. So, know your worth, people. You're doing. You got both hats on, and you're fucking doing all this shit. And dude, we come in every day. We're like, dude, if John wasn't here, we wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, right.
We appreciate the fuck out of you, dude.
For sure.
You gotta appreciate the people that have your show running, because it's easy to just come in, sit down in a chair, throw on headphones like we do, and just start talking. But I wouldn't have a voice if it wasn't for John setting up these mics.
Oh man,
setting up the interface.
Wow, well fucking.
You know what I mean?
Mario.
You gotta acknowledge the producer is an integral fucking part of the show, dude.
I mean, then that's the full.
Show these guys some respect. You know what I mean? Look, you guys are already well off enough. These guys, at this level that we're talking about here now. Just cut these guys some fucking slack, man.
Dude.
They're keeping your shit running.
Yeah, dude. And
hell yeah.
I appreciate those kind words.
That's how you should treat a producer.
That's how
of course, man. John does a good fucking job, man, and gets this whole thing running. Like you can look at our set on YouTube unknowingly and think we're paying an hourly rate at some studio to shoot this in a backdrop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
you'd have no.
What
clue.
does that tell you? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, it's I just wish, and I appreciate that, man. And I just wish everyone would kind of see their value, and kind of, we see it with Joe Rogan and his producer Jamie. We see it with, the King and the Sting and the Fighter and the Kid and producer Chin. We talked about last week's show. Obviously Ben on the Tim Dillon show, and it's just like these guys will
Free
Ben. Well, these guys will put up with whatever, man, and it's time to put your foot down and say enough is enough, because if you don't, no one else will, man. So it's got to start with somebody.
I feel like, and if I'm crossing the line here, biting off more than we could chew, just let me know. I feel like Ben, if you're out there listening and you want a job, come here. We'll treat you right over here at In the Paint podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. No, we're definitely not biting off more than we could chew, man. Ben, yeah, dude. I mean, even if you just want to be a host, dude. I mean, you don't have to worry about the producing side of it. I will produce the show. You just sit in.
We'll promote you. We'll promote you to host.
Give your
co-host.
synopsis on Tim. Tell us all the dirt. Spill everything you know.
The tell all.
The tell all.
Tim's
dude,
tell all.
We will make you a star, dude.
We'll do it together.
We'll do it together, man. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty insane to watch, and I felt like that was good to bring up. But this show, as we established last week, would be nothing without the likes of
Schaub.
Brendan A. Schaub, everyone. Welcome back. We are the designated Brendan Schaub hate channel.
Just keep coming back for more, baby. Let's do it.
We had his cousin comment, Brandon Schaub.
Brandon Schaub, dude.
Brandon Schaub.
Brandon Schaub. This show would not be anything without Brandon Schaub. So first and foremost, I would like to tip my hat to Brandon Schaub once more. Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you, sir.
Many thanks to the Gringo Poppy himself.
Without Brendan, you know, who knows if there would even... Nah, there would still be a show. Let's not get too carried away here, man.
Next thing you know, we're going to have him ghost writing songs for us.
Yeah, oh my God, imagine that.
Please. Oh, we're revealing secrets. We have to shut up.
Brendan Schaub back in, our news cycle this past week. I wasn't going to bring him up on the show.
The saga continues.
But, dude, you
can't not.
But
yeah.
I do appreciate Brendan and the fighter and the kid and everything that it's worth because it just adds to what we're doing. You know what I mean? It's hard not to put him in the notes.
Well, we make the joke that these shows the past few weeks have written themselves, but they really have.
They write themselves.
I mean,
dude.
this stuff is just like right there, ripe for the picking for us. So we have to cover it.
And they always say, don't punch down, right?
Oh no,
and
you always
I feel like
punch
we're not
up.
punching down.
Always
at this,
punch up.
And this is what we're doing.
Listen, we're the little guys. We know we're the little guys.
Yeah, we're not punching, dude.
We have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
We're pulling the curtains up. We're not punching,
it is.
dude. Yeah.
Pulling the veil back, baby. Let's do it.
So we talked about, I believe, was it 2 weeks ago or last week? I forget. I can't remember. But I think it was 2 weeks ago.
I want to say 2 weeks ago,
2
yeah.
weeks ago, we talked about how Bent Pixels, you guys remember Bent Pixels?
Yes,
Shout out
yes.
to Bent Pixels.
Shout out.
Production company, yeah.
Releasing that copyright claim.
Took a
How
fat
Thank you for
classy-
another notch in
Took a
the
fat
belt.
L.
Those fucking sleazeballs.
How classy you
Fucking
Bent
greasy.
Fucking greases.
No, but it was classy for Bent Pixels to release the copyright claim for whatever that's worth. They released a copyright claim on our channel for reviewing and giving our commentary on the Gringo Poppy. Now, like I said, I don't think we should have even been copyrighted to begin with. In their eyes, we're just a small channel, man. It's not like we're reaching, 10 million people with this information. We're reaching, a select audience, a smaller audience, but an audience at that. And, for them to really kind of kneecap us right after the show was over was kind of fucked up, man. And I always put it in the example, Brandon. Always put this in the example.
Oh, yeah.
This
Tell
is
'em.
another classic example of the big guy trying to silence the little guy.
Yes, sir.
And that's just what it is,
Classic.
dude. It's classic. Classic example.
It's like
dude.
the ant with the magnifying glass
Right.
on the hot summer day. Just burning off your feelers.
So, I mean, after Ben Pixels did that, man, I kind of had an axe to grind with them, so to speak. And I will be reviewing every Brendan Schaub clip from now to the end of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the new designated Brendan Schaub hate channel. Thank you very
Everybody
much.
sound off in the live chat for your hate for Brendan Schaub. We're going to embrace it, everybody.
Fuck you, Brendan.
We're embracing our new role in society.
So, this past week, Comedy Enforcement over on YouTube, who's got 709 subs. Shout out to 709, man. If I was only there, it would be a great day for 709 subs. We're sitting at 483.
Yeah,
gained
we're
a few
almost at
today.
500. We're getting there.
And shout out to
we gained
everyone.
a few today. Yeah, thank you guys for
Whoever-
checking out the video. And
Yes.
subbing the
Now,
channel.
I know for you newcomers, it must be a drastic fucking thing to watch to see Jumper drop and like, oh shit, this guy, these guys are dropping sick music, and then all of a sudden you're just like tuning into this, and you're like, holy fuck,
It's a totally different beast. Yeah.
what did we get ourselves into?
What? Hey,
Brendan
don't forget to
Schaub
like and
hate-
subscribe.
Yeah, dude. There it
Check
is.
us out on Spotify if you have that sort of thing.
On the spot.
If I
We just do half sentences.
I didn't know if like his brain broke or what. I had to,
I think you guys just finished each other's sentence right there.
we just have that connection, me and Alex.
We do.
Yeah, we're locked in.
So Comedy Enforcement dropped. The title is The Thickening. Brendan Schaub strikes smaller YouTube channels.
See, we're not alone.
We're not alone. Let's watch what happens, guys. Brendan Schaub. This will be the first of many clips on tonight's episode. Striking smaller YouTube channels. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, look at that lip he's packing. Holy shit. That's a fucking boulder.
God, he looks like white trash.
So the thickening is happening. So Brendan Schaub has been going after smaller channels, and I don't like that. Even though I don't dislike
I don't
him,
either.
I do
Yeah,
hate
we don't like
seeing
it one bit.
We have
big
something in
companies
common.
and Big channels abuse the YouTube copyright system. You guys probably know of Speaking is Funny. He's a smaller channel with around 20,000 subs that made some great videos about Brendan Schaub. Real well done.
Hey, did you ever check out Win by 2 on YouTube? Because we make some pretty sick videos about Brendan Schaub, I'd say.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. That one thumbnail there kind of looks like the one that I did for Brendan Schaub. The one that kind of started everything.
Videos. He had an
get back
incident in his last video reviewing
Shameless
the Wingo
plug.
Poppy.
Shameless
Was taken
plug.
down for content ID claim by Ben Pixels.
Ben Pixels.
Basically
Ben
blocking the entire
Pixels.
video
Oh, we
and
heard of
taking
them.
it offline. Ben Pixels is a huge company that represents many YouTubers and comics like
Pixels.
Joe Rogan and all of his friends. I've received copyright claims from them before, so that's how I know them.
Whoa,
Well,
so this guy, Comedy Enforcement's received copyright.
Sounds like us.
Sounds like us, man. So,
Damn.
hey, Comedy Enforcement, man, hey, let's unite, guys.
Let's do it.
Hey, man, we're on to something here.
The quote-unquote haters of the internet have to unite
Gotta
somehow,
band
right?
together.
We got to band together.
How ass backwards is that? Brendan Schaub's fucking
Striking.
management company. Someone who doesn't go on the internet or read the comments.
Right.
Gets
Listen,
pissed
the
off
one thing
to
he doesn't
rage
know is that
strike every-
us at the
striking
bottom,
everyone.
we're not fucking scared of Brendan
What a
Schaub.
piece of fucking shit.
Filth, dude.
Oh my god, I feel like I gotta take a shower now.
You know what
Yo,
I'd ra-
speaking of that, though, what he said, well, I don't even know what's Bull's name. Old head, I don't know his name.
Brian Callen.
Yeah, Brian Callen. He said, I forget what he said. He said some hypocrite shit though. He was like, I don't know. Hopefully I think it's in one of the clips, but about exactly what Alex said. The fucking how they say they don't read comments.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, oh, I read this comment, but not any other one.
Well, that's the thing, dude.
What a
You wouldn't be
fucking
doing
lying-
this shit if you weren't reading comments, dude. Get the fuck out.
Exactly, dude. And that's the thing. They'll have you believe that they don't read anything on the internet that ever exists, ever. But, you know, they'll proceed to tell you that, oh, dude, the last video I just dropped, I was reading the comments and they told me how good of a job I did and I was so happy. And it's like, but you don't read the fucking bullshit. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You can't have it both ways. You can't not read comments and then read comments. It's like you have to, you know, if you're reading comments, you're reading good and bad. You're not just reading everything good about you.
It's so hypocritical. 'Cause
Yeah.
he'll get on and defend himself about the shit that's being said. That all came from the comments. So it's like, how else would you know about it if you didn't directly look at it yourself? Someone could have brought
Right.
it to your attention, but the length of detail that he goes in to defend himself is as if he's responding directly to the comments.
comments.
And then they always end it with, but I don't read the comments.
But I don't, yeah.
It's
But
just
I'm
crazy,
right.
man. You're a comic and a podcaster, and you're a
and
former
little-
athlete,
and a bitch.
and you don't. Yeah, and you're a
Bitch.
fucking bitch. You have no fucking. You're as thin as fucking tissue paper, dude. It's like, what, dude? We get comments all the time that are shitty, and we fucking laugh about
The majority of
it.
comments.
We
should've
usually
known.
text each other in the group chat, and we just crack up laughing, and we come up with like the funniest response to like kill the person with kindness because we don't care.
But guess what? I'll tell you this. For every good comment we get, man, right? Like, and I appreciate all the good comments that
Oh,
people
sure.
make.
Thank you
about
very
us.
much for you guys that support us.
Should we just be a slander channel? Just start making up rumors about people?
Start slinging mud,
Where
baby.
have you been for the last 4 weeks, Al?
We don't make shit up. We delve into their personal
He's been doing
what they put
parlays.
out there.
He's been doing parlays.
I'm just saying we'll be fun. We'll make
Fucking
shit
degenerate.
up. Like Ethan Klein smuggled Albanian midgets. Fucking.
Oh, Ethan Klein.
I heard about that.
Whoa, you're gonna get us swatted, dude.
I heard
Stop.
about that.
No, but on
We're
a serious
spreading
note,
serious government information.
on a serious,
Play pickleball with. I'm dead serious.
we're not.
Yeah, I saw that. He's forcing them to play pickleball.
Al, we don't need to be a slander
Is that
channel.
real?
We don't need to be a slander channel, man. These guys slander themselves. And
Exactly.
We report on it.
We expose it.
We expose it. We don't even just expose it, bro. We watch it
We analyze.
and we analyze.
And analyze. Facts.
So it's
We're scholarly
and
here.
report.
we don't have
Right,
to do
and
it.
report.
We don't have to do anything more than what we're already doing because it's just handed to us on a silver platter. Now, what I was gonna say is for every good comment we get, guys, and I appreciate all the good comments and
Sure,
the
yeah.
nice things that people have to say, especially for the music. But I almost find it more, I guess, interesting when someone decides to go, against the grain.
Be the contrarian.
Be the contrarian, exactly. And, give us their actual real thoughts, opinions, and what they think we fucked up on, did something wrong with. And there's been a plethora of them, man, from anywhere from Mario's weight to the style we play on covers, to how it doesn't sound good, to
How we just physically can't play our instruments.
so there's been a plethora of them, but I almost enjoy them more than I do the good work guys, crushed, fire emoji, you know what I mean? Because it's like, at least you guys are keeping us on our toes.
I get you, yeah.
The point I'm making is I appreciate all the comments, obviously, but I'm reading all of them as well. If we started getting 2,000 comments, chances are I'd read a lot of them, man, good and bad.
Sure. I mean, how could you not? I mean,
it's what people are saying about
right.
you.
At the end of the day,
people want to know what people are saying about
exactly. Like we put out our music, that's our art, and we want to know people's feedback.
That's why we put it out.
You put it out because you want people to hear it and give feedback.
Exactly.
And then when you get positive feedback, okay, we did this right. Ooh, these people are saying negative things. Maybe we can work on this for the next record. It's a learning experience, and you kind of just brush it off. It's not personal. They're not threatening your family. They're not threatening your life and your well-being. It's a fucking YouTube comment. It's harmless.
As Denny Green once said before, the famous coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
That's why we play the game.
That's right.
I believe it was Denny Green or Jim Moore.
I thought he said what doesn't kill.
Oh, no. It's Herm Edwards. You play to win the game.
You
right?
play to win the game.
Right.
So, yeah.
Denny Green was, we are who they thought they were.
That's it.
Want to crown them? Crown their ass. That's the single greatest. That and like the Jim Moore playoffs are probably the greatest coach interviews you'll ever see in NFL history.
Talking about playoffs?
Playoffs.
Oh, he put a little AI spin on that thing.
Practice.
Talking about practice, man. That's probably one of the
Classic.
greatest interviews in all sports.
All right, so let's get back into it. Comedy enforcement. Point being is, guys, don't let these guys lie to you about not reading comments because they do read comments. So let's get back into it. Comedy enforcement here. The thickening Brendan Schaub strikes smaller YouTubers again.
Klein from the H3 podcast actually made a video talking about the situation with Speaking for Funny and Ben Pixels and how it was a clear fair use, and it actually helped out a lot. After that, the video was cleared and it's now up and running, but some others don't run with the same luck, and such is the case of Megadan. Megadan is a small YouTuber that makes JCS criminal psychology style parodies. He takes clips from podcasts and edits them with the JCS narrations on top. One of those videos.
I'm gonna check
got a
that out. That
content
sounds
ID
funny
claim
as
about
shit.
2 months ago.
I don't think you'd be able to.
Ben Pixels and from Ben Pixels and has not been resolved. And there is a pretty good chance that it goes to court, which is wild.
Court?
He basically got a copyright claim on April 12th. Then on April 19th, he filed a dispute, which was rejected. On April 27th, it was rejected on April 27th. Then on May 23rd, he appealed it again and was rejected. Finally, he got a strike on his channel on May 1st, which that sucks. Because I'm sure you guys know, 3 strikes and you're out. And not just
There goes
that
your channel,
but you're prohibited from making any other channels on YouTube, so it's crazy. Pretty scary. He disputed that strike now, and Ben Pixels basically has 8 days to remove the strike or take him to court. The crazy thing is that it's clear fair use, and thanks to Speaking for Funny, big shout out. He posted a video on his channel, so I highly suggest that you go on his channel and give him his new video some love, because he posted it at the end of his new video. It's in there. The thing is, I'm sure it's not Brendan Schaub doing the actions himself physically. I'm sure it's Ben Pixels consulting with him on what's going on, or maybe
Yes.
not. Who knows? But
Oh, it
regardless,
is.
going after
100%.
a channel for a
110.
52-second video
Oh, yeah,
makes no sense to me. Because the video is actually pretty funny. And in my opinion, not even that bad for Schaub. Just funny. But that's all we got for today. See ya.
All right, comedy enforcement, ladies and gentlemen. So
with that.
we have to look more into what's going on there with Ben Pixels. No, well, actually, we know what's going on there, man. Any criticism that Brendan Schaub receives on the internet, Ben
Flag.
Pixels is going to be the first one to flag you.
But
so
you know what?
beware.
They can't fucking beat us.
Oh no.
Boom.
Oh no. All right, so we're gonna go before we jump into the fighter and the kid. I believe it was 8:04. We're gonna watch just comedian Giannis Pappas on his podcast here. 2 trials, 1 sus. Long days with Giannis Pappas on the Giannis Pappas YouTube channel. We're gonna watch him describe the Gringo Poppy in kind of a subtle kind of way here. But it's just another instance of another comedian shitting on Brendan Schaub. Now, we watched Giannis 2 weeks ago when we did do the review on the Gringo Poppy. He was on the Tim Dillon show.
Right.
And we watched Giannis kind of and Tim riff about how shitty the Gringo Poppy actually was.
Yeah, and they were trying to tiptoe around it first, and then it just
went all in.
They just couldn't really bring
Resist.
themselves to. Yeah, they couldn't resist.
No. So we're going to watch Giannis again kind of, dive into the whole Gringo Poppy extravaganza that is, Brendan Schaub. And then we got the fighter and the kid coming up right after this. So let's watch Giannis and see what he has to say.
That he wasn't lying to the FBI, right? Like he wasn't knowingly, that means knowingly lying about the information. So like if you told me somebody's special was dog shit, right? And I went and told someone else that special is dog shit, right? And then it turned out that the special wasn't dog shit because a lot of other people or some people liked it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a lie because it's what I heard from you.
Of course.
So all he had to prove.
So that's kind of, he's kind of referring to like his appearance on the Tim Dillon show. Tim was making fun of the Gringo Poppy. I can't say that tonight for some reason, but Tim was making fun of the Gringo Poppy, 2 weeks ago on the Tim Dillon show with Giannis, and Giannis kind of just fell into it, and he was like, he's kind of just saying here, listen, if someone told me it was shitty, I'm just going to kind of take his word for it and agree that it's shitty. I'm not going to kind of, try to, ask him why and weigh in on it. My hands are clean. My hands are washed.
Exactly.
Let's rewind here and watch a little bit more
Special
of this.
wasn't dog shit because a lot of other people or some people liked it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a lie because it's what I heard from you.
Of course.
So all he had to prove was that he heard it from someone and that he said what he had heard, from that person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did.
Okay. Giannis.
That's what he did.
Okay.
Okay, that would be like you telling me the Gringo Poppy special is not not close to a Chris Rock special. And I would repeat that, and then someone would come and say, hey, I really enjoyed the Gringo Poppy. And then I would say, when I told it to the FBI, I had heard that it was fucking hammered dog shit. I'm talking about frozen dog shit that had been stomped on the floor by another feral animal who contemplated eating it, but it tasted so toxic that they didn't even eat it. And that's all I knew at the time.
Damn.
That's all he had to prove, was that it wasn't a premeditated lie.
I think that's bullying.
Which is an
Brendan
easy
Schaub.
way to get off. That's an easy thing to prove.
And we thought we were bad.
Yeah, man. So Giannis kind of just, diving right into it, man.
No holds barred.
Absolutely
No holds barred,
dunked
dude.
on him, man. Holy shit.
And did it in a subtle way. It was like, well, if you tell me that something's shitty, I'm just going to kind of go with it because I'm going to take your word. And
Exactly.
It's like,
I mean, it's maybe shitty. I don't know. If you said it was shitty.
but
yeah.
Giannis, I
Right.
mean, obviously, I talked about this.
He thinks it's shitty.
He thinks it's shitty. And he's another one where this guy, hasn't gotten the recognition he feels like he deserves. And I'd probably put Giannis above Brendan Schaub as far as comedy goes. That's not
Right.
really saying a lot because the bar is very low when it comes to Brendan. But Giannis is another guy who's looking at the situation saying, like, dude, how is Brendan Schaub at 2 million views and I'm stuck here at like 200,000, bro?
Brendan Schaub's in this win-win situation where it's like you put out the special. If it's good, well, now you're getting praised for it and people are watching it and they're subscribing. And if not, you get the other side that's like, I want to know what this whole Gringo Poppy thing's all about. I'm going to check out this channel. I'm going to watch this video. Maybe I'll subscribe to the channel. And then there you go. Either way, it's a win-win for him. So it's like,
It's kind of like,
and it sucks to watch. Like people on our level and, you know, in this case, slightly higher than us, like it's got to suck to watch that happen. It's like, well, damn, you know, it's like, where do you draw the line at like what gets you to the next level? It's like, you'll just do whatever you got to do, make any connection you got to make, do whatever you got to do. And you know, there's a reason why Netflix didn't pick this up or whatever, because it's not good. It's
dog shit.
It is dog shit. They hit it on the head. I mean, it's terrible. But again, I mean, it's marketable because he's such a prominent figure right now amongst all this shit going on.
Sure.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's kind of just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it's going to stick. And I mean, like, some shit's going to stick and some shit's going to slide down. So.
Yeah.
It's because he knows this special's so bad, but I still want to put it out because I feel like, you know, in my heart of hearts, I'm a comedian. I want to put my special out. What better time to put it out where it's going to get all the clicks because I'm this controversial figure right now?
I mean, I wouldn't. I would refrain from saying the word controversial.
Well, controversial is kind of strong, but like,
well, because there is, and the only reason why I would say
I guess
refrain,
polarizing.
Well, because there's like half of the internet that hates his guts and that wants nothing for more than
so
him to
polarizing
die.
would probably be a better
polarizing, yeah. Because then you have the other half that actually, you know, dude. I mean, The Fighter and the Kid on a weekly basis, and The King and the Sting, and the Food Truck Diaries with Brendan Schaub, and Calabasas Fight Club, and the Gringo Poppy, everything that he puts out gets a respectable amount of views. Not saying that what he puts out is respectable. I'm just saying that the views...
You got to recognize it. It's call a spade a spade. It gets a lot of views.
It gets a lot of views. So, I mean, now, is everyone that's viewing that, you know, on there bashing him? No. There's a lot of people in there that think that Brendan Schaub is the end-all,
I mean, you
be-all.
look at his comment section. There's a lot of people that back and praise his episode.
And what's that say? What's that tell you about the people that are watching it? Like, one, that they're either bots, or two, that there might be, and as Brendan Schaub uses this word a lot, so I'm just going to use it because he used it, but they're inbreds, they're incels. It's like...
They're just very superficial people, and just like, they don't look at it like, you know, through the lens that we look at it.
No. They see it for face value.
Right. This is just an entertainment thing that I throw on. Like we talk about all the time. You just kind of throw it on in the background.
2 million people watching it, so it must be good.
I tune in and out every once in a while. I'm scrolling on my phone while it's on.
The shock value.
Right.
And it kind of adds to the dead internet theory. Like, it could be
anything.
It could,
Yeah,
could just be a bunch of...
It doesn't take much.
Bots.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't take much
Schwab
nowadays.
Schaub bots. Look into that one, man. Jeez.
Schbots.
Schaub bots, man, that could be a whole other episode in itself.
So we're going to get into the Fighter and the Kid episode 804 here. Brian Callen, however, like we did mention earlier on in the show, Brian, we were looking forward to his special last Friday, and Brian did not deliver it. Now, it was on... Now, I'm not just saying this, like I'm just pulling this from my ass. Like, this was on the Fighter and the Kid. Brendan actually came out last week and said, you know, Brian, where's your special going to be out? Where's it going to be out? When's it going to be out? And Brian went on to say Friday, which was last week, which was like June 3rd. Friday, YouTube, my YouTube channel. Check it out. It'll be out. We looked for it. There was no talks of the special.
Right.
Brian, however, did find the time to shoot this, I guess, what we could call a training video. I mean,
he's got boxing gloves on.
He's got boxing gloves, so it's a very random thing. It's called Best Of with Brian Callen. I figure I'd bring this to you guys. It's with Dustin Poirier.
Dustin Poirier, okay, makes sense.
Respectable.
Right.
But we'll watch Brian in a lot of awkward moments here, and this is going to kind of set us up for the Fighter and the Kid episode. And, you know, we'll go in from there because Brendan's going to describe this very video and Brian's YouTube and how it's not up to par. It should be better. Okay. Someone of Brian Callen's stature should not have a YouTube the way Brian is running it, essentially, is what Brendan was saying. So let's watch this. This was kind of set up the Fighter and the Kid, and then we'll get into it.
Oh, shit.
Let's jump into it. Best of Brian Callen. Let's see what we got.
He's getting laced up right now. One of the things about me is I don't look at my opponent. But I look at it all. I just walk by.
I just want everyone to keep in mind before we dive into this clip that Brian Callen is a 57-year-old man. I don't know his exact age, but I know he's in his 50s. This would be like if any one of our dads was on YouTube boxing with like trying to look cool.
Hold your tongue, dude. He's fucking tough, brother.
Fucking tough, brother.
You see that guy?
He defends Brendan Schaub.
He's a fucking tough guy.
It's Brendan Schaub's muscle.
No, I'm just dangling your dingles.
No, I know.
I know.
I'm just jingling your dingles.
Yeah,
I'm just smacking your cheeks.
But imagine though, if one of your dads, if any one of your dads was on YouTube trying to look cool, trying to box.
Dad, if you're watching, don't get any ideas.
Yeah, please.
Calm down.
You already
Dad.
spend enough time at the gym.
Yeah.
So, let's get into it.
Good about it.
That's a double jab. That's a triple jab, dude. That's what? Yeah.
Poirier's not thrilled.
Lace him up. Lace him up. I haven't even warmed up, dude. Feel loose. I haven't even warmed up. Don't you touch my face. I got
How'd he do? How'd he do?
Great, bro. Yeah, I mean, people with some good jabs, man. I got nothing. Started working the body. I got Mexican style.
Has Brian Callen ever been a fighter, actually?
No.
Okay, so, like, because I know Brendan Schaub, he's a former fighter. You know?
Former UFC.
Right. All right, so he's never been an actual fighter. It's just like
This
out of
is all
nowhere.
for show.
Yeah, it's all for
All
show.
for show.
It's just a flex that you're hanging out with Dustin Poirier.
Yes. And also, let me just point out, very random to put this on your YouTube channel. Look, you're a comic and a podcaster, one. Why aren't you putting out more clips as a podcaster and YouTube or and a comic
What are you
on your
trying to
YouTube
prove
channel?
in
Well,
a
and it's
boxing
like,
gym, right?
yeah, it's like you're putting out clips. You're finding the time to put out clips of you boxing. Where's your special at?
Right. It's like, are you deflecting? Are you trying to show?
What are you
like-
hiding?
Right, is this your way of being like, I'm like staying off of this for a while. I'm gonna go kind of like better myself, type of thing.
And this is another one. Brian Callen had, came to, I guess, let everyone know that, his special was shopped around, and Netflix and HBO and Showtime, no one wanted to pick it up, so he had no other choice than to put it on YouTube. And
Then it should be up like now.
where is it? Where's
Right.
your fucking special?
If you have to put it up on your YouTube channel,
It
there's
should be out.
no fucking excuse.
It should be out.
There's no excuse.
Why am I seeing this boxing bullshit?
Right.
Right.
Because he's got nothing
Like,
else.
like,
Nothing else.
why am I
Exactly.
watching two guys
spar?
Not even sparring. Like two guys literally just sitting there touching gloves and giggling and goofing around like two little schoolgirls. Like, what
Where's
the, fuck
the
are we watching?
special,
I wonder how
Brian?
much you had to pay Poirier for that.
Dude, and you know what? I was thinking it.
That's an easy paycheck for Poirier.
I was
yeah.
thinking it, but I'm glad you said it, man. Where's the special, Brian? Where is it?
Come on, Brian.
It's
That's
probably
why-
going to be worse
Listen.
than the Gringo Poppy. The Gringo
think so?
Gringo Granddad.
The Gringo Granny?
Dude,
The Gringo Geriatric.
That's a good name, right?
That's heavy, bro.
That is good. The Gringo Granddad. That's a good one.
Yo, what websites do you guys stream sports on?
I can't speak about that on Stream Sports. I buy everything.
Streaming sports.
Just
I
type
don't
it
do
in.
that. I pay
Just-
cable.
Just type it in.
Let's finish out the rest of this clip. And look at this old fucking piece of dog shit here we got. Brian.
It looks like a ball sack.
He does, dude. He does. Like a ball sack, dude. There it is.
But an old saggy one at that.
Look at the neck, dude. Ew. And this is a guy, another reason why he puts this out is to try to get that a key demo in the ladies bracket of ages 50 to 77.
But doesn't he hit on like
younger women? Yes,
Yeah.
off 100%. But
we won't put an age group out there. But
no, but I mean, this is a guy who was formerly attempted to being canceled last year because of coming out and sexually assaulting women.
I think we should have canceled him.
No, well, I'm not for anybody being canceled. That's not my decision to make to pull anyone's, way to make a living out. My job simply is to just point out the flaws and the defects, and if the whole, I guess, community and everybody, the zeitgeist of the whole, whatever the fuck, the whole world, if they want to cancel him, so be it. I'll comment on that when that opportunity comes, but. Right now, Brian makes a comeback, and he's trying to do this whole boxing shit. I mean, this isn't for his friends. You think Joe Rogan's watching this?
Fuck no.
No.
Absolutely not. He's got way too much on his plate. He don't give a fuck about this.
When Brian goes out on a date or he's out on one of his shows,
Or
on
when
the
he
road.
goes on Christian Mingle.
When he goes on Christian Mingle, what's the first video you think he's going to send a chick? Is it going to be of him doing comedy, or is it going to be
Flagrant the Kid,
or of him doing this training video? Yo, look how.
look at this. Look at me.
Fucking tough, yeah.
So I think a lot to do with
Fucking
it.
hang out with Brennan Schaub,
Right.
the UFC fighter.
But in reality, it's like, dude, you got 4 necks, my guy. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and he's old, bro.
Old head,
Dude, he's 57.
He's like emotionally 16 years old.
I mean, look at his
Right.
eyes.
That's the thing.
That's the problem, I think, here.
Oh my God, this guy.
Well, how old is Brennan Schaub? Like 38, 39?
39.
Right, so you're hanging out with a guy that's, in his late 30s.
And he's emotionally like 14.
Right.
All right, let's finish out this clip and we'll get in the Fighter and the Kid.
This is the great Thiago Alves right here. And Thiago is the middleweight bare knuckle champion. Also fought GSP. The distance gave him fits. I remember that. So congratulations on all that. You got the great Mike Brown over here, by the way. I'm an American top team, and Mike Brown's trained a couple champions. And then there's this guy, Dustin Poirier. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Dustin Diamond Poirier. No. That was a different nickname. Cutie pie? Well, he is a cutie pie. Well, he's got a very symmetrical face. And his shoulders seem to be going on for days.
Show a movie on his back.
And you could show a movie on his back. In fact, we could train on his back, but we chose these mats because his back is too hard and there are too many hills. It's like a barrel of snakes, and I have a snake phobia. Are you going to show me how to rap? I want to learn bare knuckle fighting.
Oh God, I mean, this is just fucking repulsive.
Cringe.
It's very cringe.
It is cringe. It's like the dad trying to stay relevant,
Yes.
trying to be cool.
And these guys are whatever, man. I'm gonna have to put up with it. So here, let's just jump ahead. I'm gonna go to like right here, because I don't have anything really time stamped out. But I mean, 17 minutes long. You guys can watch it for yourselves. But we'll just jump to like halfway point, 10:46, and see what happens.
Told you so.
God, you said the greatest thing I'd ever seen at that press conference. You said I think about it once a week. It's funny. Things stick. You go. We left a part of ourselves in there, and maybe change forever. Like you just like I might not be the same person since tonight because you left it all in that fucking ring. There's a possibility. You're
There
like
is.
maybe.
Yeah. We might drop something we can't pick back up every
Yeah.
time we step in there. But that's what makes it so great.
Warrior.
You gotta accept that's part of the fight mindset, though. I have to accept that. I mean, some of these guys don't even, I don't know if they're cerebral enough to even think about that deep fighting. I'm just fighting, they don't care. I know when I'm 65, I've been 46 fights, maybe they're going to affect me, but you have to be accept it.
It's worth it.
I mean,
it's worth it.
you kind of get the point. I'm
Yeah.
going to jump around. And
I know.
It does these weird cuts to Brian's comedy here. It does these weird cuts. So let's watch one of these cuts to Brian's comedy. This is at the Miami Improv. Brian's on stage here. Let's watch one of his bits, and let me get you guys' opinion on, what you think, how, good his comedy might be.
Yeah, you got security.
I think Poirier looks baller with that glass of wine.
I got in a car. I got in a car, an Uber with a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, dude, he got in and he had a mask. He was wearing his mask on his chin. But I'm sorry, we're in Florida. There was a pandemic.
Oof.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I know.
Oh, I
You
hate
fucking guys.
how he's still doing that too.
Yeah, it's like
that was a minute. Okay.
You guys, what'd you do? You were like 3 days. Get the fuck out of here. Amazing. You're amazing.
What voice is that? Amazing.
Amazing.
How much drugs do you think he's on?
Probably on like a shit ton of ketamine, I'll tell you that much.
Amazing.
Stuck in the K-hole.
You're amazing. It was so great. You were like, fuck it. The air kills COVID, dude. You know? Incredible. Look at you. You're all dead. What a shame.
Order of height.
Oh,
and then,
wow.
So
that was the best clip you could have pulled.
You guys get the point of this little best of Brian Callen.
You know what? It makes sense why him and Brendan Schaub are co-hosts.
Oh yeah,
on The Fighter and the Kid.
Dumb and Dumber.
I mean, that was Gringo Poppy-esque.
Speaking about Gringo Poppy and Brendan Schaub, shall we get into some Fighter and the Kid here?
Shall we?
Yeah.
Why
let's
our
do
whole
it.
channel was
while
invented?
we're picking on him, let's keep it rolling.
Brendan Schaub hate channel. All right.
Brendan Schaub hate train rolls on.
Choo choo choo. Fighter and the Kid. The guys reminisce about Rogan's infamous talk with Schaub. Fighter and the Kid.
I do fuck with their intro.
I don't. It's pretty bizarre.
You think so? It's them on a bunch of movies. Like, that had to be fun to film. Like, not film, but take those pictures. Oh, never mind. They're probably all edited.
It's all their podcast thumbnails.
Oh, is it?
Over the years that they have edited.
This is really The Fighter and the Kid. We're out.
All right, and there the boys are. Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub, everyone. Let's give a warm welcome back on the Tonight Show.
Welcome back, Brian Callen's flip-flops.
Yes.
Why do we another appearance?
Why do we? I mean, after fucking 5 weeks of covering this guy, why is this guy's feet still out on my show? I could smell them from here.
Just makes the same mistakes over and over again.
It's summertime, brother. Let the puppies breathe.
That's right. But you know what? You can't see mine, though. You know what I mean?
Right. We wouldn't even know you were wearing any.
Exactly.
We're going to jump into our first clip here. And, you know, the whole premise of this show was Brendan first describing Rogan's appearance on Flagrant 2, which we're going to get into. And then Brendan's going to make a completely, I guess, kind of just preposterous, analogies to his own podcast, The King and the Sting, which is on with Theo Vaughn and Chris D'Elia. Going to compare his show to ESPN and just watch Brendan's mannerisms here, man. It's pretty fucking eye-opening, jaw-dropping, and everything that can go along with that, man. It's insane to watch this shit. So we're gonna watch Brendan and Brian discuss how Rogan was on Flagrant 2 and what Rogan, how they interpreted it. Because we're gonna give our own little breakdown.
Yeah, because it's not often that you see Rogan go on other shows.
Right.
So it's a big deal.
Right. So let's watch it. 5:18 here on The Fighter and the Kid. Let's watch.
Cool. But he's never been in the studio with us, but it's because you don't do a lot of. I'm trying to think. He did like what Ben Shapiro's or some of those other guys.
Talking
pods
about
every
Rogan?
now and then.
Yeah, very rarely.
But very rarely.
Yeah.
And then him on other people's pods fun because like with Schulte, right? He has the whole Flagrant 2 crew with Akash and all the boys there, and they're just they're wild, man. So they're shooting from the hip, and Rogan doesn't like Schulte, his new studio is ridiculous. Put all this money into it, and it's like state of the art. And Rogan goes, "Oh, you've complicated. You've done too much. Like this is not how it's supposed to be." And I bet they thought he was gonna come in like, "Oh, this is nice." But Rogan, he's like, "What are you doing? It's too much." And you're like, "Wait, what?"
And that's one thing we are going to point out on the Flagrant 2 podcast is Andrew Schultz's new set, and we broke that down.
Yeah, we kind of covered that a little bit last week.
Yeah, but his new set, man, is not a podcasting set. It's more of now like a talk show, and we'll get into that more. But for Brendan to say that, if I put that down in the notes, and for Brendan Schaub,
We agree with Brendan Schaub.
Well, Brendan Schaub's kind of agreeing with us, but that should tell you everything
That's
about
right.
Andrew Schultz's set. I mean, it's shitty.
Dude, it's
shitty.
It's too much.
It's
like
too much.
Rogan's got a point. It's at that point you're taking away what people like about podcasts. They kind
simple.
of like that simple, intimate kind of feel to them. Now you're making, like you said, now it feels like it's just some, middle of the afternoon. You see those on TV all the time, those talk shows, like
the fucking Dr. Phil show.
right, or like the Today Show or The View or something. You know what I mean? It feels like that kind of shit.
Right. So, all right, let's get back into it.
Rogan's just like, yo, you've overcomplicated it. Like, podcasts shouldn't be
He's
there.
right, like in a weird way. So part of what makes podcasts and anything that you see content that people really like, the minute you start turning it into a very high-end production, it's really interesting. People tend to go, I don't know. Like they go, now I'm watching a show and it's not as outlaw, it's not as gritty. So it's a balance.
It depends on the talent because Schulte has done that and he's still true to himself, and so is Akash. But then there's different.
By the way, I'm just going to
things.
say this out loud. If he fucking
Is that the
comes
set of
to LA,
Game of Thrones?
Watch this. No, Joe Rogan has only done The Fighter and the Kid once, kind of, and another time like on a phone. Like he called into the show.
Right.
Brendan and Brian are supposed to be Joe Rogan's like closest buddies. Why hasn't Joe Rogan been on The Fighter and the Kid? That should tell you everything about The
he
Fighter
knows
and the
better.
Kid.
He doesn't need
to.
He doesn't. Well, he doesn't need
And
to,
or want to.
or want to. That's really
what
it
is that going to do for him? Nothing.
That should be besides the point. Joe Rogan's going on Andrew Schultz's podcast. He's going on, Ari Shafir's podcast.
Right.
He's going on all these other podcasts, and these are the guys that were on Rogan, with the Fight Club, with the Fight Companion Rogan would have on, and these guys would do episodes all the time and still do with Rogan. Not as much anymore, especially with Brian. Brendan was just on Rogan, but I mean, point being is that these guys are just like one of Rogan's characters. Like without Rogan, these guys wouldn't be where they are
Right.
at
They're
today.
just Rogan's pawns.
So why hasn't Rogan actually like kind of just showed face and done like a 2-3 hour episode like he just did with Schultz with The Fighter and the Kid? That should tell you everything right there. Is that Rogan is like even, dude, these guys are kind of beneath me at this point.
Yeah. So that's my point. It's like he's at this point now where these guys are just. He has nothing to worry about at the top because this is the next crop underneath of him. He has nothing to fear.
All right, so let's get back into it.
if he comes to LA and he doesn't do our podcast after he did that podcast,
I'm going to fight him. I'm finally going to fight him. You guys always want to know who's going to win? You're going to find out.
Yeah.
If he comes there, doesn't get on the podcast, me and him are fighting.
Yeah.
Let's set that up, by the way. Let's see if we can make that happen, dude. Brendan Schaub versus Joe Rogan.
I say Trilla events if you're listening.
Joe Rogan would fuck him up.
I don't know, man. Brendan Schaub was a UFC fighter.
I know, but Joe Rogan's got those Muay Thai kicks.
Joe Rogan's also like 5'2".
Facts.
So
And he's also like 55.
yeah. Brendan's got like 20 years and like a foot on him.
You ever see that motherfucker kick though?
That's what I mean.
You
Yeah.
can throw a mean kick.
You can.
Yeah,
And
you
Brendan
to,
Schaub,
to a non-moving bag, not to a person. When's the last time you seen Joe Rogan kick a person?
I don't know, but
Never.
I've honestly
never.
never seen Brendan Schaub fight, so I don't know.
There's clips of Brendan Schaub fighting. I mean,
he's pretty good.
I don't know. I wouldn't say. I'm not putting my money on anything.
I would love to watch that.
I'm just saying.
We'll stream that if that ever happens.
I'd rather put my money on an experienced fighter than just someone who could kick a bag hard.
Fair.
Any day of the week.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
So
I'll,
Joe
I'll
Rogan
take it
hasn't fought though.
personally.
I thought he was a UFC fighter.
Joe?
Yeah. No, he never fought.
Just announced.
just did Fear Factor.
Yeah. Oh, we'll
Yeah.
tag team him.
Yeah.
But yeah. So with it is interesting because originally podcasts, right, especially when Rogan started or Marin or Corolla, it was very meat and potatoes. But now you're talking about a different. There's argument for both. You're talking about a different game because you look at like your mom's house with Segura. That thing is highly.
Watch this.
It's a mini TV show, massive.
Yeah.
You look at King of the Sting. King of the Sting, dude.
King of
that's
the
a.
Sting.
King of
I
the
would say
Sting.
it's the same production level as like part of my take on ESPN. That thing.
Whoa. He said he's got that ESPN money.
he say? Speaking highly of yourself, Brendan, are we?
Wow.
He's just a moron, I think.
That's like us being like, yeah, this show, dude.
It's like fucking.
Us and Undisputed, we're like comparable.
It's the same show.
Sting, dude. Yeah, that's a. I
Watch. Let's find out his reasoning. Why?
Theo just had that
Yes,
guy
please
Chin.
enlighten us, Brendan Schaub.
It's Chin's the producer
Chin,
on that
yeah.
show. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's like if that guy's producing your shows and he's producing this show, it's like, oh, but that's like the fucking part of my take.
Yeah.
It's like, get the fuck out
He's
of here.
just trying to wash his nuts. That's
Oh,
all.
yeah.
I would say it's the same production
ball
level as like
washing himself.
Let's find out why he thinks that.
part of my take on ESPN. That thing's a monster.
Yeah.
We have to have outside editors. You got graphics.
Outside editors, graphics. Okay, got it. Both things that we have on this show. Got it. Okay.
Fair. You got submission videos.
Cool. Submission videos. All right. Well, that's really, you're not doing any work. That's just people sending you videos and you airing them.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's move on.
It's a beast. Intro, outro.
Intro, outro, which we have
We do
on
that.
this show. We open up with a live performance.
Again, John,
that's
all on you. You do
I
all
feel
the
like
stuff.
I feel like you can't even add that. Like what podcast
Doesn't
or
have-
show doesn't have an intro outro?
Exactly. So,
But
okay.
Not only that, and you can't compare the graphics to ESPN graphics because they have shit moving on the screen 24/7. They got
The ticker, right.
and ticker, yeah,
Everything.
everything.
Yeah. So that's 4 things. What else you got, B?
It's a beast. It's several different cameras.
Several different cameras. I mean, there's 3 cameras in here, and we can add a 4th
That
if we
counts as
wanted
several.
to.
That
Okay,
counts
so
as
that would be several.
So it sounds like we're kind of along the lines of
ESPN, part of my
We're doing
take.
something
part
right.
of my take. Yeah.
Disney, if you're listening, please get us a ESPN
Disney.
deal.
It's on the
cover
format.
football.
It depends on the show.
on the format.
But then again, to your point, it's like Jim's having a cough attack. Okay.
He's got tuberculosis.
I wouldn't have made you drink alone. I would have had some whiskey.
Jesus, dude, this kid's really,
are you
he's really a
sipping-
kid.
are you-
He's a 50-year-old kid.
I think he is the kid.
Tipping
That's
on
for sure.
Someone text who's out.
Let's go to 10:15 here.
That was
This
just like cringy.
the last clip on this show, 10:15, and
We didn't get far into this one.
well, there's not much. I mean, this was just the beginning, but Brendan is going to kind of go bad on Brian here and kind of shit all over his YouTube. We just watched Brian Callen put out, the best of whatever with Dustin Poirier. We're going to watch Brendan kind of evaluate the same thing and look at Brian's YouTube. We're going to find out Brian actually doesn't even run his YouTube channel. He doesn't even know who runs his channel.
That's sad.
It's very sad, man. If you can't fucking do a simple upload or like we were saying, bro, upload. You're a comic and a podcaster. The fact I'm seeing fight clips instead of that should say everything in the world, dude.
There's, like I said, there's no excuse. If you're putting your special on your YouTube channel, there's no excuse why it shouldn't just be up there.
It should be up there. Where's the fucking special, Brian? Let's get back to it.
You do away with that. You're like, ooh, that hurts my feeling.
So here's so I think anytime you do anything, and I've been going through this a little bit because Best of it has been received fucking really well on YouTube. The thing with Dustin Poirier and Thiago Alves, and it was so fun, and we got a lot more coming. But
Bring it up, Chin.
we got a
Bring
lot
up
more
Brian's-
coming. And it got great people on YouTube really loved it, and I don't read comments, but I am reading
What
them
I
on
say.
this.
This is exactly what I was talking about.
What did he just say? I don't read what?
I don't read the comments.
But we got a lot of people like
But a lot of people like it. But I don't read any of it.
Well, I don't fucking know about it.
Yeah, it's just, somebody
But
said
no-
it was good. They liked it, and I just thought,
Run that back.
Like,
He stops himself. He stops himself.
Great people on YouTube really loved it, and I don't read comments, but I am reading.
I don't read.
I don't read.
I don't read.
I don't know how to. I don't even know how to read.
What's read?
He was about to say, I don't read all the comments, but
engaging with people. But dude, it's pretty
Thank you,
cool.
sir.
because-
Watch Brendan here.
Because I have to say that that's not it.
Oh, this isn't it? That's not it?
Yeah, that might be it.
He doesn't even know his own fucking videos, dude.
Come on, bro.
guy's a mess.
Come on, bro.
but the bottom line is it's good, but then everybody's got points of view. Okay, it's too grainy.
you're a grown
There's like
man.
the different things, and you can listen to
Too
50,000
grainy.
notes. And
I know
for me,
anybody looked at that and said, "Yeah, this is too grainy."
This
for
is a
me."
little grainy.
No,
But, like,
it's
what
a
is
little
it even
stupid.
for?
Doesn't really make
It's
sense.
a little stupid.
What even is it? Like, other than like I said, other than the flex that you're friends with Dustin Poirier, what are you getting at?
It's just content, and
What is it?
I bet you he had to pay Dustin.
It's bullshit. That's what it is.
That's not even. Yeah, it's like what constitutes as content anymore?
It's an
just
attempt.
anything you put up as a video is
Like I
considered
said, they're just
content.
throwing shit at the wall, hoping to fucking.
I mean,
stick.
we've already seen empty rooms, and now we're seeing boxing training videos. Shit, we should just I don't know,
Not do anything.
not do anything, and just kind of occasionally fart in the mic
Call it content.
and just collect.
I could
well,
do
no, because
that.
that would be your mom's house podcast.
Oh, shit! You're not wrong.
No, I'm not.
Tom Segura's mom.
We watched Christina P last week burp into the mic.
Yeah.
I mean, how bizarre is that?
That was just,
Classic.
a nice
and
bullshit.
just didn't even phase them. Just kept going. I was
Kept
like,
going. That's a bit for them. That's what constitutes. That's a bit for them.
That shit had some bass to it, man.
Oh yeah.
should have some fucking respect for your listeners.
Do you think you would think, especially the audio listeners, hearing a burp out of a woman? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
dude.
even a man.
Class up. both sides, but more so of a woman. It's like class up, bro.
Depends what kind of burp.
It was horrible.
It wasn't a good burp.
Look at Brendan's face here. He's like, oh my god, dude.
Fuck my life.
Why am I doing this, dude?
Rogan told me I would be famous and everybody would love me.
Brian's nervous about. He's like, oh shit, Brendan's actually about to view my YouTube channel. I don't even know what's on this son of a bitch. Brendan's like, oh fuck, dude.
Fuck your channel.
Fuck your channel, bro. I'm the Gringo Poppy, bro. I got 2 million views, dude. Holy shit.
That's right. That's the face of what are you trying to prove to me? I got 2 million views. There's nothing you can do that tops what I just did.
Let's get back into it.
Like after a while, you got to be like, shut the fuck up. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Exactly. You have to do it the way you want it. You got
That's
to be
right.
careful with comments, Brian.
And exactly. And I'm going to figure it out.
Wait, you have to
go.
be careful with the comments? Why?
No, you don't.
Do they hurt your feelings?
Oh, yeah.
Boys?
Because people have comments, and some of them are right, some of them are wrong.
Go back from each chin. To the very beginning.
What makes them wrong? If I say this is shitty, or what is
If
this?
someone comments on us and says, hey, I think your new single sucks.
Does that mean it's wrong?
Why is that wrong to them? That's how they feel.
And that's how it should be. But to Brian, it's wrong.
No, to the whole page. To Brian's page, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Let me see the list that had multiple.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. See, what I don't like, B, is so you're dropping one, right? You dropped basically 18
Look
minutes.
at Brian. He's
And
fidgeting.
then right after that, you drop another one. And then right after, literally hours after, you drop another one, right?
Okay. That might be my YouTube guy.
Oh.
He don't even know.
He admits.
It might be. I didn't post it. It might be somebody else.
He admits.
Not me.
He don't run his own YouTube channel. How fucking disgusting.
Yo, and look at Brendan's face. Look at Brendan's face.
Nah, I don't know, man.
Fire him. Fire him.
Why am I working with you, bro? I'm the Gringo Poppy. I get 2 million views.
That's the face of 2 million views.
This can't even break 20K. What are you doing?
So, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are right in the beginning. I remember when you.
And that's really it we're going to have from this. But what a fucking awkward way to go out.
Jesus.
Brendan Schaub, Brian Callen, everyone.
Yeah, I mean.
Slow clap.
Are we supposed to clap?
I guess, I don't know.
There was a lot of awkward, like dead air at the end of that.
They're kind of awkward guys.
They're awkward guys, man. It's just bizarre to watch it, dude. It's very insane to watch, and people watch that back and they think that that's how podcasting ought to be.
That's riveting conversation.
That's right.
Riveting.
It's
indubitably.
What are we doing?
Indubitably.
The masters showing us how it's done.
Without fail, dude, Brendan Schaub, Brian Callen does not cease to amaze us. Every time, every week they're on the show.
Look, if anything, we can thank them for the fact that our shows have written themselves.
Yes.
Facts.
Because without them, dude, I don't know, man. They are like the heart and soul of the In the Pain
They're the
podcast.
bread and butter.
That's right.
If we're not shitting on those two, I mean, we're not
What are we
shitting at all.
doing?
We're
No, we're not
constipated.
shitting at
We're
all.
constipated
Yeah.
at that point.
Right.
That's fucking.
We're backed up with shit.
That's
what do we do?
That's great, man. All right, so what do you guys want to do? All right, we got a little bit of Joe Rogan on Flagrant 2.
Real quick, I gotta stretch my
Go ahead.
bones.
Stretch your bones.
You do a little 7th inning stretch?
Yeah, I gotta get a little bit of.
We got a little Flagrant 2, Joe Rogan. We have Joe Rogan on Andrew Schultz's podcast, Flagrant 2. We got also we got a little Ethan Klein, but I'll say that if at all. We do have Bert Kreischer is on Xanax.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Now, do you want to make that the last topic, or do you want to go into Rogan?
He was straight up nodding out in the podcast.
Oh, he was fucking dead, man.
Now
Not
we know
yet.
why.
Not yet, but
He
in
will-
a month or
if you
two.
have
Give him a
time.
month. Give him a month.
Give him some time.
Give
He
me like
will be
3 or 4
nodding.
more episodes, you'll see it.
I mean, this Rogan podcast, I mean, it's a 3.5 hour podcast. So, I mean, we could dive right into this. I mean, since the Fighter and the Kid kind of set it up and they were talking about it.
Sure.
And we'll save
let's
Bert-
do it. Let's get into some Rogan. We haven't talked Rogan in a bit. Let's do it.
No, we have. All right, yeah. So we'll save Bert for after this. So we'll get into Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan. Now, kind of like what I said with Alex Jones earlier, was Joe Rogan. I do like seeing Joe Rogan on other people's podcasts better than his own. when Joe Rogan is on his own podcast, he has to play this character, this, super, I'm liberal, but, I'm conservative, but, I'm this guy who speaks to truth to power and all this kind of crazy shit. And, we very, very rarely see Joe Rogan kind of break character and kind of just have a few drinks and have a few doobs and kind of just let loose and have a good time. And we all know Joe Rogan could be like that.
Sure.
And it's the reason why, 10 million plus people kind of jumped on that bandwagon of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, really before his Spotify deal, I was like, a frequent listener to his show.
Same, man. When he was on YouTube.
Yeah.
When he would do those fight companions and.
So watch that shit all the time.
All the time, man. And, since the Spotify deal, he's been a lot more corporatized and, $100 million.
That's a good way to put it, corporatized.
$100 million will do that to anyone, man. So it's kind of refreshing to see Rogan on a podcast like this. Now, just because it's refreshing to see Rogan on a podcast like this doesn't make it any less awkward. There's a lot of awkward moments in this. The boys get entirely too high. Joe Rogan gets Andrew Schultz completely obliterated. They're drinking whiskey all show. They're smoking cigars. They're smoking weed.
See, they just can't handle their shit like we do on this show.
Sounds like a podcast we all know here.
No, but we'll see.
Speaking of whiskey, I'll take that bottle.
I mean,
real quick.
we're
Speaking
drinking,
of weed, can I hit one of those?
We're drinking
Sure.
throughout this whole show. We're smoking, vapes throughout the whole show, and it really doesn't faze us, man. We're gonna watch,
sometimes.
Sometimes it does.
There's a lost episode out there.
Well, I mean,
by the third or fourth hour, it adds up a little bit.
The only time we can't look, I wouldn't say we can't control ourselves. There's been points where we've gotten too baked, and it's like we can't really continue on with doing a show because it's like, bro, like I just smoked too much. I ingested too much THC. There's those, but there's not like we make fools out of ourselves.
I feel like we get pretty loose on our live streams. Not our live, like our sports live streams.
Even these.
Listen, I mean, we've had some drunk moments on this show, but I think we hold it together pretty well.
I mean, look, if the worst I'm doing is falling asleep on a 7-hour podcast, then hey, I'd take that instead of like making an ass out of myself.
I will say that's still probably my single favorite moment on any of these shows.
It's the Golden Monkeys.
Is looking over John and just being like, "Hey, man, so what'd you think about?"
Just like cuddle up, snoring. But it's the Golden Monkeys, dude. That's really what it
Golden
is.
Monkeys.
They'll get you every
understandable.
time.
They get you every time.
Every time.
The 6-pack alone will just knock you on your ass.
I take one and I'm like, I'm pretty okay for a little bit.
Yeah, they're like 9%, man. They're strong.
But yeah, man, we're gonna watch Rogan on Flagrant 2, kind of let loose, be himself. It's something we haven't seen here in a while. We're gonna watch Flagrant 2, which was once a podcast, is now more like we talked about, like a day talk, morning show sort of vibe they got set up here. I'm not a fan of the set, not a fan of what they got going on. Again, these guys are, just here to show up and talk. They have producers running this show. And, when you're not on the same page as a producer, it goes to show off the quality of the show. When the show drops, it shows.
Yeah, it just you feel that detachment and you realize like how invested really are you in doing this, or are you just doing this for the bag and for the stature.
So let's without further ado, let's welcome down Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, not first timers here on the show. Guys, welcome down.
That's right, welcome back.
Let's jump into it. Flagrant 2.
Take this next shot real quick.
Cheers, Mario.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Can't wait to hear this drop of wisdom.
Let's watch a Flagrant 2.
Well, you need to have some of this. Get it.
It's done after this.
Yeah.
It's more legendary.
I am not interested in being around grizzly bears. The bear caught up to the moose and broke its back. Just bang! A fucking giant beast just running through the camp. It's literally like a machine that crushes moose bones.
Okay. Okay.
That polar bear smells that man's meat. Have you ever been to a furry convention?
Oh. You think you've been to top?
She got some crazy things,
What?
bro.
Don't you do it. This is what it looks like when a man does not give a fuck.
Don't shoot me even.
They're like real good at stomping. You gotta stomp the fucking shit. Oh my god. This is my most fun podcast ever.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Flagrant. First guest step. You know we had to start out with a banger. He is the only Joe that should be running this country. Okay? He is a man with a leg kick so hard he could snap Lizzo's thigh.
Wow.
You've seen him on NBC. You've seen him on UFC. You've seen him on TRT. He is the man, okay? Stone Cold, stuck in Austin himself. It is Joe Rogan, everybody. It's officially in the motherfucking
Joe Rogan, everyone.
building. Let's
Look at that chest tap.
My brother.
All right, Joe Rogan.
You guys have overcomplicated the podcast.
First one of the night, Joe Rogan.
First words out of his mouth.
You guys have overcomplicated the podcast.
And just, John, take a minute to look at that fucking set.
mean, dude,
that looks like a chapel at a church or a hotel lobby or.
Well, what are we
fuck?
doing, dude? Are we
What the fuck is this?
podcasting? Are we doing Sunday service at church? I mean, what is this? I mean, what is this? Seriously, it's not a set.
I genuinely like. What the fuck is this supposed to be? Because now you're
There's
taking
plants.
that. I mean, I feel like they're literally sitting and having a cocktail in the hotel lobby and talking, just shooting the shit.
Yeah, like the Hilton or something.
Yeah, like Ritz Carlton. Like, what the fuck is this?
So let's watch that one more time, man. That's pretty fucking fascinating. Rogan does not like the set.
You had
Shout out
a
to
good thing
Darian.
You guys have overcomplicated the podcast. You had a good thing going on.
And they're laughing, trying to laugh it off, but we all know that stings, man. If Joe Rogan came to our set and was like, yo, guys, you kind of just missed on this one, we'd be like,
right down the jugular.
like at the end of the day, feel how you want about it. If Joe Rogan tells you you're missing the mark.
Well, these guys, they look up to Rogan as like the Wizard of Oz, as Alex once made that analogy back on the show.
Fucking true.
So when the Wizard of Oz says you are not worthy of podcasts,
Fuck my life, dude.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
What's up? What's up? You guys had a fucking normal, simple thing. And you're like, no, we need wireless mics. We need introductions. We need 10 minutes of silence before we go so we can get dead air time.
I walked out of the bathroom.
What a weird thing. Let's get dead silence.
And it's funny, because if you listen to Rogan's shows, I mean, he literally just counts down like 3, 2, 1, and then just goes right into conversation.
Yeah.
So I guess in his mind, if you have these big long intros, you're setting this up. I mean, we do them, and I wouldn't call it dead air. I mean, it's an intro. It's just something that kind of gives your show a little bit more of a production value. And again, I mean, this is to an extreme. This set they have going on,
It's pretty wild.
Like,
it's wild.
Like for us, like we got a new logo. We're talking about doing a new intro video soon down the line. Like, those are just little things to enhance the overall production that
We're not
have.
moving into a Sunday chapel.
Exactly. We're not over here like, renting out this big elaborate room.
Yeah.
And using wireless mics and sitting on these like couches kind of.
headphones.
Yeah, it just kind of feels weird. Something feels off.
Yeah. It don't feel like a podcast, dude. I'm not watching a podcast when I'm watching.
Right. You're just this is like, you feel like you would see this on some like cable channel.
Yeah. And
in the middle of the afternoon.
Kind of feels
noon,
like
1
the
o'clock.
private room at a cheap strip club, dude.
Well, yeah, that's
champagne room
with the weird colored bar and the plants. Yeah.
And it's like if that's what you want, man, just step into it, man. Don't call yourselves a podcast. Just call yourselves a talk show, and that's what it is. But it's like for some reason they have to hold on.
Yeah, just
to
reinvent
this.
yourself at that point. If that's what you're gonna do, you want to. If that's what you consider leveling up,
then do it.
Might as well go all in on it. Right.
And Joe's just
Let's
going,
get back into
there's
it.
really no need for all this. I think podcasting is better.
It's better. You've overcomplicated things.
You have.
Yeah.
And what's that do for an ego to someone like Andrew Schultz, man? I mean, this guy is built on ego. I mean, a lot of these guys, most of these guys,
all these guys are
98% of these guys.
their ego is what drives their character.
So again, it goes back to if you're getting told
That's
by
a huge bruise to your ego.
the Almighty One that you guys have just overshot your shot here, then that's going to take a toll on you. Andrew's going to lose a couple hours of sleep. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
We have.
Well, everybody wanted to be on the Tonight Show, so you made your own Tonight Show. Look at this.
For you.
got fucking
Literally.
stage lighting
Yeah.
and shit. This is hilarious.
But you kind of did this. That's the thing.
But I didn't do
He's
this.
just doing that so you don't think it's a bad idea anymore.
Exactly. This is
He's
your
just
fault.
trying to flip you on the idea. He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that.
Andrew deflecting.
What did I do? I didn't do any of this.
Yeah, you did nothing.
I didn't do
You did
anything.
absolutely nothing. No responsibility whatsoever. Joe, we have a little bit of a debate that needs to be settled.
Oh.
Because the last time we all hung out, Mark was with us after the fight. You remember we went to the fight
in Phoenix.
and we
What
sat
happened?
down at a great steak restaurant.
Oh, they
Great
didn't give me
place.
shit for this. First off,
And
Did you order fish or something?
No.
Did you order fish or something? No, that's not what it is. Let's watch. Let's see what happens.
Well, we thought it could be worse. Okay, we're sitting down. You get the tomahawk.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody else looks at the menu and they look at the most expensive thing and they go, I'll just do one below that out of respect for Joe, who's going to pay for this dinner, as you always do.
Oh, I see.
It's a money thing. So that's why I'm hanging out with you boys, because I'm just a wallet to you guys. Yeah, well, Joe, I mean, it's not because of your funny, mind-bending comedy.
Or your Swedish leg kicks.
Or your Swedish leg kicks, or
that fedora you're rocking.
or anything. The fanny
Whatever, no,
pack.
whatever that is, the hat, the cap, the Newsies cap you're rocking.
Oh, that's a
right
fedora.
now. Is it a fedora?
I
No,
believe so.
is it?
No,
That's
fedora.
Jeff
No,
cap.
it's
It's not a fedora. It's
a Jeff cap.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's called something. I forget what it's called. But
I think they dubbed it the Rogan cap now.
whatever it's
Oh,
called.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's been around since 1910.
Yeah, I mean that's like the Newsies look.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Rogan just coming to
He said I see.
He said I see. I am the wallet.
Wonder
to you
how
guys.
much DMT you smoked.
why are you doing
Joe goes. It's sitting like this. It goes Joe and then Mark, and then Joe goes, oh, the tomahawk, and then Mark doesn't even wait for the waiter to come over. He goes, double it up,
Run it back. Okay, I trust this guy when it comes to
double
steak.
it up.
It's a good move.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't see where there's a problem.
Thank you.
it's a expensive steak.
Oh, you don't think Joe can do that? You don't think Joe's got it?
We're having fun.
Come on, bro.
Joe's got $100 million, dude. He can do whatever he wants.
I would eat a tomahawk with Joe Rogan. Fuck, if he's
Yeah.
paying for it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Get me on there.
Let's get back into it.
You can't think like that.
I'll take some of that Spotify money.
You cannot think like that.
Andrew, you've been hanging out with me too long.
Yeah, I think that's a.
Yeah,
you
you
said
can't.
it super nasally right there. I think you're chewing it up for Joe on the show right now.
You should never think like that.
Okay,
it's
now-
just a restaurant. It's not. You're not buying Ferraris.
Yeah.
You know, like,
But we could
buying
maybe.
steaks.
So calm down, dude. It's just fucking food, man. You don't have to look at it like fucking,
Like you're buying a Ferrari.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet with all the money he spent on food at a restaurant, he could probably buy like 10 Ferraris.
100%, dude. The way this guy eats, man. Come on.
For people, you're going buying steaks for people. Who gives a fuck? You're supposed
Now-
to drink, have fun, order wine.
Oh, Andrew's like, am I being cheap here, man? He's like, I got to take some wisdom off the.
He's like, maybe I shouldn't have spent all this money on my
on
set.
this set. Maybe I should have
Can I
bought more
return this
steaks.
fucking set back?
Can I buy more steaks instead of my set here? My set was a big fucking waste of the coin. I could have saved it.
Daddy
and bought,
Rogan doesn't like it.
Daddy Rogan doesn't like it. I could have bought all my guys steaks and they would have been happy. Instead, I bought this big elaborate set that nobody seems to like, and I'm kind of forcing it on everybody. Fuck. Maybe I'll put a gun in my mouth tonight and kill myself.
That's what he's probably gonna do, bro. His fucking ego shattered now.
Shattered, dude.
Alex is going right to him off of himself.
You could see it in his mannerisms.
Let's keep watching.
Now, Mark was a little
Spend that
disappointed that you didn't finish your steak, bro.
Okay, all right. I didn't say it like that. I didn't
He
say it
did.
like
No,
that.
you did say it like that. You
No,
did.
no, don't
I'm
do
an
that.
objective guy, and you were like, I finished it, and I thought about finishing his.
I didn't know it was a
just to run it
contest.
up.
I mean, one thing this podcast is known for is just everybody talks over one another, and it's just like, it's very unbearable. And you'll see that a lot of these clips that we're going to pull up tonight.
We were just having fun. I left a couple of pieces of meat.
You did bring it up. You were like, man, I could do 2 of these easy. And I was like, all right, well, if you're going for it, I'm going to go for it. And
I
then
did not say I could do 2
Come
of
on,
these.
Joe, come on.
Bro,
No,
you fucking people have the weirdest things you focus on.
Whoa.
What do you mean, you people?
Rogan. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. I'm fucking Joe Rogan. If I want to order some steaks, God damn it, I'm going to order me some steaks.
Yeah, it's a fucking steak.
Settle the fuck down, Andrew.
I'm Joe Rogan, bitch.
What's your expensive ass set, dude?
What are you people?
You guys.
Just fucking baked.
Human being, right?
You're
Not even yet. No, they're not even
They
baked
haven't
yet.
smoked yet? Oh, man.
How much does steak cost?
Rogan. So that's just raw dog in life. Oof.
Did you eat? Did you eat it all? You didn't eat it all. I can't wait a month to talk about this.
And look, just because they're all dying laughing does not mean this is funny.
They do that, bro. They laugh too much on that.
They'll hype it up, yeah.
It's an icebreaker. It's when all things are going south, they're gonna laugh to try to fool their audience to believe, to make their audience believe that, you know, this is all a bit.
You're buying the hype.
Buying the hype, exactly, dude. And I mean, look, if you ever see a room full of people laughing like this, turn around and run the other way.
I'm going to do it first segment next week. As soon as Yo, everybody.
Look, he's kicking his leg up, and they're all kicking their legs up.
All their legs are off the ground, as we see right
They're
here.
levitating off the fucking couch.
And Joe Rogan is like, holy shit, look at that, dude. Imagine this. Imagine this. You guys, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a Friday the 13th. And all of a sudden, you hear a wind gust at your door. You hear your door rattle a little bit.
Oh, boy.
You wake up out of a deep sleep, and you open your eyes, and above you, this face is being shadowed and cast above your face. What do you do?
With a DMT pipe in his mouth.
You won't smoke this DMT.
My
Dude,
first
that's
question,
that's the DMT troll.
We're going on a journey, brother.
my first question is, oh, fuck, what dimension did I just wake up in?
Yeah, like, oh my God. You're not my drug dealer?
What's in this hole right here?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
He's got a square head when he looks like that. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, when he gets on, the first thing he's going to talk about is how much he ate a month ago.
Whoa!
What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You changed this into like a regular studio. You've abandoned all the rules of podcasting.
That's right.
We have Andrew. You know it too. Oh, what a fucking! I gotta play the new sad
He gets
violin.
so much shit for that.
I gotta play the new sad violin on this one.
Oh,
man.
yeah, you got to give it to him for that.
Andrew Schultz. You tried spending the money to make Joe Rogan like you even more.
And he said,
fuck that.
You're doing too much. Stop.
Try again. Let's jump back into it. Andrew fucking Schultz, dude. I mean, Jesus.
What are the rules of podcasting?
There's no rules.
You abandoned your studio
There's
too.
no rule. Yeah. It's a great studio.
Got him.
We ordered all kinds of food that didn't get eaten. There was desserts.
All right, so they're going to talk more about their journey here to a tomahawk steaks. We're going to jump into our next clip, and that's 1425.
Our next journey.
Our next journey.
Our next stop on the journey.
Here we go.
Wilson's favorite conversation with a trans woman. And by the end of the podcast, not even by the end, but
So this is Joe's going to try to force everyone here and Andrew to smoke a little bit of ganja. And with this shirt, man, you kind of expect Andrew to be smoking the ganj.
Facts.
But
yeah, it's a stoner shirt. If I
we'll
ever
see what
saw
happens. I mean, right now, Andrew, for the first 15 minutes, is stone cold sober. We're going to watch him get fucked up and make an ass out of himself. Isn't that why we all love to watch these shows?
Yeah, because you know what? We said it earlier. We can do all these things and not make asses of ourselves.
These guys take one hit of a joint and they get fucking all freaked out.
I mean, look at all that laughing, that crazy ass laughing, and that's sober.
Yeah. Let's watch how it goes.
I don't even know what's going to happen.
No,
when they're baked.
this girl is a girl.
Yeah.
We had her boyfriend on.
Watch Joe.
Who said that he had done gay shit before. And he's like, but when I'm with her,
he's gearing up.
It doesn't feel gay. Now, if you've done the gay shit.
Look at Joe.
You know.
Yeah.
No one knows better
How
than
am I
him.
supposed to disagree?
No one knows better than him.
Exactly.
No one knows
Right?
better than him. I'm down for people to do whatever the
Wait,
fuck
is
they
this
want.
the
That's why
clip?
you need to have some of this.
What is that?
Whoa.
That's marijuana.
Oh, it's right here.
When Schulte smokes, have you ever been around
Here we
Andrew?
go, right there.
That's
There it
why you
was.
need to have some of this.
What is that?
Whoa.
That's marijuana.
Oh, okay. When Schulte smokes, have you ever been around Andrew when he smokes?
Schultz is hesitant. Watch that.
Fuck this up.
Do it.
Take a hit.
Fucking
Take a
A.
hit.
The whole podcast is.
Yeah, it's about to go downhill, but it's fine.
That's a real blunt. That's
Yeah.
the real shit. That stuff is nuclear.
You're going to have to take the reins after he does one of these.
Woo!
Joe's excited.
Last time we smoked, we were in Vancouver, and then you just
went out.
took a
Where's
lamp.
the ice? Let's
Yeah,
go,
boy.
boys. Let's go. Come on.
Remember when you just took the
Dirty
lamp in the green room?
Let's go. Let's go.
So Joe trying to get everyone fucked up.
How come there's only 3 glasses? Who doesn't drink?
No, he really. You know what? I'm inspired.
Another one.
I'm inspired.
Bitch. You want one? You got one? Why doesn't he got a drink for it?
We're real men on this podcast. We don't use
Drinks
ice.
All right, we got single malt whiskey right there, and we got tequila in front of you.
Okay, where's the whiskey?
Whiskey. Yeah. Right there. Al, you want to throw me an ice cube? Sure, sir.
Listen, all right. So what I want to point out with this show, obviously, with them having the wireless transmitting mics, everything that they do, if they rip open a pack of gum, if they put ice in a cup, if they scratch their chest, it's gonna pick up like fucking a mouse farting down a hallway. So just listen to this, and as an audio listener, this is just fucking obnoxious. When you got
Distracting.
it's when you're listening to ice clanking on a cup. Wow, holy shit! I've had a little bit too much to drink. Yeah, but watch this, man. You'll get the point. What I'm trying to say.
Right there.
The whiskey's kicking in now.
Al, you want to throw me an ice cube? Sure, sir.
Listen to this.
We're not doing this.
Yeah, you can grab it.
Strong ass hands.
Oh, thank you, sir.
We're
Shit
not
might be
doing the
contagious.
first podcast in the new studio sober.
Thank you.
That's fast.
When's Alex Jones coming on?
So when he doesn't go to jail.
I don't think that's an option. I don't think the jail's a possibility.
Really?
I think it's just money. Yeah, it's mostly money.
Wait,
So
He's out hanging with Tyson.
Yeah, he's doing shrooms with Mike Tyson.
No, he's doing Toad with Mike Tyson.
No, there it is, Toad. 36:56. We're gonna jump to boom right there. Andrew's getting a little paranoid from smoking all the ganja. About 20 minutes have passed.
He's getting afraid he's gonna get swatted.
Oh yeah.
Had it to live.
Yeah.
I did. I wanted him to live.
I should have never smoked
like
that
it.
shit.
I like it.
I should have never fucking smoked that.
I like anti-heroes.
A little nervous, are we?
That shit's kicking in.
He looks like that motherfucker from what the fuck is that show called? Looney Town or whatever the fuck it's called. You know that meme with the guy with the big chin? You know it if you saw it.
Yeah, was that like a crazy town or whatever?
Yeah.
This guy's pointing to him too. What a big fucking fuck you. I mean, he's gonna hear it in their weekly meetings. He's like, bro, motherfucker. Next time Joe Rogan offers me weed, knock it out of his hands.
Be honest, but 1 to 10.
Damn.
1 to 10. How are
Light it up again, Joe. Fuck it. Let's go. If we're going for it, we're going for it.
You're already
Let's
there.
go.
You're
I've
already
been
there.
emasculated by a guy wearing a fanny pack right now. I don't know what to say. I'm too fucking high.
Look at that.
I like how you went leather.
I always wear this one. It's my nice one.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe, you're 57 years old, dude. Why are you wearing a fucking fanny pack? That's my question of the night.
Well, don't diss the fanny pack. You can put all that shit in there. You can put joints.
They
you
are
can
making
put-
a comeback.
You can put shooters.
Guess what?
I think they
Guess
made
what?
a comeback.
Guess what? There's a such thing as called a backpack.
Fair.
Yeah, but you can't. A backpack, you gotta take it off to get the shit out. The fanny pack,
All right.
it's
Well, that's what I'm
it's
doing.
right there.
I'm not putting anything on my waist. I'm not fucking.
Oh, okay. So you don't
65-year-old female.
No belts.
No win by 2 fanny packs, boys?
No, sorry.
Well, you're forgetting
Hard
Joe.
pass.
That will not be at our merch table anytime soon.
Joe is unique, so he wears Jeff caps and fanny
Well,
packs, and
He's
fucking-
right.
He
57
has a
years
bunch
old.
of knickknacks.
He's got to stand out because he's not.
He's
famous
embracing
enough.
his dad image. That's for
See,
sure.
I don't know if I would mix that hat with a fanny pack.
No, it's one or the other.
Is it a leather? I'm against leather fanny packs.
It's a leather fanny pack.
Okay, I
Nah,
like.
you gotta-
I can get down with like a nice like
mesh?
champion one.
A mesh. Yeah.
Maybe a
Right.
mesh. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let's get
So
down.
57-48. Andrew interrupts Joe, and Joe's not pleased.
Is like 2 million years.
we go.
Which is extraordinary.
Right.
They have no idea what happened. And so there's a lot of theories.
I feel like my brain shrunk. I feel like it's half the fucking size it used to be.
I'm getting high.
Oh, you get a little bit
take
high?
this long?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm feeling. Come on, bro. Tell us about these high ass apes.
Anyway,
I'm
at
high
Joe.
as shit.
Not happy.
Come on. Where's Miles,
the
bro? He
stoned
was
ape
there.
theory is the
Look at Joe. Look at Joe. He's like, guys, I'm trying to drop some knowledge about what Terrence McKenna said once about when apes eat mushrooms, they all turned into humans. And I'm trying to regurgitate this whole fucking conversation, but you're just ignoring me.
He's like, will you high-ass motherfuckers just shut up for 1 second?
And
Let me
again,
finish
these
my
guys,
story?
bro. It's just...
Always laughing too much.
Joe's trying to tell you about the stoned apes, bro. Listen up.
Come on, Joe.
He's gone,
I thought
Joe.
we lost Miles, bro. But he's back. He's back. Everything's good. He was just covered by the monitor.
Andrew's hallucinating.
Yeah. It's okay. Let's go.
So that's the theory.
We missed the whole thing.
And Joe doesn't even fucking... Oh, come on, Joe. Be a team player here. Finish out your theory.
What's the theory, man?
The theory is ancient
You dangled the
primates
carrot.
I feel him,
experimented
though.
with mushrooms, and they led to a rapid development in human brain size, which doubled over a period of 2 million years. So the human brain size doubled, and he thinks it.
So Joe's going to get back into his theory. We're going to jump into 132.30. Now, you guys remember on the last couple shows, we described how mushrooms and marijuana and heavy hallucinogens, DMT, toad, isn't for everybody. Isn't for everyone to consume.
We discussed it earlier.
We're going to watch Joe reiterate what we're saying about Andrew.
There was a UFC.
Andrew is one of those people.
And it was in
A
Pittsburgh.
UFC furry convention,
No,
bro.
bro.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm trying to tell you a story.
I thought it was both. I was
There was
like,
a UFC once in Pittsburgh, and the day we flew into town was the same day as a furry convention.
Okay.
So we land at the airport.
Yeah.
We get the rental car. We're driving to the hotel, and along the way, we're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
So what do? You like hop out and suck their dicks or what?
Jesus.
Joe's not
Pretty
happy.
straightforward.
Joe's not happy.
Yeah, I would. Damn. How you gonna disrespect the Wizard of Oz like that?
The fucking legend beneath before you.
And again,
Show Joe's face. Show Joe's face.
he's like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? Why am I helping you guys out?
These pranksters.
I should be helping out in the Pain podcast.
Hey, come on in.
We'll take them. More crew for the Rogan.
Marijuana's not good for everybody.
Oh, and there it is.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Gentlemen,
Now he's regretting giving them all that weed.
Some of you just can't hold down your shit.
Jesus, dude.
Fucking Schultz, dude.
Leave it to Schultz to ruin it.
Not even Joe Rogan can save his podcast.
139.10. We're gonna watch Joe Rogan get even more mad about how.
This is the halfway mark too, by the way, right?
Oh yeah,
just about.
Joe's getting more mad at
I'll be fine.
the guys.
not high at all.
The guys not being able to hand their marijuana.
I don't think he's in it. Al's high.
Yeah. Just
Mark, you're not high at all.
you guys are such rookies.
He smoked.
You guys are such rookies. You get high and you go, "Are you high? I'm high." What about you? I feel so high. This is the
literally
problem.
his
Joey
first
Diaz used to get so mad at me when I first started getting high. He goes, "Joe Rogan, I'm tired of hearing about this. I know you're fucking high."
Holy shit.
Sucker.
All right, I gotta give Rogan that. That was a pretty fucking good Joey Diaz.
It's a good Diaz.
We're all high. But rookies always want to talk about how high they are.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a shot at Andrew Schultz and Akash right there.
That's the face of, yeah, I know.
Rookies always want to talk about how high
Fucking
they are.
rookie.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
So does that make us pros?
Yeah, all right.
Let it go. Let it go. And watch this dude's fingers get munched by a lion.
Oh my gosh.
This is the dumbest fucking thing of all time.
This one, I guess.
All right, so we're going to jump into 2 hours. And, I mean, this was a long podcast. I mean, what do you expect? 2 hours, 10 minutes. Or no, sorry. 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 50 seconds. Oh, no, I jumped ahead. 2 hours, 10 seconds. Joe is fuming. Things are getting awkward. 2 hours, 10 seconds. Here we go.
Wow. Wow. And they would like do calculations, and he could keep up with the fucking calculator. He could play piano.
Watch this.
Again with the mic, bro.
And the producer comes out and is trying to fix Joe's wireless transmitter.
Shout out the producer with the Phillies hat though.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Another win tonight.
Hold on 1 second here. Let me fix this keyboard.
Golden State won tonight. That's a W for me.
Cleaning house over there,
Shit,
Brand.
bro.
All right, here we go.
The fucking calculator. He could
Watch
play
this. Producer comes over. Rogan sees him out the corner of his eye.
Again
That's still
with
annoying.
the mic, bro.
That's still annoying. You know what I mean? I feel him.
Look, he's pissed, dude. He's a couple drinks in. He's a couple cigars in. He's a couple joints in. And this guy's going to come over while Joe's in the zone.
And just reach in his personal
And
space.
Like, what if I came over to you, Mario, while you were playing a set over at, Harper's Pub? And I was just like, reaching over and was like, "Yo, dude, turn your fucking shit down or turn it up."
Like no matter what the person's intentions are, that's just like you're just kind of invading their personal space.
Why you're doing a podcast?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
You're $100 million man, dude. If I want to adjust my mic, I'll adjust my mic.
Sure.
Don't adjust my mic.
You
for
just
me.
say, "Hey, adjust your mic." It fell.
Right.
I'm gonna piss it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
took a whore bath. It accidentally.
You ever
Oh, and he's
ever played pool with a
pissed.
guy named Nick Schulman?
Nick Schulman.
I went to school with a kid, and when we were in like,
Is he a professional?
well, he
All right,
became
we're gonna
a-
watch Joe. Kind of, he's too high at this point. We're gonna jump into 2:10, 50 seconds. Joe's gonna kind of make a reference to Japan's Nagasaki, but he's gonna say Nasasaki or some crazy shit. We're gonna watch Joe just be completely high and drunk and just kind of make a buffoon out of himself. So 2:10, 50.
Guest that we'd be
Joe-
hanging on this long.
Really?
Making a fool
Like
out of
this.
himself.
With the way we are like this, yeah.
Wait, how much longer do you think we got?
Not much time.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wow, you can,
I
like,
think,
hear how fucked up they are.
unfortunately, the way things have unraveled over the last couple
telling
of
you,
years,
I've been telling
I have zero faith that we're gonna keep this thing glued together for another 10 years or 20 years.
Stop.
Robots, some cataclysmic event.
There's so much
I think every
vitriolic.
generation
Watch
thinks
this.
that because
Yeah.
you're living through it. You're like, oh, this shit can't get worse than it is right now.
My parents never
Like-
thought the world was going to end in 10 years. I'll tell you that right now.
Tell that to the residents of Namasaki.
Namasaki. Guys, it's Nagasaki, not
Yeah.
Namasaki.
Never
Right.
thought the world was going to end in 10 years. I'll tell you that right now.
Tell that to the residents of Namasaki.
Where's Namasaki?
So like, where the fuck?
Where's
is that?
Namasaki? Holy
So like, where the
shit.
fuck is that?
And Joe knows it too. Oh my god. Look at that. Ah, man, he knows he fucked up.
That good shit kicked in.
Let's watch that again.
That to the residents of Namasaki.
Watch Akash. It's like, wait. He's like, I might not be from America. I might be from India, but, even they taught us that it was called Nagasaki.
Look at that stoned ass face too.
Where's Namasaki? Nagasaki?
Nagasaki. That would have been way better if I got the name right. That's high.
Bro, I
was
thought
thinking
that
of
was some
Mario.
new shit.
Mario Yamasaki.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
I
shit.
got my words
Mario
stumped.
Yamasaki. Okay, Joe, we all believe you there, bud.
I don't. Is there a correlation between Mario?
No,
and
that's just a made-up name. That's
Is
a-
No, he's a
Yamasaki even a
UFC
thing? I think it's
referee.
Yama.
I don't even think so.
Oh,
We're
okay.
giving Joe too much credit. 238-41. Joe's getting mad at secondhand conversations, man. Let's watch this one.
All that shit was about wolves.
Oh, he would hate our show.
That's why
then.
it was about wolves, because wolves used to eat people.
Joe's talking about wolves. Now, everyone knows on the internet that once you get Joe Rogan talking about apes or wolves or elk or fucking any kind of animal that's known to man, Joe's locked in. Like, that's Joe's bread and butter. That's where he makes a living, is animal talk. So, to interrupt Joe while he's talking about said animal, that's got to be fucking
A war crime.
a war crime. Is right, Brandon.
Crime against humanity.
Yeah.
Crime against animals.
Do you know they stopped World War I because of wolves?
No.
Whoa.
Do you know there's a ceasefire? There was a
What?
ceasefire by wolves.
Oh,
They
shit.
decided
Watch
to
that
li-
again. I just, flicked my computer in fucking complete awe. Watch Joe Rogan. Watch this eye. He shoots darts at fucking the producer trying to have this, conversation in the background. And the producer should know better, man. It's Joe Rogan speaking here.
Right.
This is the all-powerful one. You respect. You bow down to Joe Rogan.
Do you know
A
there's
Wizard of
ceasefire?
fucking Oz.
There was a
What?
War
Watch
I
that again. I'm
because
trying to
of
get his
wolves?
eyes.
No.
Do you know there's a ceasefire?
Motherfucker. Are you speaking while the great one is speaking? That kind
How
of looks like
dare you.
That looks like the thumbnail we chopped up from today.
It does a little bit, yeah.
We can make that the new thumbnail.
There was a
What?
ceasefire between the
And the guys know it too.
Russians and the Germans. Because
They're like, sorry, Joe. We're very unprofessional here at Flagrant 2.
We are fucking baked.
We're gonna watch Joe Rogan describe Joey Diaz. You guys want to watch Joe Rogan describe Joey Diaz as a gorilla?
Fuck yeah.
Oh
Kinda.
yeah, absolutely. Kidding me,
That
240.
is the original Stone Ape.
dude? His Joey
Yeah.
Diaz was on point. I was
Two-
not expecting to be that good.
246.10. Joe Rogan described Diaz as a gorilla.
like him.
Yeah.
Like a wild dude from the streets, but like a good dude.
Yeah.
Like I knew he was a good solid dude. And we were friends instantly. And
We're going to also watch on this same clip. Joe Rogan is talking about Joey Diaz acting like a gorilla. Andrew Schultz is going to say what we've been saying this whole time, is that Joe Rogan rather, kind of, just picks these guys up off the street and makes these guys careers. And Schultz is kind of reiterating what we're saying. And, that just goes to show you that we're right on the money right here of what we say. So it's just, all of the more reason to, tune in on a weekly basis and subscribe to the channel while you can.
Yeah.
He would come to the news radio set, and he was a gorilla back then. I mean, he was like, way thinner and like built like, don't you do it. Yeah. He was wearing a leather jacket, built like a football player. And all those NBC studio executives would get mad because he was eating all of their snacks.
Okay. Can't even fucking talk.
Let the man tell a story. Jesus
Christ,
Thank you.
you fucking child, you children.
They're straight busting a gut over.
Look at Joe.
I would laugh too.
Is it one of those you had to be there moments? Because I'm not getting it.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, because Joe just called Joey Diaz a gorilla, so now all these guys just bust out laughing as it's the funniest thing that they've ever heard. It's like, I guess they're not around funny people.
The bar is set way low.
It's very low.
Jesus Christ, you fucking child.
Watch.
Let the man tell.
He was eating.
Go back.
He was a
Jeez,
gorilla
I mean,
back
that's
then.
like
I
a
mean, he
solid
was like
30 seconds of
Over what?
Just ball washing Rogan, dude.
Built like, don't you do it. Yeah.
It's almost as if they talked backstage before Rogan came out, and they were like, "Listen, just laugh at all of his jokes, make him feel at home. Do what you got to do."
A football
and
player.
we're in there.
And all those NBC studio executives would get mad because he was eating all of their snacks. Okay.
Let the man tell a story. Jesus
Christ, you fucking child, you children. I would laugh too. I would laugh too.
So wait a minute, he would just show up to set just to see.
I would come with him. I would bring him with me.
But he wasn't on the show. He was just hanging
he's
out.
my boy.
Getting on track, Andrew.
This is like 1996.
Yeah.
We were both like, I was probably like 28, and Joey was like a little older than me. And Joey had just got to LA straight from prison. Wait, did he? He's always in and out of jail. I think he was like running from something in Seattle. He had to come back to LA. Like there's a warrant out for him for the longest time. He couldn't get a passport to go places because all the he kidnapped a drug dealer with a machine gun.
Now, we all know that about Joey Diaz, right? But everyone always seems to turn the other cheek because, for the last 10 years, Joey Diaz has been doing podcasts. He has made you believe he's jumped out in front of this by airing out his own dirty laundry on his show.
Right.
He would come out and say, I've been arrested. I'm a scumbag. I've done coke. I've kidnapped a drug dealer in the past, held him at gunpoint. Because I'm telling you this, you guys have to forgive me.
Right.
Just because he tells you this on a podcast doesn't make it right.
No free pass.
No free pass. So
Fuck out of here with that.
Joe is going to, describe it as, this is all, I guess fun and games, but people's lives were in danger, man. Joey Diaz was a kind of a monster, and
savage.
Once you are that monster, man, I don't know. I find it hard to believe it's hard to tame that animal. You know what I mean?
It's inexcusable.
It's a matter of time before Joey Diaz wants to rob again.
Or do something, bro.
Do coke again.
Coke, yeah.
It's a matter of time.
Fucking degrade women.
Dude.
Whatever the fuck he does. Yeah.
It's a big reason why he moved to New Jersey, man. He had to get out of L.A. for a reason, man.
Yeah.
You don't just move out of L.A. because everything's going right.
Right. What could he be doing? He's up to no good in L.A., bro.
Well, now he's in Jersey.
Yeah.
So, he had to move back to his hometown because he was scared. And he was another one taking Xanax, dude. So, it's one thing after another with
It's
these
not
guys.
a good drug to take.
No, dude. It's something, like you said, dude, before the show, you can't just take on the weekends.
Yeah, it's not. You don't just take it sometimes.
Right.
You take it all the time.
So let's finish this out.
Shitty drug to take.
We got 2 more clips on this episode, and we got Bert Kreischer on Xanax coming up next, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of Xanax.
Yeah, right?
Let's get into it.
He's in and out of jail. I think he was like running from something in Seattle. He had to come back to LA. Like there's a warrant out for him for the longest time. He couldn't get a passport to go places because all the he kidnapped a drug dealer with a machine gun.
Fire.
Wow.
Yeah. No, Joey Diaz did real time. Joey Diaz is, but he's a uniquely beautiful soul. And even though I knew all that shit that he did real time and everything, I'm like, I know what you are. I know what you are. You're a great guy who just had a crazy life.
You collect these guys.
You collect these guys.
are valuable. They're everything. They're
Yeah.
life, man. Those are Sam Kinnisons. Those are the Richard Pryors.
And if it wasn't for Rogan, man, I'd probably say 80% of the comedy scene as we know it today would be no more. So we're going to jump to 30305. The guys are, kind of drunk and high at this point. They're hungry. They're going to order pizza while they're still doing a live podcast. It's pretty bizarre. Joe's not really too thrilled about it. The main thing I want everyone to see here is that they're just going to eat while they have these, very sensitive mics. Now, we've done pizza challenges and food challenges here before, but that was the whole premise of the show was we were going to do a review of the, said food. It wasn't a random night like tonight. We've been drinking, we've been smoking. We're not just like, let's order some pizza and just like munch in everyone's ear because that's, what everyone wants to hear.
And when we're doing the challenges, we're keeping in mind, like, hey, we can't be like chewing on a slice of pizza or a cheeseburger, like right on top of the microphone.
Right. So I thought this was pretty actually appalling to watch. A 3-hour show that, is up for interpretation. I think it was a shitty show all around. Joe wasn't thrilled with the podcast setup. They had to get high and drunk to overcompensate for the shitty setup.
You can tell Joe Rogan just kind of came in and just kind of ran the whole show.
Yeah, kind of enforced his will.
Yeah.
Although, like I did say, I did like Rogan's appearance because it's Rogan outside of his element of his own show, and I do like to see Rogan outside of that element. So I give it up for Rogan, but that's not saying much, man, because the rest of Flagrant 2 overall was just completely off on this whole show. And they've been off. Ever since they moved into this new set, man, they've just been off. The audio was bad on the one show, and just everything else has been bad on every other show.
It's just such an awkward set for a podcast.
Very awkward. It's not a podcast, dude. Don't call it a podcast.
No.
It's a day show at this point. It's no different than the Ellen DeGeneres show, man. All right, let's jump into the boys are eating pizza live.
Here we go.
Pizza, bro. Dove.
What do we got?
What a legend,
I gotta
bro.
pee again. It
I
looks
have
like a
one,
lot of fun
Alex?
if you hate your body.
Come on, son.
Like, really?
Before I take this.
Yeah, it's not fun if you're a fat ass.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I wish I could have some.
No, I love my body.
If I was hungry
I'll take
and I
a
didn't
slice,
have dinner reservations,
Let me get a
I
plate.
would fucking eat the shit out of that pizza.
Joe, we gotta wrap this up, bro.
Now look at Andrew.
Please let us.
How
It's an
unprofessional
honor
is
to be
this?
here in the new studio.
Thank you so much for all
Yo,
this.
thank
for
you,
me.
man.
My pleasure.
People need to know you're a great guy.
Oh, it's so
They know you're
unprofessional.
great, but I don't think they know how great you are. I think it's very, very rare that people in your position are this benevolent. And I think that you set
Talking
a
with your
tone
mouth
that the
full,
rest of us try
smacking
to
your lips
follow.
together on the microphone.
That's so
like,
nice of you, but I think it's good for everybody.
I know
chewing
you
real
think it's good
loud.
for everybody, but I think that like if the guy on top is doing it and you don't do it, you're a piece of shit.
Right.
And I think
Now let me ask you guys a question. It's one thing to do a podcast, right?
Right.
It's another thing if you're interviewing somebody, how much can you really listen to that person when your lips are smacking, when you're indulging in some food, greasy food at that? It's like, how much are you really even paying attention?
Yeah, it's very distracting, and
It's ignorant as fuck.
It's ignorant
right,
as fuck.
It's
Yeah.
ignorant. It's just bad etiquette. Right.
This shouldn't be done. This could have waited another. I mean, this.
I'm
pod-
surprised they did this with Joe Rogan, and didn't try to make
they were
like a
feeling
better
loose.
impression. Yeah,
Yeah, I think they were just trying to keep it like loose,
casual.
they fucked
And-
up.
and I think they knew going into it like, okay, this is like a new thing. The set's really different. It doesn't have that casual vibe to it.
So let's eat pizza.
So let's
Is that the answer?
So let's eat pizza and just get stoned and goof around.
But that
like,
can't be the answer.
I mean, you would think it wouldn't be, but
I guess it is.
what else you got to go with, right?
I mean, well, when your whole 3-hour show is abysmal, I guess you resort to eating pizza, man. I guess
got to do something. Everyone
Gotta soak up.
I
gotta
guess-
soak up all the substances somehow, right?
somehow, dude.
I guess this is what we've come to allow from our quote unquote professional podcasters.
Where they at? L.A.
New York, probably.
Oh,
Or
okay.
either New York or Miami. I don't know where their new set is. They haven't disclosed that yet. But that's just what we come to allow, man. See, the problem is that everyone accepts this for what it is. No one really goes out on a limb and says, this is bullshit. Why are you eating on a podcast? I don't want to hear that. I like that, that's annoying, dude. A lot of people, when they hear smacking lips and fucking people chewing, that's like a trigger to them. You know what I mean? They want to kill somebody. You know what I
Especially
mean?
with those microphones.
Especially with those microphones.
Yeah.
So, and these guys are quote unquote professionals. So I mean that should just really tell you everything right there. So let's finish out this clip and then we'll get into Bert taking the Xanax.
The main event.
I think that most people on top don't do it, and that's how they get to the top. And I think that's what was so profound about what happened with you is that everybody underneath you was like, no, I gotta look out for my boys. I gotta put them on. I gotta help them build their thing.
Smoke
Exactly.
weed every day.
Yeah, they all took the same sort of strategy.
Yes.
It was just the right path.
I'd say you asked where they were, Alex. That looks like a New York deep dish pizza right there. So I'm gonna guess New York.
Yeah, you can't get that in
Miami.
Yeah.
No.
It's just like I saw that path. It was just the right path. It's not like a big deal in terms of what it really is what we should have been doing all along. But we were all like scratching and clawing to try to get Hollywood gigs. And I think once the internet came along, it came.
Oh, look at that, man. Look at that, you fat fucking piece of fucking shit. You couldn't wait for another fucking 15 minutes to eat that slice of pizza. You fucking coward. Well, I guess you
Boo this man.
Ended the show before it got there.
That's what I mean, dude. So, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, and the Flagrant 2 cast.
Horrible.
Eating pizza. Let's look at that one more time.
That's right. Look at that.
Might have to order some pizza after this.
Look
Yeah,
at Joe
after
Rogan's
this.
face, dude. Oh my god.
After this.
After this is totally fine.
Not during the show, not mid-show, not, while we're fucking, potting live here on air. So, yeah, man, Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, we'll continue to monitor that. Obviously, we'll bring any exclusive Joe Rogan interviews that he continues to have. He's always a fun person to bring on. Andrew Schultz, obviously, with the new set, trying to get his, feet on the ground with the new set and kind of hit the ground running. Hasn't been off to a hot start with the new set. So we'll just kind of continue to monitor that and see where that continues to go. Another big reason for today's show is because, like I said, Bert Kreischer on the Xanax pill, on the benzodiazepine, the big X pill, and not ecstasy.
Goddamn.
Bert Kreischer, man, him and Thompson. This guy does like 70 podcasts a week. Another one like Rogan.
None of them well either.
No, they're all subpar.
Yeah.
They're very
Poor.
surface level, subpar, poor podcast. We're gonna find out though. Bert. And Bert has admitted this before that he has consumed Xanax, but I think really what he's trying to do is get it in everyone's minds that okay, it's acceptable for him to take Xanax, so he's just gonna keep taking Xanax. You know what I mean? And it's not. It's not a big deal. So, for you to question it as a big deal, there's something wrong with you. And I guarantee that's the angle he's going to wind up taking. Because there's going to be people in the recovery community and just everywhere that are calling this out. Like, Bert.
Well, right. It's because he puts it out there. He figures, okay, you're going to sympathize with him. You're going to understand. But it's also like you said, there's people in that community that are going to say, yo, you need help.
And I don't want my podcasters doing Xanax. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no. I don't think I want anybody, high on Xanax either. Nodding off fucking on podcasts.
I don't want my podcasters on Xanax, Adderall. If they do mushrooms or smoke weed or drink, that's one thing.
Fair.
When you're on like drugs, like hard like prescription drugs or like harder drugs, you're not getting the person. You know what I mean? You're just getting an extended drug version of them.
You could do a podcast, smoke a joint, and still be sharp.
Right.
We watch guys like Rogan, and we on this show. So
how are you? I encourage everyone out there, and I encourage you. The next show we do, take a Xanax and then try to do the show. See what happens.
Think about just in general, a normal consumption of a Xanax with the purpose of it for is like, to relieve anxiety
and the pass out
and be able to relax.
It's a downer. I mean,
So
I take Xanax, I fall asleep.
And we're doing 4-hour shows right now.
Right.
Covering all this shit. We've been on the air for 3.5 hours.
Right.
I would be sleeping on the table. I'm already tired now, and I've just been having some whiskey, hitting my pen a couple of times.
Throw Xanax on top.
If I had a Xanny bar, I'd be falling over. I'd be sleeping on the table over here.
The Xannies and podcast.
Probably be ordering pizza and shit.
Yeah.
Being all right.
I'd probably fall asleep on the phone ordering the fucking pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Passing out. This is another, I think a big reason why he takes the Xanax, Bert, is because, you're doing 70 podcasts a week, man. You're popping Adderall all week. And you're going through it and you're flying through it, and all of a sudden, the shows are stopped. It's the weekend or whatever it is. There's no more podcasts for the next 2 days. You need something to come down off of, man, because you don't want to just be binging on Adderall for up for fucking 3 days, and then not be able to sleep. You know what I mean?
It throws off your whole entire body.
You got to be able to sleep.
Yeah.
Man. When you do anything,
your body clock is totally fucked up.
You need rest, man. So we're gonna watch Bert. We're gonna watch him admit that he's on the Xanax.
Fucking Bert.
And we're gonna kind of take it from there, man. We did have some Ethan Klein coverage, man, but like I said, that podcast is boring. Pretty much, I could sum it up for everyone right now. Ethan came back.
Give us all the quick synopsis here, John.
Ethan came back, blamed his video that came out last week of him wanting to bomb the NRA. He came back and was just deflecting and pretty much saying how it was everyone else's fault and not his.
As he always does.
Very boring show for 2 hours. So let's jump into this show. This is a clip from... Whoa, you hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
That was my mic.
The arm?
Oh, shit. Yeah. It's very loud.
God
The
damn
8
it.
Pillars of Health with Bert Kreischer clip. Wife of the Party podcast. So this is him and his wife, Leanne.
Give me the pillars. Give me the
Enjoy.
pillars.
Okay, nutritional.
I had a slip last night with the pizza
Uh-huh.
and the Tito's and the beer and the cigar and the
Mhm.
but working on nutritional. Okay, working on nutritional.
Emotional.
I don't know what is that. Like I'm in love.
No. How's your emotional health? Are you emotionally healthy? You have a lot of anxiety.
Here it is, anxiety.
But you're overall, I think you're pretty emotionally healthy.
Emotionally healthy.
Today.
Yeah. Today I feel very
Today,
emotionally healthy.
yes. Now that your Xanax is home.
Whoa! There it is.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
There it is. Bert Kreischer.
I will say, Xanax or not, I like his hat.
Today I feel very
Today,
emotionally
yes.
healthy.
Nice hat.
Now that
It's pretty dope, Pat.
your Xanax is home. Social.
So she's just gonna try to slip it in. He's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
He's to go, fuck. I didn't want to talk about that yet.
Damage control. Damage control. Damage control.
You think you're
Fuck,
healthy
I need
socially?
Xanax.
Look, he's stunned.
Xanax
He's
is
like,
home.
yeah, now that you mention
Social.
it, Xanax sounds good.
Yeah, right?
You think you're healthy socially?
Xanax.
You know, for Xanax, how about a bus bar maybe?
Abuse bar. Yeah.
Anything abuse bar, yeah.
Do you have friends that you enjoy spending
Oh
time
yeah,
with?
yeah. I'm very healthy.
Okay.
I'm very
Oh
healthy.
yeah, now he checks back
Spiritual.
in.
No.
You don't think you're very spiritually healthy?
I think I'm spiritually needy.
You think God thinks you're needy?
Yeah.
Baby, God is limitless. The God that I was taught about is limitless. So there is no such thing as you being too needy, or you've been talking to the wrong fella.
I just feel like I go to God when in times of desperation as opposed to like
when I need Xanax.
I'll tell you I got to be
Does
honest
he
with you.
feel like that's neglectful, not needy?
Neglectful. I was better when I was doing my affirmations or whatever.
Your journaling
in my journaling. I was better. I've been better. I've been healthier. I'm slacking on that.
Mhm.
So I think if I go back to my happiness journal and start doing my gratitudes in the morning, I think I'd be better. I think I need that.
You do need
Okay,
that. You
all
do
right.
need that because you are a catastrophe thinker sometimes.
All right, so let's.
You access joy beautifully, but you have this other demon that sits on your shoulder that's catastrophe.
So I'm about to clean up all these columns.
Okay.
So,
well, I still have more
keep going,
columns.
keep
That's pretty alarming,
Catastrophe.
huh? So he's like a normal guy by day, but by night he's like, just fucking catastrophe.
A walking disaster.
Jeez,
Oh boy.
no pun intended. Some 41.
Intellectual. I think you're pretty smart.
Yeah, but I'm not feeding that.
Ah.
Oh wait, I take that back. No, I'm not.
Well, you
I'm
do
not.
play that game every day, Wordle.
I do Wordle. I do.
You listen
So
to
that makes him an intellect because he does.
I can see
Wordle.
him not nodding out playing Wordle.
Oh yeah.
a lot of history
I
podcasts.
listen to a lot of. Okay, I'm good.
I believe he brings up
All right.
Xanax one more
'Cause
time
that's
here.
all it takes.
If not,
Wordle
it's
and
definitely on
history
Two Bears, One Cave.
Hey, Easter Island doesn't have
I'm
trees.
pretty sure it is
Oh,
on Two
good to
Bears,
know.
One Cave.
They snuck it in pretty quick, though, I
financial,
think.
very healthy.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's.
Yeah,
jump
on this
into-
one they kind of just slip it in there, like,
I think same thing with the other one. They don't really talk about it.
and like, it's just kind of like, wait a second, hold on, back it the fuck up. You're on what now?
Well,
Zan who?
Well,
You're on Xanax.
well, it could be the Xanax talking.
All right, so let's get out of this. Let's go into Two Bears, One Cave, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time we've seen Two Bears, One Cave with Bert and Tom. Because we watched Bert and Chris Stefano, we watched Your Mom's House with Tom, but this is the first time we're going to see the boys together. So Two Bears, One Cave. Jump into our first clip. We got from Two Bears, 29:55, Bert's fake laugh. Now remember on the first Two Bears with Chris Stefano, we broke down, and on there wasn't too much of Bert's fake laugh on Joe Rogan, but we watched Bert fake laugh with Chris Stefano. Now you guys remember
it was horrible.
how egregious that was.
And it's funny because that's kind of his signature laugh, and it's the one thing with Bert Kreischer that
dry
kind of
laugh.
drives me nuts.
See, I don't even think it's his laugh. I think it's just a deflection and an overcompensation of trying to make the moment seem funnier than what it actually
Right, it kind of
is.
masks the
the awkwardness.
Right,
I
it masks
can't
the
believe
awkwardness.
how lucky I am. And
Watch this.
immediately I think, I can't believe how lucky Leanne is.
Yeah,
I mean, that chick just blindfolded
God,
walking
rough.
through the fucking world. At least I had a fucking path. She's just holding on to my tail.
So that's one instance of the fake laugh. Let's watch one more, and then we'll jump into this clip of the Xanax. This is 36:40, Bert's fake laugh, round 2.
we're getting to the good stuff, boys.
We had that friend who locked himself in his room, was going to drink himself to death because
Yes.
Watch the
yes.
fake laugh.
Yes. I remember. I remember.
Oh, it's actually like hurts my ears in the headphones.
It hurts mine too,
It's like
dude.
piercing. It's like, look at Bert Kreischer's like a pretty big guy, pretty burly dude. How the fuck do you sound like that? How do you get that high of a pitch of a laugh?
Overcompensation. That's what that is. It's nothing more.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a total like putting up a wall.
It's just, that's not really funny. So, like, all right, how can I make everyone how can I make everyone think that this is funny without actually being
Gas
funny?
it up by just going over the top with it. Yeah.
You know for damn sure that's not his real laugh, dude. You have to, actually force yourself to get to that
Yeah,
point.
because that actually sounds painful laughing like that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That hurts.
Like, that would hurt my chest trying to get that high pitch.
He practiced it, telling so many shitty fucking jokes that
Oh.
were awkward. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
needed to do that for him.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
It's
right?
funny,
Yeah.
like, other than what was the one? The I Am the Machine, the one that he's famous
The
for.
Machine, yeah.
I don't think I've watched a single thing he's done since.
Neither have I.
And
That's
and if these podcasts
7
are any
years old.
indication of his comedy specials of recent, I have no interest.
Should tell you everything right there. All right, 16:55. We got Bert's Xanax round 2 on Two Bears, One Cave.
And we'll test things out.
I think they're going to tell you definitely scratch the Xanax as part of it.
Whoa!
It would be great if you get the cocoa leaves where you just chew them up. Did you ever do that when you went to Peru?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Is it like Coke?
No. And you do coca tea. You drink coca tea, too. It's a tea made from it.
And
It levels you out at high altitude.
Oh, I want a little bit of kava kava in it.
Okay.
Have you ever had kava kava?
No.
Kava kava, we were in Fiji.
We're going to go back to
I
this
need
again.
Aubrey Marcus. I need a scientist, doctor.
Yeah.
I need a doctor, and I want a weekend, and we'll test things out.
I think they're going to tell you definitely
that
scratch
background
the
laugh is definitely
Xanax
fucking
as-
fake too.
No, that's real. That's from their producers.
That's somebody in the producer or something.
I feel like he's dying way too much.
It's not a laugh track. It's a real fake laugh, like Rick and Morty, real fake doors. It's a real fake laugh. Like,
Yeah.
he's actually laughing, but again, it's to just overcompensate for the dead air. You know what I mean? All right, so Bert.
Part of it.
Tom's
It would
actually
be great
gonna
if you get like the cocoa leaves. Where you just,
Tom just admitted
Did
to
you ever do that when you went to Peru?
Yeah.
Bert's
Really?
Xanax addiction right there. So as we could tell, guys, Bert is struggling with some Xanax problems.
Now continuing the conversation, talking cocaine there.
Talking a lot of substances
Cocoa
here.
leaves, yeah, just being open about
It's all coming together now.
Getting interesting.
Bert's in his head, 114.37. This is going to walk us out here on the last clip of the night. I know you guys are losing interest here.
Oh no, I'm not even losing interest. I'm just losing like physical abilities at this point.
Physical steam. Sorry, maybe we got
Whiskey's kicking in.
We got to take an Adderall.
I'm an
before
old
the show.
man. Yeah, I need to like
we
start.
Didn't, we didn't do Adderall, so sorry for not laughing like
hyenas.
Hyenas, yeah.
Well, I'm just dumbfounded because Bert Kreischer, I've had an idea before, thoughts before that he's just drunk and rambling, but now I know he's just all fucked up on benzodiazepines
and buzz.
Yeah,
Dude,
And
benzos are no joke, man. When you get hooked on benzos,
I know it fucks you up,
Guys, I give it 6 months before Bert Kreischer, maybe
like
even 6
in
months to a
rehab?
year, and before he's in a rehab, before
I
he checks
agree.
himself
he
in.
might check in the next few months.
Yeah, next couple weeks.
We don't know
bro.
how long this has been going on for. You know what I mean? He could have this Xanax addiction. For
Clearly a while. His
months.
comedy took a fucking backseat.
And I mean, you got to remember all the stresses of being on the road as a comic.
I don't want to hear it, man. That's what you sign up for. I mean, you
No,
know,
I know, but some people handle it the correct way, and some people handle it that way.
most people handle it that way.
Exactly.
Drugs, substances, chicks.
Oh,
women,
yeah.
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Give it to me.
Even though,
Give in to the vices because you have that rock star mentality.
but they do some weird shit. It's not sex, drug, rock and roll as it was in the '80s. They do roofies, rape, and fucking subpar,
not cool
parody comedy.
Yeah.
No, but that's really what it
It's
is.
fucked. Yeah,
they're
it's
getting
fucked.
canceled for rape. They're getting They're taking random like Xanax and GHB and
And it's
ketamine.
funny. And it's funny you mentioned like partying in the '80s. Like think about like a Sam Kinison, a guy who's a comic in the '80s that partied hard, cocaine up his nose every fucking night. And we're talking about this now is worse with, like you said, like roofing people and just being
Raping
inappropriate,
people.
fucking inappropriate. Yeah, assault.
Not even doing comedy.
Yeah, there's
calling it comedy.
Right, it's all bullshit. It's just this weird, like, almost cultish like thing that exists in LA. It's weird.
Yeah, man, it's pretty bizarre, dude. It's definitely caught our attention, and we'll definitely follow up with it on the weeks to come. I mean, just in the few short weeks that we have been covering, I mean, we found, just the infighting that goes on, with a lot of these guys, the drug usage that goes on, the fakeness that goes on, and the amount of acting that goes on just to do a simple podcast. I mean, you know what I mean? It's if these guys showed up and it was like they didn't laugh like this and they didn't try to put on this whole act, it's like, why did I invest all this money into this set if
Right.
you're just gonna come
For
here and
what?
just look at me like I got fucking
It's
just
like
talking to the wall?
It's like
you know?
these podcasts have become reality television.
Yeah, in a sense.
In,
yeah.
in a sense, like it just kind of feels like how can we up the stakes? How can we up the beefs? How can we up the controversy? How can we push the limits of what we talk about? How can we make ourselves sound more shocking, more interesting?
But
And-
see that you shouldn't have to try to do
Right,
that. That should just
right.
happen.
If you have the personality to be a podcaster, to be a comedian, you have to have a certain presence and a certain personality to be able to do that naturally and have it come off organically. You know what I
this
mean?
is very forced.
Like you said, if you're trying and it comes off very forced, people see right through that shit.
And it's a turn off.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like not as enjoyable. I mean, you just kind of see it for the fakeness that it is.
See right through it.
So let's jump into our last clip, 114.37. Bert's in his head.
Yeah, it's there's ones where I go like when we did the Stefano one, I did, and it's kind of crazy, but I didn't want to promote because I was nervous that people would just mock us
For getting
crying,
emotional?
for crying so fucking hard.
No, I think people
so you guys
actually really
remember on that
connected with.
DeStefano podcast, DeStefano was getting all emotional because he didn't spend enough time with his kid.
And they were shedding a tear or two.
Shedding a tear. And so that's pretty, telling to find out. Bert did not want to promote that podcast because they cried. Because they actually showed a little bit of realness that little bit of realness that came off was, maybe it was a bit, but at least it was like kind of genuine and authentic.
Right, like we riffed on a
some
little
part.
bit just in good fun. But like you said, I mean, that was kind of them just being like, hey, if it is true, that's just two dads that miss their kids and they're on the road. And
well, I think a part of it was that
right,
because
you kind of see, okay, it was a little bit of a heartfelt moment. But like, yeah, I mean,
so Bert didn't want to promote it because
Right, why would
they
you-
shedded some tears.
right.
And he
It's
was
like-
in his head about
It's
it.
like, wow, you actually showed genuine emotion and you were like actually kind of real for once on camera. Like, it's not a bad thing, dude. I know you have some image you feel like you have to upkeep, you know what I mean? But people like that, man. People like to see the sensitive side of people, like the vulnerable side.
Yes. That is actually
real.
true.
It's fucking
No,
real,
That is
man.
actually true.
It makes you, it proves that you're just like everyone else that you're listening.
yes.
Just because you have millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers,
It
doesn't-
makes you real.
You're still a human being at the
It
end of
makes
the day.
you
Right.
real. I think these guys have gotten to the point where they're behind numbers now, and you know what I mean. And,
They live in a separate plane of existence from all of us,
but yet they try to relate to.
and
what
this is
we
their
go
way of
through.
like thinly relating to what
Right.
we go through. Right.
Right. All right, so let's watch that one more time.
It's there's ones where I go like when we did the Stefano one, I did, and it's kind of crazy, but I didn't want to promote because I was nervous that people would just mock us
For getting
crying,
emotional?
for crying so fucking hard.
No, I think people actually really connected with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
I don't read it. I really try not to, and I do dabble every now into the comments. Like I'll see,
There's
like
another
I'll post
one.
a video and I'll be like, oh, that was a
Dabble,
cool video. Oh, it's
okay.
getting a lot of likes.
It's a
And I'll-
step up from
like, every
Brendan
now and then
Schaub,
I'll
who
dabble in
doesn't
comments,
watch
and
him,
then
apparently.
just one comment will fuck it up for me.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm like, God damn it! If you just, and
don't
like,
do
I
That's
it.
told
pretty
my-
amazing. One comment will fuck it up for him. One comment.
You're in the wrong business, kid.
One
Dude,
comment.
if we let all the comments we got fuck us up, we would have been off the air.
No, but
last year,
these guys, what they're expecting is every comment to be like, "You're the shit.
You're the fucking best, so
you're
funny."
ball washing, dick riding,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
And the first comment they get that's against the grain or on the contrary, he's gonna fold and eat a bunch of Xanax to kind of cope with that.
Jesus.
I don't want my comedian and podcaster doing that shit, dude.
No, not at all.
Me neither.
I have a team who does my social media for me,
And another guy who doesn't look at his socials.
They do everything. I send them everything. They post everything.
Elitist.
And I just shoot it, and then I stay out of the mix that way. And they they'll be like, comments are great on this one. And I was like, hey, if I go, just so you know, don't delete anything bad. If it's bad, leave it up. I don't want to delete anything.
yeah.
So once I go, just it's. And I go in and I'll tell Leanne, like, Leanne reads all her comments. I go, don't read the fucking comments. Because the good ones mean as much as the bad ones. It's true.
Yep, and that's we'll kind of put a pin in that. But ladies and gentlemen, 2 Bears, 1 Cave, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer.
Well, Bert, good luck. Hope you figure that out.
Sad as fuck.
It's a shame.
Yeah, man. So all our, our so-called idols and comedians and podcasters are just on a downward spiral, man. I think this, whole past 2 years of the pandemic kind of really, threw a wrench into their self-esteem and their ego, and they're just trying to overcompensate it, man. Any way they can, at any turn, at any corner, they could find a shortcut and trying to make it seem that they're doing more than what they're actually doing, and they're trying to be, as funny as they once were. It's like not working, dude, and it's very cringe. It's to the level where it's almost not respectable anymore. It's
Yeah.
pretty sad watching these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it just we've peeled back the layers now over the past few weeks, and it's just like you really see it for what it is now, and it's a shame because, like you said, at one point we maybe looked up to some of these comedians or were interested in their specials, and or watched their podcast, but now it's just like it just feels so like disingenuous. It's just I can't bring myself to like enjoy it as much as I used to anymore.
Not at all.
I just see this whole thing for what it is, and it's just kind of like it's like this own network that just only wants to like care about itself, and it's like loosely connected to the outside world, and it just doesn't do it for me,
Yeah, dude. It's pretty sad to watch, man. Because at the end of the day, man, we might only have another 3 to 5 years with all these guys. before, they just kind of implode on each other. And we're kind of watching the downfall of really the comedy scene, man. I made this point, a couple weeks ago, but there might only be 8 good comics out there, 8 to 10 good comics out there. The rest are kind of just fly-by-night salesmen and frauds.
Throwing up shit on YouTube that apparently 2 million people watch.
Yeah.
So maybe we're fucking doing something wrong.
I don't know, dude. It's pretty insane. Yeah, guys. So that's really going to conclude this episode of In the Paint podcast. We're not going to be here next week because we are playing a show. Which, if you guys want to, Alex, what do we got next week?
Another one down, baby. June 17th, we're going to be at Casey Ray's in Vineland with our friend Sweet Echo, Cultides, and All Systems Go.
Mario, where are we at the following night, man?
So then we are right back at it the next night, Saturday, June 18th. We are back at the Grape Room in, Manayunk, Philadelphia area. And again, that's with Cheer Up Dusty. And let me see, that's my cousin's girlfriend's house and All Systems Go. So that's going to be fun, man. We're playing a little weekender with those guys. There was supposed to be a show on the 19th, but I think that ended up getting...
for Father's Day.
Pulled down for the Father's Day holiday. But, yeah, dude, that's going to be fun, man. We got a pretty good summer lined up. Dude, I'm looking forward the next couple weeks. And then we got the big announcement. John, if you want to take this one, man.
I'll let Alex take this.
Okay, Alex, fill the people in,
man. Well, this is a really a big announcement we were looking forward to making. We're going to be playing the South Carolina 2nd Annual Brew Stock. And on September 24th, presented to you by 99 WNNRR Radio with our boys Home for the Day. And we're looking forward to this event, man. It's going to be an all-day beer event. It's going to be live wrestling, some great bands. And we're really excited to make the trip for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, guys.
I can't wait, man. That's like the first real traveling we're going to be doing as a band. I'm excited.
It looks pro as fuck.
I like the OG logo, too.
Same.
It kind of fits the color scheme.
Yeah, add some class.
I fuck with it, yeah.
So make sure to check that out. And make sure to go over now on our YouTube and our Spotify and go stream Jumper out everywhere now. So we have a... Shut up. Video here. we have a big month. This is just the beginning here. Yeah, man. So come out next week. We just booked another show at Harper's, which we'll be announcing. It's July 22nd, but we'll be announcing with the flyer and everything like that. Next week we got 2 shows. We won't be here on the podcast. We'll be back in 2 weeks, so make sure to stay tuned. This has definitely been dope. Real quick, we'll go around the room. What did everyone learn? Alex, what you learned today?
That Bert Kreischer is a mumbling, fucking addicted idiot, dude.
Nice. Yeah, he's pretty fucking dumb, dude.
I didn't know he was an addict.
Oh, yeah.
Now I do.
Welcome, Bert.
Yeah, welcome, Bert.
Okay.
Clap it up for him.
Clap it up for Bert.
Brand, what you learned on tonight's show?
That Joe Rogan kind of looks a little scary when he bulges his eyes out.
He does.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that over my bed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck
no, thank you.
Not at any time.
Yeah, not even at 3 in the afternoon.
Mario, what you learned on tonight's program?
I learned you just keep it simple. When you do the podcast, you just keep it simple. That's what we do here. That's what Andrew Schultz does not do at Flagrant. And Joe Rogan made it clear.
Joe Rogan did make that clear, guys. Yeah, and I learned on tonight's show that the last 4 or 5 weeks, we've really stripped back a lot of what these guys are, and I learned this is just the beginning. There's going to be a lot more where this came from. Every week just seems
a lot of layers to that onion, dude.
Seems to me it's just been getting more bizarre and bizarre by the week. So we're not going anywhere. In the Pain podcast every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to tune in, share it, subscribe, like, comment. Go stream Jumper out now, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere else. You
Let's go.
Consume music. Come check us out next Friday, Saturday. Going to be great. This has been a great episode, as always, gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, we're just accustomed now to doing 4+ hours.
Woohoo!
That's respectable because
new norm.
Half these guys do 30 minutes.
30 minutes, bro.
And are gassed. Hey,
Fucking.
you give yourselves a pat on the back for being out here week in and week out.
Let's fucking
being
go.
here for 4 fucking hours. Let's fucking go.
I tell you what, though, I'm gonna sleep like a fucking baby tonight.
That's right, baby.
Because I am
And
feeling
we got
liquor.
and we got an early day tomorrow.
Where's that guitar?
That's right. You guys are going
to Allentown.
Yeah, we have one more studio session up in Allentown with King Studios.
Exactly.
This has been a great episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. For myself, John,
Mario,
Brandon,
Alex.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. See you next Friday. Bye-bye.